I'm nervous.
7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh. Greetings and salutations, get ready to binge watch with 3 geeks. Couldn't stop cold from eating, now he's the workout keto neighbor. Jason the Angry Ginger from Monkey Poo Studios. Limp and Quad Father gives us therapy from his couch. We're talking Netflix and Hulu, everything in the streaming wars. Join our weekly watch party. First let's catch up with the geeks. What are you geeking out about? 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to another episode, year 6 of Podtoberfest. I am the Angry Ginger, sitting inside Monkey Poo Studios, a newly decorated studios. I got TK1 on my left. I've got neighbor Cole in front of me, and we've got a studio audience, and we are live from Utopia. Is anyone going to say anything?
We've also got someone in on the Skype line.
Oh, that's right. Well, you usually greet him.
Unless you forgot to bring him
I'm
in.
not talking to him right now.
Oh, you're mad at them?
No, I'm fucking furious.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
Happy Podtoberfest 2020,
Yes.
guys. How's everybody doing today?
Good.
morning.
We got fucking look at people who are watching right away. You can't see like below here. Oh, maybe on the table, one of the screens. There's food galore. We've got craft services. We've got a studio. We've got a
craft
fucking
services.
maitre d' over here.
Who's the head of our craft services department?
Kyle.
Yeah, listener
Kaufman.
Kyle.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's the bomb.
I have to say that is the first time I've ever heard that theme song.
Well, thank you for listening for the last
Is that what you
8
were?
months.
Is that what you were getting weirded out about?
Well, not weirded out. Like I'm like, well, the cool thing is that it maintains that Saturday morning cartoon sound.
Yeah.
That the I guess it would be the second theme song, kind of started, right?
The one that Heno did?
Yep.
Yeah, that was the third one. Yeah.
That was the third one?
Yeah, correct.
So who did this one? Heno?
No, I had to go to Fiverr.
Are you serious? That was a $5?
Yeah.
And how much did it cost you?
Well, I mean, we can go all through this all over again. It was like $40, I think, maybe 50, because I had to redo some of the lyrics. I didn't like what he did, so I rewrote them.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's fantastic. Did a good job.
Yeah.
You like the song?
I do. I like the Saturday morning cartoon sound for any
my
kind
God.
of theme song or intro. It's nostalgia.
Real quick, just before we get into what this is, I'll tell you guys a story. So you guys see the ELE posters on the wall here. I go to Walgreens the other night. I order posters. They fucking did them wrong. You barely read ELE on them, but I had to hang them anyways. So I get there, and the lady can't find my posters. And she's like, oh, I know what they are. They're the cartoons. We're not allowed to do cartoons. So I flipped them upside down so no one would see them. I was like, they're not cartoons. I go, I own these. Like, I created this. And she goes, oh, okay. It's not like I was, like, printing Mickey Mouse banners and putting them in my,
You need to get a card. And you'd be like, yeah, this is my comic. And
Yeah,
you
no
hand
shit,
it to
yeah.
her, and then she'll be like, oh, my God.
She's like, yeah, they're the cartoons.
You wrote that? You're so handsome.
It's like,
Aren't you a little old to be reading comics?
Like,
and
Quad Father, we're going to bring you in
cartoons?
this in just a minute. This is hour 1 of the morning show. We're going to do a little bit of like our 7 Days a Geek type theme thing. First of all, greetings and salutations to all of you guys in the studio audience, all 2 of you right now. We've got more people coming over. Keep it down.
Yeah, bring it to a low roar.
hey, would you do me a real quick favor, someone, and send me the link to the outline for the day, unless you already did.
You should be in the whole. You should have access to the whole folder.
Okay.
Quad, what's going on over there? You don't want to talk, or are you waiting to be brought in?
Yeah, I wasn't brought in yet. I mean, I try to wait. I don't go where I'm not wanted. Well, I don't go where I'm not invited.
But to be fair, you also don't go where you are invited last night, and
there's a big difference between wanted and invited as of right now.
That's why I changed it.
Well, I still love you. But do you want a late introduction? I can give you one.
Yeah, that would be wonderful.
Okay, coming
Thank
in
you.
from the Skype lines, we have our guest of honor for 1 hour for today's show, right? He's going to be...
Is he only sticking around this hour? By
No,
the end of it, you might not want to
I'm
return.
saying we're going to be focusing on him for an entire hour. He's going to be able to get all of the feelings that we have for him.
Yeah. We're gonna check out what's going on with his vacation, and then in a couple of hours we're gonna roast his ass.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
He's the celebrity.
is he actually
going
going to be here for the roast?
Of course. He's
Okay.
going to
All
clap back. Right?
That would be weird.
But
he
welcome
wasn't.
to the show, to Podtoberfest 2020, the Quadfather. Hey, Quad.
Oh, I thought I was getting a...
It is our duty to ensure that no harm comes to his whipple. Understood?
Hello. It's good to be here, man. 6 years,
Yeah.
really? I feel like
I guess
I may have missed a first one, but
was it only the first
feel
one
like
that
I
you
was-
were involved with? You were since year 2 you were? Yeah, because year 2 was at your house, Grant, and you did a game show in a couple of hours there.
2017 was my first one.
Okay.
So
So this is like the 6th
yeah,
one,
time
but the
flies.
5th year. So we say 6th annual, correct? I don't know.
How could it be the 6th one, but
Yes.
the 5th year?
Because you
Leap year.
start, and then a year later you do the second one, and it's only been a year. Leap year, yeah.
yeah, it's been 5 years and
It's
one
been one. Oh no,
Yeah.
I'll
sorry.
start it. I'll go.
Okay, so we're on video. It's taken me out of my game a little bit, so I just got to quit staring at 900 images of me and just focus on Courtney. Courtney, I love that you have the Monkey Poo logo in the background, by the way.
Yeah, it was a last minute addition there because I'm sitting in a hotel room and I didn't want you to see the refrigerator and the couch.
Did you
behind me.
wake up the wife and kick her out of the room early? You got to go.
Fortunately, we have kind of a suite,
Oh,
so
you luxurious
sweet.
bastard.
but there's no door.
He's
so
sitting downstairs in the hotel lobby right now. That's what he's doing.
I was about to because I wasn't sure about the Wi-Fi. I didn't have the computer in my hand till 10 o'clock last night. From the time that I arrived here, so I couldn't test anything. I couldn't make sure that my board and my mic or anything was set up because I didn't have the computer. My kid was using it.
Oh, you have the whole family with you on your vacation.
Yeah, we're here. We're driving around Nashville.
Now,
we're eating on rooftops.
where are you originally from?
Hold on, before we get into that, into the bulk of the show, let's do some housekeeping. Up front, we got a hashtag game for anyone that's in the studio audience or
fell off at the
the
beginning.
chat room. Is anyone in the chat room?
I don't see anyone.
Okay.
Yet.
Well, we're going to give a hashtag game anyways. When it goes to 30 days of podcasting, they can play it then.
We got Kyle in there.
Okay.
Kyle and Thomas Jr. Jackson so far.
All right.
I don't
What up,
see-
Tom?
Brian Hour. There he is. I don't see where you can find out who's in the chat. Participants. There it is. Oops.
So, what is the hashtag game? And I would encourage listeners, that have not listened to this live, they're just catching up right now. Whenever that is, listen to the hashtag game. Play along.
Yes.
When you listen to the episode, if it's a week from now, 2 weeks from now, a month from now, next year, when you finally catch up, it'll be pretty funny to see those hashtags come through.
Yeah.
And be a reminder of this moment in
just
this
keep
game.
keep using the hashtag in your tweet or wherever you're at, Podtoberfest 2020, and then play the hashtag game, and then we can still follow that thread.
So for this hour's hashtag game, so if those of you who aren't familiar, you just take a topic and you make it into a hashtag. Sometimes you combine a couple topics. It's kind of fun. It's just a little fun thing to keep things interesting. So this hour's hashtag game is utopian-themed Starbucks orders. So, for example, it'd be a venti skinny paradise latte, a grande caramel heavenly macchiato.
Why does it have to be Skinny Paradise?
Skinny is more like
I feel like that's body
low
shaming.
fat, like low fat, yeah, of course.
What's wrong with body shaming?
It's just nutrient.
I'm a fat fuck.
Conscious. Third one, Paradise Pink Tea with 2 pumps of sugar-free syrup and heavy cream.
That's a lot right there. That's a mouthful, as
Yeah.
they say in the porn business.
So that's why I went sugar-free syrup, but then you put the heavy cream in there. So then you got both sides of the aisle for the fatties and the body conscious.
That's a lot of thought into a hashtag game.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Really is.
So there's a hashtag game. We got a couple of things. Oh, sponsor? Who's the sponsor this hour, Grant?
Sponsor for this hour.
I'm going to let you know as soon as I open up the document you just sent to me.
All right, you can do the sponsor next hour. Who's the sponsor this hour?
Our friend
Yeah.
and faithful podcast listener and also co-host for
Co-host.
you, Dan Heavens.
Dan Heavens. Hashtag game for next hour is going to be change podcaster names that you know into
Utopia.
something sweet.
We got to
and
have like
utopian.
one of the hours has to be like you have to crush on a fellow listener.
Yeah.
Dan
Like everyone in there,
Heavens.
they just have to like go at each other.
Or he's known,
I'm in love.
or as he's known in the Munich circle, Heavenly Dan,
Yeah.
Nice.
from the Deconstructing Dad podcast.
Yeah, which is a podcast that we're going to do a little recording tomorrow. So if you want to stick around for more live shit. Okay, I've got a few things that we can get into in the hour. But first off, let's catch up with the geeks. Does anyone have a bumper for that? Did we prepare?
I have, but I'll let Quad do it. Looks like he's
Okay.
getting ready for it.
Well, I was just trying to get to that page because I was. Let's.
Are we going to
Cole.
announce every bumper before we play it?
Doc, what's going on?
Identity has popped me.
He's one of those geeks.
Tell me more. They have a thin candy show. Tell me, I didn't know that.
What's going on?
Tell me.
Somebody get this big walking carpet out of my way.
Tell me more.
What's going on?
So, tell me more.
What's going on?
Well, that's
I need to know what's
a long one. Okay, so we're going to catch up with the geeks. And hey, Courtney disappeared.
I
He
like
left.
that.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
the
Every
best
time
part of the show.
Courtney leans back, he disappears into
There he is.
He's fixing it. I love it.
Oh, we just saw his wife walk by.
That was a Patrick Swayze and Ghost moment. Just fucking.
That's why I was covering up.
Oh, cover it up. Okay, so tell us.
Why? What was she
Tell
wearing?
us about this vacation and what was so important for you to get away and screw the pooch with Podtoberfest.
Staying married, number one.
It's not that big of a
That
deal,
was kind of
really.
important. I've been hearing good things.
Wow. Bitter much?
Yeah, no, we. I mean, there was a couple reasons that we really wanted to come here and had to come here during this time because two of my wife's brothers who live with their wives in Bakersfield, they traveled here to just visit, and one of them, a couple of them, they're both looking at moving here from fleeing the blue state of California and the liberal agenda of our governor.
Oh,
and the tax rate that's going to be near 56%, in the upcoming couple years. So they're looking to escape. Did you hear that California is actually thinking about charging the residents who leave the state alimony? Did you hear about that? They're trying to charge you taxes for 10 years after you leave the state.
Because everyone's fleeing.
I'm like, we didn't get married to California.
Is that possible? How do they do that?
Well, I've from what I've heard and garnered, there's been I wouldn't say a mass exodus, but there's been a lot of people leaving the state of California. So Rogan left.
Right, and everyone's following Rogan.
Apparently, Ben Shapiro is moving to Tennessee as well.
That's what he said.
There's been.
Could you imagine if fucking Shapiro and Quad become neighbors in Tennessee?
That'd be amazing. It's because of the, like you said, the tax rates, but also I think a big impetus is the liberal stance, I guess, or the homeless thing that's going on out there too, right? It's
polluted our parks. We can't. We have a needle exchange going on where it's great. You can
move out there.
Have free needles and then you just throw them in the park. It's wonderful for the kids. So yeah, and our creeks are filling up with blankets and all the stuff that gets swept away when the homeless people leave their shit
so
everywhere.
This isn't a
you know what we
vacation
should really be considering is like internment camps for the poor homeless people that we can't take care of in America. That's really where we should
just shoot them dead.
Yeah, I was thinking concentration camps, but okay.
I think more of a Soylent Green type of a scenario would be
just fucking eat them.
Yeah, we'll eat them.
And then serve them in their own soup kitchens.
Yeah,
that'd be perfect.
So you are on vacation, but you're also like on a scouting trip, right? Like you're thinking of moving to Tennessee.
Well, it depends if my boss is listening, but yeah.
Okay. Was it a secret?
Not anymore.
Oh.
Well, not anymore.
Busted it out.
I
don't feel bad.
Rest assured, your boss is probably listening to this YouTube live stream on a Saturday morning.
Yeah, she loves geek.
She can't get enough of you. She's like, oh, he's on vacation. Let me check in with him.
She's our audience, right? 60-year-old women.
Oh yeah.
So if you were to move, how does that affect your ability to practice in Tennessee? Then would you have to be relicensed?
Yeah, I've already looked up the reciprocity and all the rest of it. I would have to take like one legal and ethical test, but that's
you're gonna fail
just
that.
So I learned the laws that are different.
Just abacadabra, ABC, just like a meat test.
Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've been
pass every time.
Yesterday was traveling. We went to Chattanooga.
Way down yonder on the Chattahoochee.
It gets hotter than a hoochie coochie.
We went to Chattanooga Choo Choo Hotel. We saw it was not a really nice place. They have a bunch of bridges, but that was like 4 hours away.
Did you go to the Country Music Hall
before
of
that,
Fame?
we stopped at
Country Music Hall of Fame while you're in Tennessee.
I've seen it. I ate dinner at Luke Bryan's.
I will punch you in the fucking back of the head if you try to reference Luke Bryan as a
What's wrong with
singer.
Luke Bryan? He seems like a decent guy.
Oh my God,
he's got a
You've never even
restaurant.
heard a
I
song
don't
of
know.
his.
Took in his sister's kids and adopted them. He's a good dude.
It's terrible pop country music. Awful.
Sure.
Blake Shelton. I went to Blake
like
Shelton the night
all
before.
of country
How's that?
music.
That count?
Blake Shelton?
Only if Gwen Stefani was there.
Yeah, and Kid Rock. I mean, Kid Rock was.
I
big
feel
on
like we
the
lost
debate
Grant.
night.
No, I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm
Only took us 14 minutes.
When we when you guys start going to the far right, what am I going to say? Like, do we want to spend all morning arguing about politics and that? I'm not going to go.
I don't know. But I got to tell you, it was much more lively before we went on air. Jesus Christ! Like this is like everyone forgot how to talk.
Hey, why don't you just take what you can get?
I feel like you're
All right,
I feel
trying
like
to
you're
make
setting
space for
the
me.
bar pretty high right now.
I'm fucking starting.
Were we supposed to have a morning beer? We were.
Yeah, we are. Yeah. Why are we not had a morning beer, Cole?
I don't know. I can remedy that.
Beer wench.
Okay, that is
Wow.
not okay with me.
Wow.
That is not okay. Look at she jumped right up too. Funny thing was that I was talking to Brian. Okay, we're gonna have a beer. Okay, I want to play a game, guys, and this is gonna take a few minutes. So I'm gonna put the rules out there to the chat room, and I'm gonna put the rules out there to you guys. You guys have to look some stuff up, write it down, and then we'll come back to it by the end of the hour. We're gonna play a game I saw on Twitter where, okay, so you know Ryan Murphy, he's like he's big for like creating. What he created Glee. He's got Ratchet out now. He did Hollywood. So he likes to take like the idea was with Ratchet. He took a famous character and he's sort of like the Quentin Tarantino of TV, where he takes actresses kind of out of their game or whatever, and he gives them a new television life, right? Makes them a star of a TV show. So we're gonna play the Ryan Murphy game, and you're gonna take best picture of the year you were born, right?
Okay.
And then that's gonna be the TV show that you're gonna create. And then you are going to take the best actress from the year you were 10 years old, and that is going to be the star of your movie. And then if you can, and figure it out, and then at the end we're going to get together, and you're going to tell me what your movie is, and give me a little synopsis of how you would update it.
Okay, real quick. I don't want to scold you live on air in front of all of YouTube
yes,
and
you
the
do.
masses. I do. Slow the fuck down.
No, this is how I always
I
go.
followed half of that.
Well, that's your fault, not mine. The audience is already playing along.
I got the first
All
one.
right, best picture.
From 1983.
Best picture from the year you were born.
And then your best actress from the year you were 10 years old.
Yes.
And then you create a
Combine
movie.
those two. The actress is starring in that movie. Give me the synopsis of if you were going to Netflix and you were looking for a green light for a series. All right?
Gotcha.
That's your game you guys are going to play.
Now, everyone just stand by for 20 seconds while we all look that up.
No, you guys take the rest of the show. Audience, take the rest of the show. And we will go to... Now, this I figure would stir you guys up a little bit. Of course, you're looking something up, and I was going to have you jump into this. Hold on. I was going to have you jump into this, Cole. Go ahead and get that link right there. That's in the notes. Google has been giving keyword searches to the police. Now, I remember a few weeks ago we got into this big argument, and I was like this pansy for Apple, and you said that...
Patsy or pansy?
I was a pansy. You thought I was a pansy. Yes, I was a pussy. Because
Okay.
I was... And I argued with you that Apple has never given... any information away, right?
Yeah, okay, so I'm
And now-
vaguely remembering
Yes,
this.
and now Google, apparently some unreleased documents have come out, unsealed, sealed.
The
Yeah,
CNN
unsealed
report published on
documents.
Saturday, law enforcement requested the company to disclose the IP addresses of everyone who had looked up words relevant to their investigations. That seems like a very fucking... Yeah.
What's your thoughts on this?
I think that's bullshit.
Yeah?
I think if what you say is true, that Apple is still holding out and not giving them anything.
Correct.
I think there's a line to be drawn there, though. So if there's a little girl that's...
Oh, this movie's already been done.
Oh. If there's a little...
And then you got a moral development, right?
Well,
I mean, then you have to cross a certain
Right. So
threshold.
who's watching the watchers and who watches those watchers? But
Cheers.
my question is...
Cheers.
You know what this is? We're drinking...
Who's cheersing?
Transient Artisan Ale.
This is a fucking delicious beer right here.
And Courtney's drinking water.
You're not having a beer? Want a sip? Have a sip. Celebrate with me, Grant.
Oh,
It's weird. It's like he doesn't remember the stories we talk about incessantly on our own show. You're not drinking in the morning?
You mean-
Why not?
He's not.
Jesus, I'm not
He's not
asking.
starting his days
I'm not
over right
asking
now.
you to like,
Jesus
from now on
He's not
by
asking you
9:30,
to-
I want you to be tanked, Grant.
Now
It's
listen.
not taking your fucking turn, dude. He's not buying it a pair of shoes. No. So let me
If
hear
I
your
start
guys'
punching
thoughts.
you, will you feel more comfortable?
He'll be more used to it.
Yeah.
So what are you guys' thoughts? So now here's my scenario, right? So Apple doesn't give them anything ever, right?
Correct.
They won't disclose the
I
privacy
believe
of
there
their...
was one time because it was like a serious. They were like looking for like
you're on
it
the
was a
edge
child
of, yeah,
thing.
you're on
I
the
think.
edge of a fucking solving a case, and there's a child there, like
Yeah.
in a basement somewhere, and you're like, this is the piece of the puzzle the law enforcement needs.
Right.
I think they give up that information, but I think that they should have to have a process set in stone
You go
where
in there
they've
like
got to
James
reach
Bond and you fucking just whoop Tim Cook's ass.
so many thresholds in order to do that. But Google's just willy-nilly. Google's just fucking...
It's because it's ran by a bunch of fucking hippies.
I got a Google Pixel 2 right here.
Shout
I'm
out
about ready to
Google. Don't
throw
take us
this-
down. We're on live on YouTube right now.
Yeah, no kidding. Like, we wouldn't take a sponsorship from them
Right.
if they offered us
Right now, their
tomorrow.
analytics are like they're talking shit. Shut them down.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think that's bullshit, man. That's kind of crazy. What are your thoughts, though? You still holding true to?
No, I agree that if it comes down to, I don't know what this case was. I read it a while ago. I forget what it is, but I put it in the. It was one of those things where I was like, oh, I've got notes over here. This was something I knew Cole would attach to, so I put it in the notes. Forgot to read the article again, so I don't remember what the why they gave this information away.
So this is very interesting. The request for the IP address falls in a gray area of law. Police usually would have to narrow their focus to an individual before serving a warrant for information on searches, but keywords, warrants.
Aren't they looking
are
for like
outside
an arson or something? An address, right? They can look for people who are searching for a particular address.
It said it came to light when the police in Florida investigated an incident where a woman who accused singer R. Kelly of a sexual assault had her car vandalized. That can't be the same.
He didn't do it.
Well, he would have peed on it.
Innocent.
Here's the thing. This sort of is like early days of Minority Report. Right? Like it's like precog. It's like they start searching for people who are looking for a particular information. They narrow it down to those 30 people, and then one of those has to be the guilty one, right?
What do you guys think of like
theoretically profiling?
Yeah,
like is the precursor to that, which has been happening for years.
Profiling is okay, right? I mean, that's how they find people.
Yeah,
certain types of it are okay.
You can figure out the
sure. I mean,
racial profiling is fine.
Well,
yeah, Jay said it.
Wait. Nobody said racial. It's profile.
I was being sarcastic.
Well, that's the thing you do when you try to hunt down a criminal is you create a profile for them, and then people that meet that profile are right.
They just tend to start at the top of the list, which is people of color. But
okay,
well,
I'm not biting on that. I'm not starting. It's too early for politics. It's 9 o'clock.
What are you talking about? Literally, they opened up the show with like Courtney's talking about, and that governor, that liberal governor, and all of his,
all the blankets are in the creeks.
All the blankets and the needles are in the creeks.
I agreed with those statements, so I'm not going to argue with it.
Corral the homeless people and kill them all.
Okay, so real quick, your guys' take. Should Google? What's your guys' idea of what should the law be? Because it was a gray area, right? So should it be like particular types of crimes, or if they have enough evidence, should they be able to go to them, or should these companies stand on there and be like, no, figure your shit out yourself? Because it is sort of like once you start giving it, where's the line at? Because then you can go to, it's like law, right? It's like, oh, this happened before, so we have to.
I think that the government should have, at some point, the power to subpoena or pull that information if it's a life and death, good of the public type of a scenario. But I think there should be a due process in place, and this should be just like any other like civil right for an American. And I think that, like, even though this is all voluntary, like, you want to say how voluntary it is to have your phone and look up information, and they say you can do VPNs now. I don't know how accurate that is, or if it does, in fact, work.
Brian?
Does a VPN secure your information?
What about two-sided encryption?
Nope. Now, so that's the thing is, it's voluntary to have that phone,
marketing.
but everybody's doing it, and we're like in this brave new world where...
That's where my stance is, because we got in the argument. I'm like, you know what? This day and age, there's no fucking privacy, whether you think you have it or not.
Yeah.
And I know you're arguing that we should be able to have it, and yes, but we gave it up when we went and bought our fucking phones. Like they're what's that show on Netflix, Grant, that we talked about?
The same people that are screaming and yelling about privacy are the same people who have fucking Tinder accounts. They're on TikTok, they're on Twitter, they're on Facebook, but they want privacy. They want
but
come on.
Now hang on.
But you got to be in control.
Yeah,
of
right.
yourself.
Because you're saying Big Brother shouldn't exist or should exist. You're saying it's you're giving into it.
I'm saying I'm not giving into anything. I'm saying it's
because
ludicrous
to yourself.
It's ludicrous to make an argument that your privacy is the pinnacle of your right, but yet you give away that right willingly when you go to Tinder and Grindr and Facebook and all of them. You choose to be on social. It's called fucking social media.
But
I want privacy, but I also want to be on social media where everybody can see my face and know everything about me.
One of those,
look, here's the shit I took this morning.
Every one of those companies
here's my bagel
say your
I just
privacy
ate. Come on.
is protected.
Right.
But
There's an expectation when you sign up for that information.
There's an expectation. No one signs up for social media and has an expectation of privacy. And if they do, they've read nothing. They have read nothing.
Well, okay.
That is not the world we live in, and it's all in writing.
My dick just receded a little bit.
We're
I feel like I'm
talking
being
about
excited
different
about my
things.
Yeah, I know.
We're talking about two different things: what I choose to post, and then what people can pull out of my computer.
Yes,
or my
very
phone.
true. Yeah,
that's different, right? I mean, I don't post stuff I don't want posted.
It's in the contract that you digitally sign, no one reads it. They're not
those?
Exactly. That doesn't make who reads them is an excuse.
So it's our
you
fault.
should fucking read them
Wait,
if
hold
you
on.
want to have those rights
Do you
and
read
protect them.
You read them.
No, I don't. But this is the argument to make. If you're so concerned about it, read it,
So
and if
I
you accept it,
gets rid of everything, right?
But Grant,
this idea you read the Constitution, don't you? You know what's in it, don't you? You sure as fuck know your Second Amendment, right?
okay.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. Right.
Okay.
I'm not arguing.
I know, but I'm trying to. You guys are taking a stance without
I'm not taking a stance.
applying the same kind of diligence that you do to other things in your life with your beliefs.
They have so there's a monopoly, if you will, even on like the market. So everyone and anyone who wants to get news, wants to do anything of convenience, wants to use the internet, online, social media, any of that. It's the way of the world now. Everyone in this. Just my 70-year-old mom has a Facebook account. Everyone is doing that. So if that's the way,
I don't have a Facebook account.
Okay, fine. You have
Yes,
Twitter.
you do.
No, I
You
don't.
have Facebook Messenger.
No, actually, I do not have Messenger through Facebook. I don't.
You messaged me last night.
It's not through Facebook.
It's Facebook Messenger.
Oh.
Guys, what I'm saying is this is the way society is going. So that if this is the way society is going, the newspaper is going to be obsolete in a few years. Like there's
No,
gonna be-
newspapers are without
I
a
was gonna
doubt
say they're
dying.
not.
They're going to be obsolete. It's going to then like the phone book. We're not going to have a phone book. I mean, this is the way that the country and that the world is transitioning.
That's
so,
funny. That's funny you bring that up. How many phone numbers do you know off the top of your head right now?
911.
Every
My
time I go to call my daughter, I'm like,
yeah.
fuck, I don't know.
I
what
know.
I think I know my ex-wife's because I used to dial it all the time from my plant phone.
Bitch.
Great caller. No, but but back to the seriousness of this argument. That's
I'm
the way
in
that
your
the world is
house.
going. So there needs to be some sort of protection provided to people. I think.
Yes.
People need to understand it more clearly. It's like when-
Social media
So,
police.
no. So to Courtney's point, then that protection is nobody reads it. Therefore, that document, that contract, that digital, library of information that tells you we're going to take that stuff without your permission.
But it doesn't say that.
It certainly does. One of the things that Facebook has in their contract,
How do you know?
because I have read about the photographs and the photography aspect of both Facebook and
Look at this photograph.
Yeah, but it says it in a language that people don't understand. I think
it
For
says
the
they
most
can
part.
use your shit if you post it,
Black
if they
and white.
so choose
That's
to.
verbatim.
black and white.
They can use your
But
shit.
that's just like so. My point earlier I was going to make was like the credit card industry back in the day.
Yep.
Now they have credit
Yep.
card statements that are super simplified.
Sure.
If you do this, this is what you're going to be paying.
Yeah,
Here's
yeah,
your
yeah.
interest. It's going to calculate it for
Cable bills are the same.
So now
Cell
like
phone.
the onus is on the consumer, of course, because they need to understand what they're getting themselves into, and you shouldn't just sign your name willy nilly or sign your name to a Facebook account willy nilly. But also, there's some sort like everybody's doing it. So what are the masses doing? No one's reading your Facebook terms of your use agreement.
right.
Okay,
Right.
But that's not so. So you either, I know you'll understand this, being on opposing sides of politics. Usually, if you don't like it, change the law. You have to legislate.
Right.
So but until then, that contract exists. So your inability or your willingness to not read it is on you.
Yeah, I agree. I
So
agree.
whatever they do with your information, again, that's on you because of your choice you made. So if you don't want that choice to be available, or you don't want, you either have to change the law, change the legislation, get them to change their contracts, or you don't sign up.
That's exactly what we were talking
I
about.
think
though, right?
I feel like we're arguing way before what the argument is like should Google or whatever give some
Yeah,
information
well, we took a
away to
left
solve
turn.
crime.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, so in theory, yeah, we agree. Of course, we're stuck in this time. But you were asking me what my thoughts were and what should be done. So I say what should be done is there needs to be some sort of like due process set up, some sort of legislation.
Put AOC in front of it.
Make it part of the new Green Deal.
Yeah.
Going forward, there needs to be something needs to be done. I agree. I don't think it needs to sit as it is now.
Let's transition just to a kind of like a tangent point, right? Because we're the broad subject matter is
I should have taken my brain pills this morning with Grant. I gotta fucking be on my game.
Yeah.
the broad subject that we're looking at, right? Is
Let me know when you
privacy.
need a dick and fart joke.
Privacy, right?
I'll bring you in. Call in the dick and
70.
fart. Go ahead, Grant. The floor is yours.
We're talking about privacy, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
An individual's right to privacy. Where do those rights come in? When do you give up those rights? So of course my argument was like most of society
When
now
you're born, you give
willingly gives up those rights,
Yes.
but yet continues to argue that that's not fair.
Now I don't know if they're arguing, but
hang
they're
on.
more so bitching.
Let's look at the UK, right?
Okay.
Think about how Big Brother is involved in their life, and it's an accepted thing. But the benefit of the government and Big Brother, now of course there's a portion of their society that's like they hate that, it's horrible. But you look at.
I'm not familiar with what happens in the UK.
So they have
cameras.
They have
everywhere.
CCTV cameras
Yeah.
everywhere. Like if a crime is committed, they solve it quickly.
Okay.
If someone is doing something or breaking the law,
That's what Facebook is doing right now for.
they solve it quickly. Now,
Can I have a piece of tape for my webcam?
there's easily an argument to be made on both sides. I don't think that I'm very good in arguing the side which says, no, I don't want that. I don't like it. Because for me, I'm on the side of like, I'm not breaking the law. I don't really give a shit. Like if they want to film me taking a piss or I'm going to the train station and I hop the thing and
I see you, Dougie.
I don't. If it is protecting
Check the
society
ends, Dougie.
and not being abused, I just don't see the issue with it. Right? It's. I know that there are issues with it. I just don't know if I necessarily grasp them or I would be able to simply because I don't.
And I'm not
a
ready
criminal.
to-
Like
yeah.
I'm not out doing something illegal to where if I'm caught on CCTV.
But we also don't know to what extent. That's the thing too. Is
If
that
I do
it's
this, like, will we get along better if as I'm talking, I play my, and I.
Yeah, I think I like that.
So,
Hey.
are we going to, if we turn this into a streaming conversation, have we watched Social Dilemma?
I got about a half hour, 40 minutes into it with my kid, and we got distracted and haven't gone back to it. But it is certainly.
I hear it's a lot of like
Terrifying.
propaganda though. It's a lot of like, it's almost like 30, 40 years ago where the TV's going to rot your brain. Like it's basically that for social media now. It's all the negative aspects of
I
social
would
media.
think that too, except for the fact that every single person, save for the.
I'm just telling you what I heard.
Save for the weird
watched it.
fictional story that they're telling to illustrate some of these concepts, because they've got some actors that are recognizable, and they're weaving this.
Yeah, they're trying to make it interesting, like relatable.
But all of the people that speak to these issues,
Yeah.
right, are the people that were inherent in creating them.
Yes, I've yeah.
So I don't think it's
there's-
propaganda.
Right. Well,
I think they're like, fuck, we fucked up the world, and now we're going to speak out about it and what's really
Okay,
going on.
okay.
Just like the Keurig guy. We've talked about this before. The Keurig guy, he said it was literally the worst invention ever.
Right.
He regrets it because the amount of pollution.
It's like
From
the
the
one.
K-Cups.
It's like the one
Yeah,
guy
from
from
the
the
K-Cups.
Manhattan Project. I mean,
Alan.
created the bomb, and now the Keurig guy.
Oh.
It's a great idea
Modern day.
until it ruins the world, and then they're like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
God, I forgot about the K-Cup. You know what? I should stop using those. I do use those. I went from water bottles to I made my kids do a plastic water bottle refillable every day because Wrestling Mom Amanda yelled at me. You know how many
I know.
water bottles you're using here? I was like, yeah, throw them away. They just burn them in my
Put
backyard.
him in Courtney's River.
Burn them in my backyard.
I
Courtney,
sent them to California.
where were you going with the social dilemma?
Oh, I was just trying to take this conversation that we're having and kind of make it like a streaming thing, because I think this is a streaming show.
Not with Grant. No.
Touche.
Yeah.
Touche, Courtney.
Or for Courtney, douche.
For all the listeners tuning in for the first time, that's Courtney's passive-aggressive way of trying to redirect conversation that has gone far off the beaten path that we had planned.
We have 3 or 4 lead mics here, so we're all going to be.
Hey,
wrestling
look, I'm
all
happy
day.
to talk streaming, but I got a couple more things we can get to, and then we get back to our game because I'm curious what your guys' synopsis is. So let's move on here. I don't know what happened to this link here. Okay,
I do have one comment before we move off the politics. Regarding the debate, because I was here, Nashville.
Oh yeah.
Is this about
Yeah.
streaming? Just out of curiosity.
I made $44 on that debate
He will bet
because
anything.
I
you
bet
bet
that
on the
Biden
fucking
would walk.
debate?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
because
we had a drinking game.
I saw the
drink,
odds were almost even that Biden would walk out with a mask. So I'm like, I'll bet $45 on that. And he walked out with a mask.
That Biden would?
Yeah,
Well,
that
of course
Biden
he would. He doesn't taking it off.
Right, easy money.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying. Okay.
Man,
That's all I had to say.
What
I just
an
wanted to
idiot!
blow it
Why
up.
would he wear a mask? Like, has no one told this guy that it's like not even bad as the flu?
Grant, COVID's
like
not
what
real.
what we need to do is just have everybody get it, and whoever lives, and who doesn't, they're immune.
It's just the government trying to control
Well,
us.
that's true. Let's do that. If I could schedule it, I would. I think I want it like on November 17th.
Have you seen the betting pool for the that had come about for all of those debates, or any time that one of them, there's betting pools for their behaviors, regardless of whether it's a debate or not.
Right.
But
Pocket
like
square.
malarkey is a sure bet.
Okay.
That's always a good one.
All
Or
right.
I'm from Scranton is a sure bet. Those are
See? Those
those are
fun.
always good ones.
I must have had a brain fart. I don't know what you're talking about.
If Trump tells if Trump tells a lie, that's a sure bet.
Okay,
Oh, that's you'd know why there'd be odds on that because he lies all the
let's
time.
talk politics in our realm of the world, which is cinema. Okay, is it dead?
politics
Is it
of
coming back? So there was a article the other day. Liam Neeson's new movie came out recently. I had it in here, but for some reason the link went over it.
movie
What was the name of it?
theater,
What was
Can't save cinema. What will
I will
update
find
on
you.
game?
there was more here. I don't know where it went, but okay. So regardless, he had a movie come out. It opened with $3.7 million, and they were usually Neeson's movies open between 11 and 13 million easily. So the article saying that it wasn't just Tenet that couldn't save cinema. It's like cinema just is not there. No one's going to the movies because even like this movie where he regularly brings in a little bit of money was even with what's the Robert De Niro movie that just came out? Grandpa Saves Christmas or some shit, whatever it's called. Open at like 3.5.
I don't care what you say. That fucking trailer was
It looks kinda
hilarious.
funny. Yeah.
And I got to tell you, Rob Riggle, if you've never watched his stand-up,
in the face.
yeah, everybody sees those little bits he does in films,
Yeah.
but like him carrying a movie is going to be amazing. The kids and I just watched 2 full seasons of that. Do you remember the show Wipeout?
Yeah.
Okay, so basically what they did with Stephen Curry is they created this ultimate mini golfing show, which is just like Wipeout, except with
love that.
putt golf.
What's it
Steph
on?
Curry,
Is it
the
on
basketball
Netflix?
player.
Yes,
It's on
and
Netflix?
no, it's on Hulu ABC. So it's streaming. It's streaming. I'm talking
Okay.
about streaming.
Okay.
It's called Holy Moly. Rob Riggle and I forget the name of the other host are the
announcers.
The
Color
announcers.
commentary.
And what's funny is that Rob Riggle, of course, is the off the cuff improvisational.
So is it like
comedic? And the other guy plays the straight man.
Is it
And it's the only
Dodgeball?
reason why
Dodgeball,
Yes,
the
it is.
Ocho?
It is.
Yeah.
It's dodgeball. As far as that kind of commentary goes, met with like extreme mini golf. And
How do you have extreme mini golf? Is there like someone like jumping out of the bushes attacking you? No, you're talking way too loud.
well, I can step back.
Okay.
Step
And don't
back,
ever
you're
touch my board again.
dancing
Or turn your-
kinda close.
Mic down.
Yeah,
So you
they have that.
distracted
It's
me.
like waterfalls, and they hit it over, crazy stuff.
Okay, so
and,
you've seen this.
They have to, they have to hit the ball and then run around a course and stop it before it goes into
Was
the
that
water.
like a Snickers
and-
commercial years ago? It was like they were like
Joe
mixing
Tessitore
sports. There was
calls
like
the
there was like
play-by-play.
tackle golf.
And then Rob Riggle's the color commentator. Jenny Mai?
Yeah, she's like walking around talking to the
She's on
competitors and
the
stuff.
sideline,
The
right? Like the
competitors.
sideline
But it's
reporter.
it's hilarious.
Did
And
Kurt
Rob
Russell
Riggle is
design
just
the
really,
course from Overboard?
That's funny. So I'm sorry, that was a tangent because you mentioned Rob Riggle, and recently he is the guy is just hilarious.
He's always
So
fun.
I'm glad that he's getting to go from his little bit parts in all these other films, and then to be in a film that he's carrying with Robert De Niro.
Yeah.
So it's a
that's
movie.
exciting.
It's not a TV show.
Holy Moly is the TV show that we were referring to, but he mentioned the Robert De Niro Christmas film that essentially
I sent him
should have
down the
gotten a
downward
lot
spiral.
more.
I got you.
Sorry,
Actually, the movie's doing
Rabbit
pretty
hole.
well.
Clarification.
So
I think there's a good chance that cinema will be about 40%, if we're lucky, of what it was.
for how
and
long?
I hesitate to bring this up. I'm just looking 5 years,
Right.
right? I mean,
I think it's going to be a
but
specialty.
my kid went to a comedy club last night and sat in a regular comedy club in the, different states have different rules.
Right.
So, yeah. Did you hear? Now I hesitate to bring this up because it's probably in the some Twitter DM that we have. But did you see AMC is renting out theaters
yeah,
now?
you can rent it.
That you can get a group
Yeah,
of
like
your-
a couple $100. You can rent the whole theater and get a movie.
Yeah, for like 20 people and a first round
Yep.
movie, you get Tenet for $350 or something
What?
like that. I mean,
Yeah.
That's brilliant. And see, but you know what? If you think about it, that's what COVID has done, is it's forced people to become more creative and roll with the punches than they've ever been. Am I right?
I love America and capitalism.
I mean, think about that. Think about how many people have come up with just astoundingly creative ways to continue making money or to try and recoup money they've lost.
What's that smirk?
Or vote.
No, you're thinking of something. You're like, fuck America, or not? You wouldn't say fuck America, but what's your issue?
I'll draw my gun on you right now for saying fuck America.
You probably brought it with you.
I should. I'm in here with a bunch of fucking liberals.
He's always strapped.
No, I
never know when he's going to run into a squirrel.
Goose. Apparently, goose is geese.
Right.
No, I was giggling about quad fucking humming God Bless America.
Oh, okay.
Why you always got to try to call me out?
Because I figure you're always got a little something going on in the back of your head. I want to hear it.
I'm on the defensive. Grant's got me on the defensive.
Does he?
What?
He's pushing offense 24/7.
Right, he is.
I'm always watching Grant.
Mm-hmm.
I love it. So would you? I mean, let's say you could get like a third run movie or a not quite streaming movie for $150, but you get like Tenet or a first run movie for like $350. But it's we're talking like midweek, not weekend.
Well, yeah,
time.
if you get enough people, it's going to cost you the same as going to a movie, right? You just get everyone to put in $10 or whatever.
Well, like for your house.
It's like a UFC fight.
I go to the movies, pay $70 just to go to see a movie. That's if it's $10 a piece.
Now, when you say
$60.
AMC, are you talking about the theater chain or are you talking about the television company?
The theater company.
The theater chain.
Okay, I just wasn't sure. I mean,
because I think Regal's closing.
Well, that's what I heard. They're closing through January. Are we starting that? We're live on air.
Warming Grant up.
Okay.
So, the interesting thing about that, Courtney, is what I would do then, knowing that now, is I'm going to take that to my company. And my company is so incredibly large, I can promote that as a benefit to our employees or get them to kind of build that into our employee benefit package with regards to our cultural benefits. So, like at my company, they pay for all of our food, drinks, snacks throughout a workday. We don't have vending machines or anything like that. It's a very kind of Google structured environment with that.
Oh, so you guys are giving away
that work-life balance
too.
Culture.
Okay.
So
yeah, it's like Podtoberfest.
They do these crazy things, and so I think that would be great if they were like, hey, we're having a company sponsored event, or as employees, we've set the theater up for this week. You guys can go and. Et cetera, et cetera.
Well, I think essentially what they're doing is they're passing the risk on to the purchaser, right? Because now if people show up and you bring your 20 friends and someone passes the COVID,
it's their fault.
It ain't their fault.
They just supplied. Yeah.
Seems to me like AMC, like from this like the one on Alpine that I've been to, they could fill up their theaters with maybe like if you get groups of people, 4, 3, families can sit together, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like. You get to really kind of just put one seat in between you. And you're so socially distanced in those theaters now with the big luxury seats.
Yeah.
I think that, like, you literally, if they would have looked at their business
sell
plan,
out every row or every other row.
Not even every other row. I think they could have just put a seat in between you and you'd be pretty much fine.
Mm-hmm.
Large families. And if you're in there onesies and twosies, yeah. But they would be like, hey, here's the stipulations. We got assigned seating. You're going to sit where we tell you. Large groups of family are going to sit here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think that AMC could have ran during this whole thing. And been fine within the social distancing
guidelines.
I
think if there's a lot of fear. There's a lot of like community fear, right? Now it's to the point it's like, well, I'm not going to go see a movie because I don't know if, what.
Well, yeah, look at the gyms are open back up, and I have yet to see Planet Fitness filled up. And I don't know if that's what
10
people,
or 15 people there is the most I've seen.
Well, I don't know if that's just people that don't want to work out with a mask, if that's the problem.
Probably a little bit of all of that, yeah.
But I mean, it's not that big of a. That's not that big of a deal.
It's all about the dollars, right? Because my flight, both my flights. Packed to the gills. So they were filling every seat. There's no every other seat. There's no every other row. But apparently we can't sit in a restaurant, but you can apparently fly because the airlines need the money.
Right, but to that end, at least the plane was just filled with conservatives, so no harm, no foul.
Dougie wants to know, Grant, can you communicate with the Empire with those headphones?
I know it. I told you before we started the show, didn't I?
I was laughing. He made another comment. Where's it at? He says maybe the pandemic will bring the business of film into reality. I don't know what he means by that. Does he mean like I don't want more reality TV shows? It seems like that's what's happening anyways.
I don't know what he means by that. the business of films more into reality?
Yeah, I don't know.
I hope they're not talking about there. I hope he is not.
We have enough reality TV show here in the United States.
Okay, so this first hour, little off the rails, a little bit of a rough start. No big deal. It happens every year.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get us back on track.
Oh, you are?
I am.
Okay.
So initially we were supposed to have all kinds of conversations about streaming. We didn't get to all of it, but we do have
we have holdovers.
We have holdovers. We got some things that we want to get through real quick. So, again, I want to thank Dan Evans, who has sponsored the first 45 minutes and these last 15 as we close out the hour. So, Dan Evans from Deconstructing Dad podcast, your co-host.
Yeah.
He's also been a longtime friend. He is a beautiful man. I absolutely love the guy, and I appreciate the fact that he has taken the time to donate some money to the endeavor. Very cool of him. I'm really excited, and you're probably more in the know, and I don't often listen to Deconstructing Dad, so of what he's working on with regards to projects behind the scenes on HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and those various things that he gets to see long before the viewing public. So thanks, Dan. Appreciate it. Look forward to talking to you soon. Hopefully next year we will be together as we intended for this year. Damn you,
I don't know where you're going with this, but we need to update on our game that I had you guys play.
Yep, that's where.
Okay.
Did you want me to keep going, or do you want to do it? Just checking. All right.
I have a request.
I don't want to see my movie.
I'm going to need help.
You are?
I don't.
Yeah. Because I don't
your wife
really know
is there,
my
is she
actor.
not?
You don't know your actor? Okay, we can help you with that.
I can absolutely do. So what you're going to want to type in is what year were you born, Courtney?
No, I know who they are.
No. What? Oh.
I just can't place Art Carney in My Fair Lady.
I got...
Because I don't know
How
enough about
fucking
Art
old
Carney.
are you?
I rocked all of you. I'm just going to tell you that right now. Nothing you guys say or present is going to be better than mine.
Then put it out
I
there.
feel so blessed and lucky right now.
Okay, for those of you that are coming in, we're playing a game. It's the Ryan Murphy game where you take the actress and you tie it with the movie. So we took the best picture from the year we were born. So when we get to us, say the year you were born, say the picture, and then you take the best actress from the year you were 10 years old, and then we're going to create a TV show around that. A Netflix series like Ryan Murphy sort of did with Sarah, what's her face, for Ratched.
That would be Sarah Paulson.
Sarah Paulson.
And Ryan Murphy has single-handedly elevated her into rock star status.
Oh, yeah. I mean, but she seems to be rock star status in his world. Like,
without a doubt.
She's done. She was in.
Wasn't she Buffy?
Glass.
Did she do Buffy?
Buffy the TV. She was in Buffy. I don't know.
Who's the blonde I'm thinking of? That was. No. I'm not saying she was Buffy. I'm saying she was a part of that television series, short term.
Everybody was in that show, so you could be right.
No, I know that.
No,
that was the. Sister.
I know Buffy. I watched it, but
it's
there is a blonde. I'm almost sure it was Sarah Paulson.
Jennifer Aniston.
So that is the game.
Okay, never mind.
Let's go around. Quad, you go first. You're the oldest.
I would say I got My Fair Lady.
The year was.
So.
And
the year was.
The year was 1965.
Okay.
God.
My
Isn't that
Fair
a musical?
Lady.
I'm old.
What was the Challenger
and
like?
I missed. I had the guy Art Carney, but I don't know the gal either. I mean, I was a baby.
What year were you 10 years old?
75.
What was the actress?
He was
Best
born in
actress,
65.
1975.
You do the math.
Yeah, it was Ellen Burns.
Okay,
Ellen Bernstein?
For Alice Doesn't Live Here Anymore.
I didn't even look up the guy. I just did the woman.
Wow.
You don't need the guy.
I did the best act. I typed in best actress 1973 or 93.
Yes,
that's correct.
So we've got Ellen Burstyn is starring in a remake of My Fair Lady. I feel like she's probably close to dead, so she's not remaking anything.
Yeah.
So that
I don't. And so using my crappy example, what type I would pitch like, hey, I want Ellen Bernstein to be in My Fair Lady, and this time I want her to be not from the Cockney part of Britain, but she's going to be from the southern part of Alabama, and she's going to try to become a sophisticated Michigander.
Okay.
Like that?
Yeah.
I mean, is that
if I'm the head of
concept?
I've heard enough, I'm not greenlighting your series. Grant.
Oh, I don't like it either. She's a crappy actress.
I feel like you're being kind of an ageist right now by going in order of oldest to youngest, which is weird.
Just deal with it.
All right, so
if I would have went youngest to oldest, he'd have been like, well, why are you taking so long to get to me?
the year is 1973.
Okay.
The movie The Godfather.
Oh, they're actually doing a documentary on it. I'll talk about it in a minute.
10 years later,
Mm-hmm.
Meryl Streep wins Best Actress for Sophie's Choice. The runner-up, Best Supporting Actress, Jessica Lange for Tootsie.
So are you going to put both of them
So I'm
in The
going to put
Godfather?
both of them in their own television series in which they run a gangland gangster
Right.
empire.
Okay.
Okay?
Godmother.
And sure, let's call it that.
Okay.
So you've got these two rather elderly women,
Yeah.
right?
Mamma mia.
Just outside of their prime, right?
Yeah.
And
I would buy
they
Jessica
happen to
Lange as the hitman. the hit woman.
they happen across an opportunity in which what they're going to do is they're going to basically build their empire using, probably younger, more famous actresses to be their their hit women and their enforcers and run the deals
Hit girl.
and build
Okay.
their empire, right?
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So that's the show,
Okay.
right? And of course there's got to be some sort of dogged, intrepid
Right.
FBI agent or
What's the modern day horse head in the bed?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to confess something. Everyone that ever listens to this, whenever they listen to it, and the people in this room are going to be like, I can't believe Grant just said that.
I've never seen it either.
Never seen it.
Godfather.
I
Never
started-
seen Godfather?
I
Never
started
watched it.
I was so fucking
Don't
bored
care.
by it.
It's literally the only genre of cinema and television that I do not like.
Mafia movies?
I do not like mafia films. They've never spoken to me. I think that the
Casino, Goodfellas?
Casino's excellent.
I like one, Oscar. Or two, Johnny Dangerously as well.
Johnny Dangerously, Michael Keaton, right? Yeah, oh my God.
Have you seen
Picks
Goodfellas?
two
Casinos?
comedies.
I have seen Goodfellas. I have seen Casino. But I just not a fan. Like that's as far as I could get. You know what? I take that back. The
Donnie Brasco.
Untouchables
Very good
is
movie.
probably for me. The Untouchables is
It's untouchable.
you can't get beyond that. Or even if you could, I wouldn't probably appreciate it. I just don't. They don't. It's the only genre that doesn't speak to me. I'll watch any type of film. I just don't watch.
What about The
mobster movies.
Departed?
Excellent fucking movie.
But you wouldn't
So
really
do you-
say that's old school mafia.
Yeah,
Right? That's
yeah.
kind of more
Yeah,
Yeah.
modern day.
So,
modern day
yeah.
crime /
I think if we're
underworld
talking
type.
nostalgia and
Town.
old school,
The Town with
we're
Ben
going
Affleck.
with.
Yeah.
The modern day gangster type bank robbers.
The Town?
The Town is
I
fucking
haven't seen
excellent.
that.
You've never
We've
seen
got
The
6
Town?
minutes, so get me your
Oh,
movie.
okay. All right. So we'll greenlight yours. We'll start with the season. I guess I'm going next. Mine is.
We'll give you creative control. Get the
Wait,
fuck
wait,
out of
wait,
here.
I said
wait.
I was playing the Netflix
It's,
greenlight guy.
It's 2 seasons, or you don't
I'm
get it.
giving
yeah.
you a season. Deal with it. We'll see how you film
gonna
it.
be
You
like
saw
Firefly.
you saw that Mindhunter gets no 3rd season.
Yeah.
I saw that. Too expensive, right?
Well, that
bullshit
was
is
a
what that
year
is.
ago.
That's a good
Well, it was one of those.
series.
It was held indefinitely. If David Fincher stops being so busy, they'll go back and do a season.
Give us your movie.
Okay, my movie is 1977, Rocky, Best Picture,
Oh, yeah.
and the Best Actress coming back, and I say she plays Rocky, Sally Field.
I put her in as Adrian, maybe.
Go ahead,
right.
pitch it.
Put her in a nut out.
You
punched
You know
me.
what?
You
She
really
she was
punched
she-
Outstanding.
Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll update a little bit, and she'll play the role of Rocky, but as Creed, and she teaches a younger woman to fight. Her daughter that comes back. Her
MMA.
Yeah, there we go.
Hillary
MMA.
Swank. She does Hillary
No,
Swank. Come on.
we already did that with our
$1 Million Baby.
I feel like
yeah.
So the movie you're even pitching's already been done.
No, because that was an old man teaches a girl. This is Sally Field. Bite your tongue.
Uh-huh.
Her daughter discovers her, and she's going to teach her MMA. Yeah, but we got to hire an actress.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally
Hold
see
on, hold on.
Sally Field
We
in
need
the.
we need an
I can
actress
totally see
that
it. See?
that you wouldn't see as a fighter, and then all this, like Marvel does it, and all of a sudden they come back
What
and they're
about
like,
what about the one that actually is in the Mandalorian?
oh
the
yeah,
brunette?
Cara Dune.
Gina
Carano?
Yeah.
Cor-
Gina Carano is a
There you
badass
go.
though, and she did
Carano.
fight.
I
Yeah.
watched every single one of her fights,
Oh.
and I watched her when she was an American Gladiator.
How's Bragging Camp?
I didn't know
that's
she
right,
was
they
American
redid that.
Gladiator.
I absolutely love Gina Carano. I've watched all of her films
What did she
except for
fight
her
under?
newest
She wasn't
one.
under the UFC. She was it Strike Force?
She was UFC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she was
she was
UFC.
Was she?
She fought in UFC. That's where I knew her from. I recognized
I
her in
didn't
the movie. I'm
recognize
like,
her at
wait,
all.
that's a UFC
Yeah.
fighter.
She wasn't a big UFC fighter then.
She
Yeah,
was,
she-
she
well,
was
I don't-
definitely good.
Yeah.
Right. But
never contention for a belt. or anything,
she I'll tell you what she's been able to do.
she's
She's
early.
been able to take her very short career, and unlike Ronda,
Rousey.
unlike Ronda Rousey, she is charismatic. She has great screen presence. Obviously, now that she's in the Star Wars world, even though I've seen all of her films before and watched her fight, like now her name is really going to get out there because of the sheer width and breadth of, the Star Wars world and how people.
To be fair, she's been noticed for quite a while. She's just not been a household name. I mean, she was in Deadpool. Soderbergh pulled her out of fighting obscurity for
Right, but what I'm saying is
Haywire.
when they put her into the Mandalorian, her name
Right.
blew up.
Well, yeah, because you're in a Star Wars thing.
People
Yeah,
want
yeah.
her to have her own series because of that. You know what I mean?
We've discussed that. Yeah.
my
Gina
movie.
Carino's record was 7-1-0.
Okay.
in
Nice.
the UFC.
Can I just say something? Because it'd be the second, third time you've pointed this out. Because you say it because you're talking so fast and it's just a thought that pops in your head. There's going to be a lot of things that I say
How
that
do you have a problem with how I talk?
Listen, you're not.
Podcast
See what
with
he's
me for
doing right now?
12
Like
years.
he's not even letting him get
I
it
am
out.
not going to sit here all day long
Listen,
and moderate for you.
I-
Right. Listen to me. Shh, shh. So I'll say something,
shush me,
or I'll
Listen to
refer.
him.
Oh my God!
Listen to him.
I want to hear Cole's movie.
I know you do. I want to say this and get it out.
Get it out.
There's going to be lots of times today where I reference something, I ask a question, or I say something that you've already talked about, but I don't know that
That's
because
your-
I don't listen to
that's
your
your fault.
900 other
It's your fault.
shows.
I listen to all of your
Right?
shows.
Oh, for fuck's
Say
sakes.
something, I'm giving up on
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, I listen to all of your shows, Grant.
He's joking. 1983, the best year on the planet when Cole Brevis was born. Movie of the year, Gandhi.
Wait, hold on.
I think I might have
Was it
Grant
the
beat.
best movie or best year because you were born?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Well,
so it's
I-
not the best year of cinema.
Yeah. That's
Okay, so we have
when I
Gandhi.
graced this planet with my presence.
Gandhi,
December
and then we're
10th.
gonna have a female.
No, I went with
Dalai
the male.
Lama.
I went with the
Why
male.
does everyone have to be a female?
I went with the male because it just.
You sexist pig.
Well, I didn't really. It was Emma Thompson for the female. I didn't really
Okay.
care for. I don't know a whole lot of her film.
She looked good in a robe, though.
I went with
Dogma?
Was that her?
Emma Thompson's not in Dogma.
So 1993
Kevin
best
Smith.
actor. 1993 best actor, drawing you both back in, was Al Pacino. So Al Pacino is Gandhi.
Oh.
So I thought just a complete whitewashing of the Gandhi just would be kind of fucking stupidly funny. I was trying to think of a good quote
You have
I could
to
do.
use-
Can you do a good Al Pacino?
Peace instead of
Fighting. In a gentle way, you can shake the world. Terrible. Terrible Al Pacino.
All right, let's wrap this first hour shit show up.
Yeah, that was
Where's
a
my-
shit show.
where's my-
Silly ass shit show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this- I see why this thing's going to be 12 hours.
Hey, bring
Wow.
your fucking A game. All right.
Wow.
Go get an energy drink. We're gonna come back for hour 2. We've got a couple things that we didn't hit. We've got more. In the notes it says
Morning
as
show
soon as I
hour
can
2
get
coming
to
up.
it.
Shout out just one more time for the sponsor. Thanks to Deconstruction Dad and Dan from the podcast. Also, special shout out to listener Brian Auer who made the trip up here in
Texas.
studio from Texas. He's in Michigan. Brought all sorts of beer.
Jeannie came up with.
Yep, they'll be here. Jeannie and her friend Sarah is in town, and we've got Kyle here from the long, far state of Michigan.
From the
Yeah.
Providence of St.
Right.
Joseph.
And she's in charge of craft services today. Thank you so much.
He's doing such a good job.
Okay, next hour, Grant will read some Dirty Dr. Seuss. Did you get that email?
I got it.
Okay.
I got some picked up.
We catch up with Grant, Cole, and Jay. What's going on? And The Simpsons predicts it all.
Geek out.
Yeah, geek out.
And we are out of here.
Now here's a question: do we shut down YouTube, try to figure it out again, and then come back up, or do
I
it every
don't
couple of
think so.
hours? I'm not going to enjoy taking 12 hours of audio on this thing. All right, let's go again. We'll start another hour.
Grant, what's your email address?
Do you want me to
Yeah,
record
probably
this?
not going to say that
Audio?
live on
Yes,
YouTube,
please,
but
please.
Could you
Good
text
ask.
it to me then? How about that?
Recording.
Fucking
What do you want to
prick.
do?
I got to pick. Do I? He needs to read these somehow.
7 days a
Does
geek,
this work when I do
7
it?
days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh. Greetings and salutations, get ready to binge watch with 3 geeks. Couldn't stop Cole from eating, now he's the workout keto neighbor. Jason the Hungry Ginger from Monkey Poo Studios, Limp and Quad Father gives us therapy from this couch. We're talking Netflix and Hulu, everything in the streaming world. Join our weekly watch party. First let's catch up with the geeks. What are you geeking out about? 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek. Oh, 7 days a geek.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Podtoberfest, Hour 2. The rest of our morning show is happening right now. I'm lost because we have so much going on. I am your host, the Angry Ginger. You are second host, Neighbor Cole.
Second Mike, yeah, or second host, whatever you want to call me. I'll take any title you give me today.
I think we lost
There it was.
that person on the
It
screen.
was made official, wasn't it?
So we've got-
It's always a joke behind the scenes. Now you just made it official on air.
You heard
What
it
For all
first.
of YouTube. That's
What
all
happened?
right.
What
Nope.
happened?
It was all fun and games behind the scenes, but now we're here. And
Oh, because he was number 2? Yeah. Oh, boy.
oh, he's definitely number 2.
Grant, don't do this.
He just called you a piece of shit,
Hey,
Cole.
I don't want to fight. Can we just be friends? I didn't even say it. I didn't chastise. I didn't give him $100 to say that at this hour.
So, to all of America, this is what it looks like. No, let me rephrase that. This is what it should look like when we're doing politics. This is what it means to be across the aisle right here. This is it right there.
Hey, let's do the old school gladiator.
That's
Forearm.
that's it.
Wow.
Right there. Look at that. That's how a conservative
Strength and
and a
honor.
liberal get along. This is how
Solving
our government
America's
should
problem.
work.
I love how
This
neither
is
of you
how
are on
it's not
microphone
working.
right now.
Solving America's problems.
Right there.
Look at I felt the world come together right there.
I came in
I
with
did.
pants.
Yeah.
Oh my
Like,
God.
real quick, audience, who would you vote for? Grant or Cole for president?
Oh man, I don't even want. Hey, you know what? I would. You know what? Fuck it. Grant, I would give you presidency just to be your vice president. I would be your second.
I think off mic, or you and I, we either had this conversation on mic or off mic, but what I said is the way our government should be set up
Old school, right?
is that if you have a Democratic, so people confuse the idea that a Democrat can't be conservative, that liberal and Democrat are mutually exclusive. They're not.
2 minutes of politics and we're done with it.
Nowadays, that's just a line in the sand. It's so fucking insane.
Right. So what about the idea that
Done.
if you have a Democratic or a Republican president, that you then have a vice president that is the opposite?
That's the way
they
it
don't
used to be.
they don't get along.
That's the way it used to be.
Forcing bipartisanship,
Yeah.
right?
It used to be you would have a president and a president run for election, right? And then the president won, and then the loser was the vice president, right? That's how the elections used to be.
Yeah, that's what Hamilton taught me.
I absolutely did not know that.
Yeah,
That'll tell you the level of my ignorance of historical politics,
the runner-up
right?
became the vice president.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jefferson became vice president.
Who was it, Brian?
Thomas Jefferson.
Thomas Jefferson.
Okay.
He lost to John Adams.
Yep.
Well, then,
Second
so
president.
Go back to that. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
because
Two
it
candidates.
forces bipartisanship.
And then it forces those two to get along a little. You know what I mean? And then like it should be like one can't do something without the other. It's like you have to like hold hands with your brother until you two get along.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's excellent.
That's what my mom used to do.
Well, I like the Joe Rogan idea that our president should be like 5 people.
I agree. It should
Right.
be a committee.
It should be run by
committee.
committee.
Well, it's
big a
supposedly
job.
No,
it is a committee.
because the problem you run into there is too many cooks in the kitchen.
Look, guys, I know
Right.
we have politics on the
All
mind,
right, yeah,
but
I
the
thought that was
idea
a great
behind
idea. What do you got to
Podtoberfest and Utopia was to give everyone a good time without
Jason,
being
go.
politics. So we're going to leave that out. We're going to go into the hour. This is Hour Deuce. I'm the Angry Ginger. We got Neighbor Cole. We got Quadfather on the screen. We got Grant sitting next to me, TK1. You can see multiple versions of us on the screen. Thank you for showing up this hour. We do see you in the chat room, so whoever's watching the chat room this hour, please play along. We have a chat room game we're going to give up. We've got 2 people in the studio audience, and if I'm talking too fast, I'm sorry. I've had caffeine. What is the hashtag game, Cole?
Hashtag game for this hour is going to be dystopian-themed breakfast orders. So examples: ravished rolled oats with disastrous decaf coffee, or horrific home fries with a side of massacred meat. End of the world's eggs over easy. So we didn't get a whole lot. We got, I think, 1 submission last hour. So if you guys want to play along in the chat room,
No one's playing this year?
yeah, no one's playing. We also got a sponsor for this hour.
Okay.
We have From a Certain Point of Skew, a very good podcast.
Yes, it's
that, I think there's some handsome
Star Wars
guests.
podcast that
Handsome hosts.
always starts off with 40%.
That's correct. And Brian Hughes as well. Listener Brian Hughes, correct? Made a good donation.
A very, very nice donation. Thank you for Brian for showing up, for donating, for bringing the beer. And we got a nice bottle
Brian
of
Howard.
bourbon. Who did I say, Brian?
Brian Hughes.
Oh, there's a Brian Hughes listener.
That's who.
But
That's who was. The
Oh, okay.
sponsor
So
this
we're not talking to you right now.
Yeah, Brian. Disregard everything we just said about you.
Nothing nice is
We don't
nothing
like
nice is
Brian.
coming to you this hour.
Go back to being a piece of shit.
Yeah.
You'll get your moment later.
We'll get you another shout out later on. Don't be a glutton for praise. Yeah, so that's the hashtag game, and that's our sponsor for this hour. Grant, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I'm doing well. You,
All right.
You need some more coffee?
No, I had so my first one ever, a salted caramel mocha from Starbucks.
Wow.
Ooh.
And it will be my last one.
It fits. You didn't like it?
I did. No, not.
But you drank it all?
It had what 100,
yeah.
180 what is it, milligrams or whatever
mgs? Yeah.
Yep, of caffeine. So I'm definitely moving along. We'll see how long it carries me.
I got energy drinks too, if you need one.
And I will not drink an energy. Do you remember when I drank that energy drink at Podtoberfest 1, along with all the shots that Beth had brought down for your birthday?
I'm sorry, I'm trying to do some marketing while we're talking. So you guys,
it
go
just
ahead
occurred to me. Your birthday is
tomorrow.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I'll be 25 years old.
Okay,
so we gave the hashtag games away. This hour, we alluded to it in the last one, but we're going to do some catching up. We've got Simpsons Predict the Future, a little bit of Joe Rogan talk. We brought him up. We got some more Joe Rogan, a little community news for you and I that you had brought up just pre-show, and then we'll get to that Liam Neeson stuff. Might be a funny talk. But first of all, I guess let's catch up. We caught up with Quad. I mean, I guess you're on vacation, So let's catch up. Cole, what's been going on with you? Because we've been off microphone for a month. We decided no shows. We went into preparation for this, and I'll tell you, preparation went really fucking good until there was a small hiccup.
Well, if you would have waited... Okay, never mind. Go ahead.
Doc, what's going on?
Thank you.
I came down to try to help you out as much as I could.
Mm-hmm. I noticed yesterday you got a movie in while I was having a meltdown.
I did want to be that. Grant pulled me in. Grant pulled me back in. I was like, you know what? As I left, I saw that twinkle in your eye. I was like, I'm fucking not coming back.
Yeah, you were wise.
I pulled the trigger. I had 2 hours in between wrestling practice for my son.
I know, and they're like, "Hey, where's Cole?" And I was like, "Well, he said he'd be down here. Maybe he's coming down here after wrestling practice." At some point, I saw a message that said, "Do you need me to come down?"
Well, I had started watching American Sniper, and I only had like an hour and a half left on my rental. So I went home and finished it out. Sorry, priorities, man. Okay. I had to see Chris Kyle kill some insurgents. I fucking love that movie, man.
Great.
I teared up at the end of it watching it yesterday. I started crying in my living room by myself. Yeah, I fucking...
Because you were thinking of A Star Is Born?
No, just the... Yeah. In the shallow... As they showed the scenes from the funeral. I've
seen it once. I don't really remember.
The actual footage of the funeral driving down the highway in Texas and all the American flags and veterans on the side of the road, and it just was really touching. And like I fucking like... started crying like a little baby at my living room.
By yourself?
Yeah.
Did you like close the shades so no one saw you?
No, I wept openly in the mirror.
Use your dog's tail as a...
slapping myself.
Okay.
Cat of nine tails on my back. No. So, what's been going on in my nothing. I failed sober October. Quad.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that.
Everyone basically failed sober October except for Quad. I think Quad. Did you make it?
Well, he called it early.
Well, I made it 29 days. When I got to Tennessee, I said,
I thought you drank at the airport. Didn't you send a picture of you having? No. Oh, okay.
No, I was.
That just goes to show without.
What's wrong with drinking early?
I'm your Katie Couric because I'm trying to think of the reference now.
Katie Couric.
There would never been no Dan Rather. What is Sacha Baron Cohen's?
Matt Lauer.
Matt Lauer, maybe it says in Talladega Nights, there would be no Matt Lauer or Dan. I can't
without
remember.
Katie
Couric. Let me be your Katie Couric.
Yeah,
but I was just gonna say. The Sobertober challenge.
You want to have a buzzer at the door? You can't let the women out of your office.
I'm the backbone of that challenge because without me, everything just
fell
apart. You fell right off.
Yeah.
I fell off.
I mean, I was
Quad
the one that brought it up, and you were like, "Wait," because I think that was our first when we switched over to Patreon.
I regret that decision. Do you know that? I regret not going hard at Quadfather this year, and maybe we'll do some more challenges throughout the year. What do you think, Quad?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, last year when we did it, we kept going for we went until the COVID started. We did with the monthly.
Yeah, we did.
So fun fact, there is another challenge I'm doing with a couple guys. I'm in a challenge group with the guys at work.
Yep.
Fun fact, we got a guy we work with. He's a listener to the show, Brent.
Yeah.
Who I'm trying to motivate to help lose some weight. He's got to get down below 400 pounds by January 1st, and if he does that.
Mm-hmm.
I promised him that I would run a mile on January 1st on a track with nothing but a pair of running shorts and shoes on.
Yeah, and I'm
So-
recording it for the show.
Oh, yeah, you guys can record it. Everyone
Okay.
can record it. So I did a
So
challenge with them.
Is that for motivation for you to lose more weight too, so you're not uncomfortable
Yes, that.
running half butt
and
naked
also,
in a track?
I want him. I
Think
really
of how
want.
hard your nipples will be.
It's gonna be cold.
Yeah.
It's gonna be January 1st. I'm gonna have nothing but a
Can
pair
I-
of running shorts.
Is that cold?
I'm gonna have nothing but a
Wow.
pair of running shorts on.
It's loud.
It is loud. But no, so that's a thing I'm doing, and I'm in another like weight loss challenge with a group of people. I'd like to get under 200 pounds
That's
eventually.
that's your struggle.
I've been fucking sitting between 220 and 230, up as high as 240 at one point.
Yeah.
But I've been there for like months.
Yeah.
But the fucking most annoying and frustrating part is it's 100% on me. I'm not plateaued. Like if I steadily know how to lose the weight, I just will derail.
But I've heard you've been at Plateaus. It's a foot-long shop.
Well,
Oh.
I have a question. Last we talked, Cole, you were in love, right?
Yes, exactly.
Wait, are we
Right? No, because it was that you were tossing up between two girls, and one was way too much
One
to
cup.
handle. And codename Julie, I think, came out of the Facebook.
Oh, wow, he's not been
behind
caught
the
up.
curtain.
he's in the
Yeah.
sidelines.
It's been a month.
It's been a month.
No one's
Yeah.
caught up.
It's been a month. That's like 4 or 5 girls for Cole. Come on.
No, it's not.
I
I'm
don't
not-
know these
Hello,
things.
they're women.
Oh,
Thank you.
2 boys.
Only on the outside.
What were they on the inside? Because I feel you were there too.
Dysfunctional people,
Oh,
emotionally
okay.
damaged,
Oh.
father issues. I don't know. What do you?
I was just talking about the clam.
Okay. Grant's shaking his head. This is why he doesn't want to do Podtoberfest.
yeah, I did this show for a year.
Yeah, you
Oh,
just
boy.
stay quiet. It'll all pass.
This too shall pass, Grant.
Yeah, it goes. You know, there's
Ups and downs. You got to ride this roller coaster.
Yeah.
Put your seatbelt on.
Yeah.
Strap up, buddy.
Put your arms up, Grant. Have a joyride.
Let your mustache blow in the wind.
So Julie, no codename Julie, no Mo.
No codename Julie. I've started to see a girl.
But she would know what if you. But if I believed you, you would. She was. I mean, she was like 8.5 out of 10 possibility future. Like children and alimony and all the other things that happen when you get married.
Did I ever say any of
I
these
feel
words?
like he's marrying you off.
I
What's
think
going
so.
on?
I felt
What
like.
kind of
that.
dowry
It
am I
felt
getting
like
going
that.
for on the?
Well,
open market?
I think what you're referring to was
2 pigs and a
when they
cow.
first dated. There was you had shared like in the spring.
So I've
there was
come
a bit
to
of some magic.
I've
there.
come to
You felt.
an awakening,
Okay.
if you
Oh,
will.
okay.
About some, and
Oh.
You know what? Good thing we've got a therapist on mic. We can
There's
talk about
been
this.
an awakening.
Let's go,
Let's
Cole!
go, Cole.
Oh,
So my MO.
yeah.
I
Hey,
found,
real quick before you get into your story.
Oh Lord.
What?
No, go ahead.
I
This is what
love
it's all
hearing
about.
Grant's perspective.
No, I was okay. Never mind.
No, hit me with
No, we
it.
need
I
to
want
hear
more.
it. Yeah.
It wasn't going to actually be about that. I was going to actually throw Courtney's words back at him and go, "Yeah, this doesn't really sound like we're talking about streaming media and
we're catching
keeping the."
up.
But it's part of the show.
Oh,
Yeah, if you listen.
is this
catching
a
up
part
with
of your
the
guys' show?
Yes.
Well, no, don't listen.
Yeah,
That hurts my feelings.
yeah, we know. Well, I think your goal should be to
I was
say
gonna
that
say, I hope
every
he reminds
single
us that
hour.
like every 15 minutes.
That 45 seconds brought to you by. We'll never get that part back of our
Yeah,
lives.
yeah.
Thank you, Grant.
On hiatus. Not far enough on hiatus.
Anyways,
Yeah.
I've come to a personal, I've had some conversations. I'm always trying to personally grow, believe it or not, Grant. Become like a better person, be a little bit more self-analytical, and like figure out myself a little better. So I've got this really bad fucking habit. Like when I go through so many like bad dates and bad first dates and so many fucking like terrible encounters on like these dating apps that I
Yes.
get so fucking you're just lighting up. That I get so fucking like sick of it that when I see somebody that has some semblance of their life in order and they're a good human being and they're fun,
You turn
and
into a
they're
12-year-old girl and you've got your wedding.
I fucking spew word vomit out at them so fucking
Yeah,
fast.
there's a couple
I
times
throw
you've
it out.
talked about how like you've told
Listen,
them,
I like you.
I'm in
You're
love.
cool. No, I don't tell them. Well, a
I
good
can really see a future together.
putting that in a very broadcast. Like I profess my
First date.
propose on the
They
first.
haven't even met yet, and he's
No.
already sending them Zillow ads.
Fucking hate you. I knew this was gonna turn on me. I knew it.
You know what's funny is I thought you were going to go in the opposite direction and say, when you meet someone who is like you described, that you actually will shy away and move in the opposite
Yeah.
direction because you don't maybe think you're good enough for them.
I've been single on dating apps since 2017, on and off since 2017.
I see you, Grant.
and I've been. I didn't even
Before
catch
that, you're
that.
getting married.
God, what an asshole!
God, I didn't even have to be in the
That was
room.
nice.
I could feel
Nicely
that.
done. I've been single and on dating apps since 2017, and I've it's been a constant struggle. I hate it. It's not for me. I don't like it. So I'm on and off them. I'm up and down on them. But when I find someone that I like or I'm normal, like I'll just be like, hey, I like you. I think we should like. I don't ask them to be my girlfriend. I don't ask them to like marry me. But I'm like, hey, let's figure out what's here. Let's become exclusive. Let's talk. Let's see what we can. Let's see where this goes.
Cultivate.
And I do that too fast. I do that super fast.
Yeah.
Like after a first or second date, and I just get geeked up.
Well, I
I'm
think
like,
you
I
did
get
that-
excited about liking someone finally.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bleh! So I spit that out.
Yeah.
And I bounce that off of a couple of my female friends. I bounce it off of a couple of my other good friends at work. I bounced it off of you.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's my downfall. Quad, I've talked to you about it as well. My thing is, I need to fucking chill out.
Are you the guy that scares the girl away?
You rejected Julie.
So that's my thing. So here's what I do: is I throw I profess that out, and then they're like, that scares them off.
Yeah.
And then literally, this has happened to me 4 or 5 times. 3 months later, down the road, I'll be in talking with someone else. They'll come back. Hey, I just want to say,
I'm ready for you.
I think I'm ready. I think, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? They'll
Yeah.
come back to me because they realize that, at the end of the day, if I would have just been chill with it, they would have realized I'm not a bad guy. I'm a pretty good catch at the end of the day, I think. And then they come back, and then but they come back at the worst possible time.
I'm hearing 2 strong possibilities.
Hit me.
Okay.
1, you're in love with the idea of being in love, or 2, you're afraid to be alone and get to know who you really are, and there's a possibility you probably think you already know who you really are, right?
Could be.
And you're maybe a little closed off or a little tightly wound to exploring who you are and being alone. And then being able to put yourself out there. Somewhere you're either one of those or you're somewhere in between.
I'll sum this up. He's divorced.
Well, I've been alone since 2017.
No, you haven't.
Yeah.
You've been married to Jay for 5
He's
years.
been in Jason's
Well, in all
basement.
seriousness, so there's a difference
I'm
between
serious.
Grant, like when you the intensity you said that with in the eyes that you gave me. Grant, to your point, there's a difference between being alone and being lonely and being comfortable with being alone. Like right now, I'm very comfortable being a single father, being a single dad, being alone with myself. I love my life as it is.
But
it would be better with to have a partner.
So the
to
dating
complement.
apps are really just so you don't have to masturbate.
At a point, yeah. In all honesty, at
Right?
a point, there was it was meeting physical needs at one point in time for me.
Courtney says
right,
less.
like in a safe as possible manner. There was. I call it
How
like my
safe
little,
is it? Because
my little hoe phase.
Jay and I talk about this occasionally, again off mic, because he's real.
They don't
he's real
all
hesitant.
have diseases.
I don't ever wear condoms.
It doesn't. That's not the point. The point is
False.
that generally the people that are using these apps generally are just people who are sleeping around. So,
Promiscuous.
So you get on a dating app, you pick a girl, she agrees, or vice versa, and you're sleeping with someone who may have slept with 20 guys that week. That doesn't bother you. It's not. I'm using an over exaggerated scenario,
to
but
prove a point.
but it's fairly realistic.
Yeah.
Like. And
100%.
that doesn't bother you? Like, it's just not a thought process?
Well, no, because he's worried about whether he's getting it or not.
If he dies, he dies. That's
right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you just go out there, you put it in, cross your fingers, pull out, pray for the best.
Pray to Trump.
But what's the beyond sexual gratification?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
What is the benefit?
Is there
to
anything
that?
else to live for?
Because no, you're not actually going to be making a
Looking for a
connection.
So there is the whole. So the way you're operating, you're saying I'm going out and getting 7 different girls 7 nights a week. There's a whole scenario out there where people become friends with benefits, where they're exclusive to each other on a sexual realm, and they spend 3, 4, 5, 6 months together.
So it's for sexual gratification,
and someone to have some sort of like it's a Fox.
Is it
relationship
hard,
almost?
Is
like
it hard
you have
for
someone
you to wrap your head around that because like you've lived your life as like a relationship person and you're married and you don't know like there's like we've never lived this world until we got divorced and kind of I mean some of it was comfortable because you went through a trauma and you don't want to like give everything into somebody, but it's also sort of like the way dating life works. You don't have to be in a relationship and commit to each other to experience all those other things.
Well,
I don't like the idea of being with someone who 2 days
yeah.
before was someone else, and possibly the week before was with someone else, and the week before that maybe with a couple more
Yeah.
people. Like, I do not like that idea. And if I were to ever get divorced, which would never happen, but just the same, if it were,
I see
it's just
Beth in
not.
the chat room.
It's not within my character. Right? It's not.
Right.
It's just not something that's built into me. When I was younger, prior to marriage, if I would date a girl, I was dating a girl generally long term. If I was short term dating, I wasn't having sex with them. You know, that's just how I'm wired, right? So I can't imagine that
Well,
I
that's
would
why
be
you
like
were
that.
short-term dating. You weren't having sex,
I
so
think
you
that's
moved
really
on.
more about the opportunity.
So
That was more about the
again, to your point-
opportunity.
No,
than
I
your
think
morality.
Jay can certainly speak to this because he knows a lot about my past, my history. Like, I had plenty of opportunity to sleep with girls when I was younger, but it just wasn't. It just wasn't me.
you're
like
a handsome man. Goddamn.
Yeah.
That's not coming from
How
a
do you
place
turn-
of being
how-
braggadocious,
How do you
right?
turn them women down, Grant?
Yeah, okay.
To your point,
Who are you and your massive schlong planning to have sex with tonight?
to your point, so something like that, that's a whole subset of society now with like these dating apps. Like, you become friends with benefits. I recently was turned on to cuffing season with a girl.
Yeah, that was Rapunzel,
Yes.
right?
What is that?
Cuffing is it's like the season between the end of fall
It's the
to
holiday
spring,
season.
the holiday season where you don't want to be alone, so you have all the benefits and relationships of a boyfriend, girlfriend.
Yeah.
You cuddle, sex, blah 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 blah. But then once Valentine's Day hits, you break up.
Like just before Valentine's Day?
Yes, just before Valentine's. So, anyways, Grant, to your point, you have the female partnership, the companionship. You have someone that you could potentially ask to go to a wedding with you, someone that like you could go out and have a beer with that's of the opposite sex, talk to,
Plus
date,
one.
a plus one,
Yeah.
someone like that. It's like a friends with benefits, but it's also just but the main goal is what you alluded to, filling your physical needs and gratifications. So you're not sleeping with someone. Maybe she slept with someone that year, but also she's been with you for 6 months.
Do you feel
So no, I got it. So here's the disconnect between, I guess, people like yourself and people that are like me, in that I
Moral
no,
people.
it doesn't have anything to do with morality. It has to do with I know myself well enough to know that there is an inability for me to have any kind of physical intimacy and not become connected.
You can't
in a
disconnect
way
that.
in a way that would like for me, intimacy is the ultimate connection, and if it gets to that point, like there's no.
What if it was touch?
Well, no, I'll tell you what changes it.
What do you mean, like those groups of, or the people that hire themselves out for snuggling and cuddling?
No, I think
or you're
Yeah, well, no, like, everything's touch free.
no. I think he's talking about
You
Sandra
know.
Bullock and Sylvester Stallone in Demolition Man.
Oh,
They
virtual
put
reality
the things
sex.
on and they sit across. From
Yeah.
okay. That's just weird.
Here-
That's
here's-
good.
that
Good
would
pull.
work.
Good pull. Get us back into the
Here's what
movie
you haven't
geeking out realm.
experienced, where I think is you haven't experienced the trauma. That changes everything. When you get to the trauma, then it's like you don't need the. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like you're more comfortable having a
wait.
portion
Do you
of that
think,
without.
Do you?
No, you've not had the trauma of having your wife cheat on you.
Okay.
And leave you.
Sure.
And so
Have I
there's-
been cheated on by a long-term girlfriend that I was with for years?
Completely
Absolutely.
different.
No.
No,
Hear what
I
I'm
wouldn't
saying.
say so.
Do
Betrayal's
you,
betrayal.
Do you think that if Beth and I were to get divorced, or she were to cheat on me or something, all of a sudden I'd flip a switch and I'd be able to go and have
Yes.
physical
think that
intimacy
you would
with
be-
anyone
No,
and not
I
feel
don't-
connected?
I think that you would be more comfortable with it. Yeah.
Bullshit.
I don't think you would. I don't think you would.
Courtney,
Bullshit.
therapist. Courtney, therapist. What do you say?
Professional opinion.
No, I think if that's your character and your values, it won't change based
No,
on the
the thing is,
circumstance.
Thank you, because I know me. Like
Grant
if I don't know anything about me, I know that about me. Like
I think
can't
you're
do
built
that.
that way.
was
You were
me.
built that way.
That was me.
No,
Yes, it was.
No, it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
You're an honorable and good man, right? So
Thank you.
what I'm saying is
I had a big butt
Yeah.
coming.
it absolutely. If
like
it's
big
inherent in you, it's not a switch that gets flipped.
Yes, it is. It was.
I
yes, it
totally
was.
disagree.
Well, you can
Oh.
disagree because I know who I was before I was married and when I was married, and I was that.
How
type
old
of
were you
person.
when you were married?
23.
23.
So you're telling me I had no life experience beforehand? I was.
No,
not a
that's not
person.
what I said.
I did not know who I was at 23 years old. I can't look back at myself and be like, "Oh, okay, yeah." Tell me. I'm telling you right now, there was a fucking switch that went off. Do you believe that, or is that a mask, Quadfather?
I was a perfectly normal,
yeah, I think,
everyday, average
traumatic
man of
incidents can
morality.
Hold on, he's answering.
But then my wife and I got a divorce, and I became a man whore. Like, come on.
I didn't become a man whore. I just look at the circumstances differently.
Well, I mean, you can make the argument, Grant. Like you say that in like sarcastic tones, but like when you go through, you know what? I might have to pull my answer or pull my view on this because like you go through that trauma, and it depends on how your marriage was. If you go through a marriage where you're like, you go through a sexless marriage for a year.
Mine was great.
Or like you have like you get like.
Finally, he laughs.
You get some like shaming or some real like you go out and there's an exploratory phase. Like I'll 100% there is.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah. You need to know if there's other people out there that might actually work for you.
Other people out there that are just
like that,
as fucked up as you are.
Right.
Like I don't know. Like no one has the answer on that question. To be honest with you, I mean, it's just I think it's individual. Like it depends on like Grant. You can have all good intentions and say, yeah, I would never turn into that man whore, but you don't really know until you go through it.
You might not turn into a man whore.
You understand
that
that physical sexual intimacy that you're looking for is trying to fill a space that can't be filled with just random sexual encounters.
Ranch dressing is what I use to fill it. Drink it by the gallon.
Am I right on that, Courtney?
Is that before or after?
Would you agree with that or no?
Marshmallow puff stuff.
I think ultimately, if those are that's really your character and who you are, situations won't change it. But I don't rule out the idea that a severe trauma, like Jason is talking about, can cause you to question whether those are really your values and and test the waters.
Right. So the severe trauma that we're talking about is divorce, right?
Oh, betrayal. More than divorce, it would be the affair. That was probably the more trauma. I mean, yes, you can't separate the two, but if
right. Put that into perspective. People get cheated on all the time in marriages, right? That betrayal.
But trust me, you're louder.
Okay, fair enough.
He notices so fast.
I know, and then he gets angry about it.
I can't hear myself talking at all, whatsoever.
Well, maybe you need to turn up your your headphones.
He keeps turning my microphone down.
Just a smidge.
What are you, 3?
Just a smidge. I have no idea where I'm at.
Okay, go ahead.
3 or 4. I'm putting you up.
This happens all the time.
Yeah, but you
people
can't
get divorced, people get betrayed all the time.
Life.
No. What I'm saying is that everybody reacts differently to that, and I think speaking to what you said is that something that's inherent, and I'm going to say it's probably more nature than nurture, is how you're going to react to that trauma, how you're going to handle that trauma, right? Mm-hmm. And so, because
people go through the same thing and experiencing differently all the time.
So there are many, many people, let's say millions of people in all the world that have been cheated on, had to get a divorce, and they didn't all of a sudden turn out and go and look for random encounters of sexual intimacy. Fair?
And some did.
Right. And what I'm saying is, I believe that that's where you two are on that side of that, and I'm on the other side.
I think so I would say I don't know you great. I know you. I mean, I know obligatorily, right? Like
sure, yeah. I love you.
I love you.
Yeah, your Facebook.
I think he doesn't have a
funny.
Facebook.
Good
he
pull.
doesn't have a Facebook. I think you are built that way from on the surface. I feel like you are built that way, and it would be a very, very difficult change for you. Like I think you could go through that trauma and you would probably hold steadfast to your core and the way you're made and the way you're built. I think you would be the exception to the rule if on the surface.
Really?
I think so. But for most people, I think that trauma would change.
If I were to if my marriage were to end in divorce, or if my wife passes before me, like I will be a lonely old bitter man because I will not seek that out. That's just I can't.
Yeah, you would. It's human nature to seek it out.
No, it's not. Well, okay. I just you're right. I said
how is that?
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I said no, it's not. And I guess what I meant to say is that I wouldn't do that.
You don't know what you do. Trust me, you don't know.
Yeah, but you would just go, Grant. You would just go about it a different way, is what you're saying.
Sure.
You would.
I would fill that.
Be more traditional.
I would fill that emptiness with something else.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be random encounters.
Podcasting.
Fair enough. That's funny.
So we were catching up with the geeks, weren't we? Like that? Is that what we were doing?
Yeah.
Oh,
Cole,
Brian,
in all of the.
What did he say?
We did start. How much weight did you lose from the time that we started?
I'm right where I started. I think. Where did I weigh in at? 220 something. I think this morning I was 224.
Okay. Well, so that didn't work. Jason, what about you?
198.
Because you and I were in a head-to-head.
198.
I beat you too.
Yeah.
Keep the belt, Quad. We got
yeah. I'm surprised you don't have it with you.
I mean, I kind of feel like I'm not
Way
going
to
to gloat
go,
about
Donnie.
it more than I did.
Hold on, guys. Good job, Quad. Good job.
Let's go, Cole!
Okay.
There you go.
I want to get to. Will you pull the link up for The Simpsons? And Grant,
Can we just talk about how that was a hard left turn from what we intended? It's amazing how
that'll happen all day long.
Best laid plans for
we go left
Podtoberfest.
all the time.
Have Grant involved, and it's going to take a far left.
Yeah.
No, I apologize.
That's why I put 3 things down, and I know it's going to go somewhere. And you pull up the Dr. Seuss thing, please. And I guess to catch up a little bit more.
Grant's very bottom of the document. The absolute bottom.
What's
of
that,
the
Quad?
document
I
for
lost
hour
you.
two.
Did you email me something?
The very absolute bottom of the document for hour 2.
I don't have hour 2.
Pull up hour 2.
I do not have any of the documents.
I am going to share the whole fucking folder with you.
I get the whole folder.
You do.
I'm getting the full Monty.
Grant, I think you're right. You will. Be
I'd like to
alone
throw
in
this
your
out to the general public. My my 11-year-old son, apparently, because we are YouTube addicts. Of course,
He has found us.
the YouTube library is up on our screen. Must be, and I see from my wife, masturbate. Gray is watching. Ugh.
How old is your son? 11?
If he doesn't,
He
already
probably
knows
shouldn't be
about
watching this.
Yeah. Now should I? Oh, okay.
Also, real quick, my wife,
You've
thank
already
you
been
for
shared with
helping
this
me
folder, Grant,
lead
but I'm
the
gonna
show.
share it again.
Good morning to Meow. Of course, we know Tom is there, and I got to say, Lendor, how you doing?
Who's Lindor?
Lenny Teskey,
Oh, your buddy Lenny.
Yimmy
Isn't there?
Tedeschi.
old friend, haven't talked to him in a long time.
Well, hey, you know what?
Pretty
Take
cool
a
for
couple of
him
minutes
to
and have a conversation with him.
Yeah. Lendor is his Star Wars name.
That's actually his real name. It's a great name, but we know him as Lenny and Amy.
I love YouTubers, watchers, listeners, people of the Ethernets. You're going to watch us feed our faces in just a minute for hour 2. Okay, so let's go into this. I don't even know what to do now because you both are going to fucking feed your faces.
Hey, real
Actually,
quick,
you're
real
feeding
quick.
your face, so why don't you do yours?
I don't want any. Thank you, though. Can you lean into Cole's mic, Kyle, and tell people what you're about to feed them, please?
This is a French toast bake, and it's got blueberries and cream cheese, maple syrup, pecans, all sorts of delicious amazingness.
I'm already getting fatter.
Can you hold up that to the camera so people can see the insanity of what this is?
Jesus Christ! It's like
Look at that deliciousness. It'll show up in a minute. We're on a delay, and I'm not holding it that long. All right,
it's
we've got
amazing.
30 minutes to
Eat it.
get through some more segments here. So jump into the hour and
No,
let's
Dan.
let's read
The
a little
answer
bit
is no.
of Dr. Seuss. Dan, it says no, Dan. We couldn't run both without pain, and it took me. You know, I'll catch up with that for a minute. Quadfather, I fucking
let's
hate
not.
you. Okay, I had a meltdown yesterday. Well, it started the day before.
welcome.
No, I don't want to be welcomed.
Okay, wait.
I don't ever want to have to happen. You like, yeah, we'll go to the hotel room and everything's going to be fine. And then no, we're not going to do it.
The chat room.
Yeah, wait till the chat room blows up. Hey guys, can't hear you.
It's cycling. I don't know what to do with YouTube. So
Chat disconnected. We'll connect you when we try again.
join. Hold on, I think we're back on. We're live. Nope. What happened?
There's back.
Okay. So it just picked back up.
Yeah.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, sorry about that. We are hardwired in, so I don't know what's going on. Do you have a hotspot on your phone? Can you run a hotspot to your computer and take less of the Wi-Fi?
He can join mine.
Okay. I'm going to bring Courtney back in here. Sorry, Quadfather. All right, so we're going to go back into this. All right, do we have everything set up? Do we have Simpsons and Dr. Seuss?
I have it. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm a little concerned about the Dr. Seuss thing, but
Why?
Well, I think I made it pretty clear that I was not a big proponent of
I don't think it's like
doing this
filthy
again.
stuff. It's
Let's see here.
You like to do Dr.
People
Seuss.
theorize what it would be like if Dr. Seuss wrote erotic novels. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be anything like I thought
Beth
it was
is
going to be.
listening. Read to Beth.
Oh my God.
She loves erotic novels, right?
I have no idea. She.
Oh my God, no, good. All right, Quadfather, you're back. It looks like you're back on the screen. I think we're good.
No, let's stop again.
I think I am.
Dougie says
I
there's
am
a
not
bit of a
reading
delay.
this.
Yes, there is.
I am not reading
Why not?
this because I'm not reading it. You said if I wasn't comfortable reading it, I didn't have to read it. Not reading it. Nope. You can read it yourself. I don't want.
Can he do traditional Fox and Socks?
No, he already did
Oh
that. You
my
gotta do
God.
something different.
Once a year, Grant reads Fox and Socks, tries to break the record without any mistakes. I haven't.
The idea was to be a little playful with it, but I guess we won't be playful. Let's go to The Simpsons.
With my kid listening, I'll read that.
Why is an 11-year-old listening to this podcast?
Well, I don't know that he still is. Hopefully she's put the headphones on or he's playing Fall Guys now, but...
All right, well,
There's a lot of
Ixnay
buzz.
on the... Yeah, I'm getting someone's fan or something.
I'm in trouble now.
Why?
Holy crap.
Why?
Well, because people that normally I wouldn't think are listening, and I'm getting text
And
messages.
now they're saying, read the Dr. Seuss Grant.
Oh, and Beth is saying that she's not or he's not listening.
Okay.
I got so many messages hitting me. I've got
So popular.
let's rewind here. My wife is communicating via text for my childhood best friend who lives out in Chicago, and she is texting my wife because apparently she's listening, and so Beth copied and pasted.
Hi, Genevieve.
Yes. Not all women on dating sites are raging slut bags doing 20 guys a week.
Stepped into that one. You stepped into that one. Reaped the benefits on that.
Let me finish this
Reap
out.
the whirlwind, Grant.
First of all, her first comment I get has to be talk about me being president and you being VP, I think. Or no, maybe she's referring to actual possibly Kamala. But today, not all women on dating sites are raging slut bags doing 20 guys a week. Just saying, I know from personal experience.
Perfect.
But if she could get to 20, would she?
She could.
She took a little bit of an offense at my implication. So, Genevieve, I apologize. I was trying to...
Hey, what's your foot taste like?
Oh, I cleaned them, so it tastes pretty good. And I'm also wearing my my special...
Your compression socks?
I'm wearing my compression socks, so they taste a little bit like,
like Batman
nylon.
suit?
Yeah.
Fight crime in a rubber suit.
Really seals in the flavor.
Really seals in the flavor.
Oh, my God.
Good Lord.
Logan, Olivia, get off of YouTube.
All of it?
Hi, Daddy. Yeah, it crashes. You're back up now.
Or grounded.
Beth, go and take all devices away from our children,
just take
please.
the internet away. Rip it right out of the
God,
wall.
dang it.
In fact, you might have to go knock down a cell tower.
I miss you, Genevieve. Thanks for tuning in. I appreciate
Is it Genevieve?
that. Genevieve?
Genevieve?
Her name
a
is
cool name.
Jennifer, and then her last name ties in, and then we shrink it to... it's like Brangelina, but it's actually her
I didn't
name,
know
so
that.
it's Genevieve.
I thought she was like some French chick you knew, and that was her name.
No.
I thought when you were like backpacking in Europe, you met her in a coffee shop.
No. She was in Chicago. I was in Europe with my future wife.
They can see you flicking.
I'm just making shit up.
They can see you flicking.
Leave it alone. All right.
Tries to low-key.
Oh, my God.
Hey,
The amount of sweat that is pouring off of me right
Why?
now is
I don't even
so
know- I don't even know-
uncomfortable.
I don't even know what's happening
I'm just
here.
hot in general right now.
Well, I understand. I guess
Okay,
if my
Beth,
kids,
take the TV away.
If my if my kids were listening, I'd be a little.
15 times The Simpsons predicted the future. Photos on this article that Jay sent me. The Simpsons has an eerie knack for predicting the future,
They
from
do.
Donald Trump's presidency
Shout out to Ty.
to U.S. beating Sweden for the Olympic gold medal in curling. Here are 14 times the long-running comedy series got it right. Here we go. Lady Gaga. On the episode Lisa Goes Gaga, Lady Gaga was shown suspended by cables flying over the audience at a concert. Well, surprise.
Can I make a prediction?
Yeah.
That one of these predicted Trump as a president.
Number
yeah.
3,
Guessing.
Donald Trump presidency. In an episode from 2000 titled Bart to the Future, that flashes forward to the future, Lisa becomes president and takes over after Donald Trump apparently ruined the economy.
Wasn't there
Okay,
there's a scene from The Simpsons where Donald Trump's coming down an escalator, or and then that's when Trump really does when he first announces that he's running for president.
Cubic.
Like they had, I think they were like,
He
it was like that close, I believe.
wow.
The 1993 Siegfried and Roy tiger attack.
Yes.
Episode titled Springfield with a dollar sign.
My Grant found a Dr. Seuss to read. I'm so happy.
People died.
Oh my God! Hold on, did you? Courtney's like, that's not funny. People died. Yeah, Siegfried and Roy died.
A faulty voting machine,
Or
or
one of them.
a faulty voting machine.
Speaking of Siegfried and Roy,
Oh boy.
Beth, you better turn the volume down.
Oh, wait, why?
Things in My Butt by Dr. Seuss.
What does that have to... Oh, Siegfried and Roy. Okay, so wait, hold on. You're cutting in between his Simpsons to go to your Dr. Seuss.
No, we don't have to. I'm just saying that it seemed convenient because I'm scrolling through the 900 ones. The first two were so vulgar, I'm not reading them. Right. But as I scroll through, there's actually some that have intelligent
I like that he's
humor.
Comfortable with things in my butt.
That reminds me of the meme. Have you guys seen the...
As long as
I
it's
was going to
yours.
say, the important thing is, are you comfortable with things in your butt?
You know, I've never gone to that game. I've never felt like the urge to be like, hey, put
Have
something
you
in
seen
there.
the meme? It's the from the Hobbits. From
Let's start with a hairspray can. Let's see how it feels.
Where's that baseball bat?
Has anyone seen the meme where it's from the Hobbit? It's got Sean Austin. He's like
or Aston, either one.
Austin,
Stop.
is it? Is it Aston?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't know he was a card maker. Sean Aston Martin fucking has the
Freeman.
It's the theme.
That's Ashton.
It's Aston, isn't it?
No, it's it. The actor is Aston.
Ashton
the car
Kutcher.
is Ashton.
Not Kevin
and
Malone.
Then Austin is a place in Texas.
Please shut up.
You know what? I'm quickly becoming not your only friend. Fucking A.
Apparently, I have some of the few friends I have left
Is this what it
tuning
feels
in.
like when I fucking correct you? Like
Yeah.
the constant. I'm gonna stop immediately. I'm done. I'm done.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned.
Yeah.
Oh, is that saying I don't want to be an asshole like Grant, and now that I know I am, I'm going to stop?
You're
good. He can read between the lines.
Watching you do it to me is allowing me to self-reflect.
And that's good. That,
better
what
way to
that
say
means
it.
is I've
Never
helped
stop
you grow.
growing. Never
Right.
stop growing.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Hashtag 2020.
You're like a sunflower.
It's the fucking. I don't even want to say his name. The Hobbit. It's got the memes like things you put in your butt, and it's like potatoes. Like right, you remember that one? He's got when he says it from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
He's got a potato. It's fucking. It gets me every time.
Boil them, mash them.
Okay, give us a couple more predictions, and then we're going to go to Dr. Seuss.
I don't know if I have the heart. The faulty voting machine during the 2012 elections. A voting machine provided faulty votes.
Is
When-
that predicting
for
the
Barack
upcoming
Obama when-
election?
Chad.
This was in 2008 from Mitt Romney versus Barack Obama. Let's see what else we got in here. Horse meat scandal in the 1994 episode titled "Sweet Seymour Skinner's Badass Song." The lunch lady was seen reaching into a barrel labeled "assorted horse parts," and
Taco Bell.
it refers to the reported horse traces of DNA found in beef products associated across the UK.
Grant, that's not the bathroom. It's my bedroom.
Farmville was predicted. A virtual reality game, Farmville, was all the craze in 2009 with people rushing home from work or school to tend to their farm. In a 1998 episode, The Simpsons shows a scene where kids are excited to play in a yard work simulator.
Has anyone played that? Like, I don't understand why that game was everything for a while. Like, who the fuck wants to tend their farm?
I had people who I let you have my Facebook sign in because then they could have gift themselves farm equipment, and I'm like, whatever.
Really?
I'm not playing Farmville.
Who'd
Yeah.
you give your Facebook sign into?
It's my boss.
Wow.
So you trust your boss. Okay.
Who you were going to betray here when you take this new job?
I've changed it since.
You take this new job in Tennessee. Sorry, that's on the down low. Smartwatches. Sony, Apple, but Simpsons had smartwatches first in a 1995 episode in which the show was set in the future. Lisa's husband is shown speaking into a phone on his wrist. The first smartwatch wasn't created until 2013.
Wow. Well, I mean, Michael Knight.
I'm still waiting for the shoe phone from Get Smart.
U.S. wins an Olympic gold medal in curling. That one doesn't seem very interesting. Murder hornets and coronavirus. In a 1993 episode, the Japanese factory worker accidentally spreads the contagious Osaka flu to Springfield. And in the town,
Really?
people rush to find a cure. They accidentally knock over a van with killer bees inside. The spread of murder hornets in America was coincided
Holy
with
shit.
coronavirus in 2020. The coincidence
Wait, was Trump in the episode calling it the Ashoka virus?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
He said it came from China. You wore that shirt last year.
Outfit number 2.
I remember. I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Why do you fucking button your collar all the way up to the top? Is that a preference? Or is it more of a
He's eccentric.
Go ahead.
hipster thing?
It is a preference based on, I guess, the comfortability. Like, I don't do it all the time, but it certainly...
He likes to be
You know what it
choked.
is? If let's go deep here. Let's take a deep dive. It's kind of like a comfort blanket, like to help with my anxiety and my panic.
Oh, really?
So, like, I'll wear turtlenecks.
You have a wrist thing that helps too, right?
No.
You don't wear that anymore. You don't wear your wristband.
You missed your
for a
third
while.
button, though.
The shock.
Third button down, you missed it.
Surprised he's wearing shorts.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, buddy.
Cut buttons up all
Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no,
Hey, if you're uncomfortable, I can hug you.
No. It's just so that's what it is. Right. You know, I normally don't, but I don't know. It's just in that environment right now where I actually brought like several turtlenecks so I could just hide if I wanted to.
Do you have a weighted blanket? Do you sleep with?
No, but I want to get one.
I got one.
But there's hundreds of them out there, and you don't know which one's really going to work. And plus, with all the we have a dog and several cats. I'm worried about tearing them and having the innards kind of spill out everywhere. So
I have two dogs. Yep. I have a weighted blanket that I found for around $50 on Amazon.
How many pounds?
15.
15. Mm-hmm. So but the pound of the blanket is based on your personal weight, correct?
Correct. You can get a queen size or a king size, and then you can adjust the weight up and down.
I hear it helps amazingly with both sleep and stress.
They're awesome.
It's amazing. I bought one for each of my kids for their birthdays.
Yeah.
And they fucking love them. I love them. I put them underneath. I do sheet, blanket, weighted blanket, comforter on top of that.
If I was smart, I would have mastered weighted, or I would have
whoa.
Hold on, weighted blanket years ago, because when I was a kid, I go to the dentist. And
you guys caught that, right?
I didn't say masturbate. Did I?
It was very close.
Okay, I was gonna say, if I was smart, I'd do that more, but I don't. But when I was a kid, you go to the dentist and they put that fucking heavy coat on you when they do the X-ray, so you don't get
lead blanket.
Yeah, and every time I'd be like, oh, it's like a fucking whoopee. Just leave it on me. Yeah. So I should have done that years ago. When I was 8 years old, I should have been like weighted blanket. I could have predicted like The Simpsons. I think we've exhausted all options with The Simpsons. Grant, read us a story.
Tell us something, Papa. Read us a story.
All right. So let's. Oh my God.
Well, he's figuring this out. Quad, are we supposed to have a guest for the next hour?
I'll
figure it out. Okay, we got in studio guests. Yeah. Okay.
I think hour 3 is game show.
And so with a tickle, a whimper, a sigh, the crack of a whip, and a moan and a cry, she treasured the pleasure and saw it was true. Oh, who likes to do? Who likes to do? Things in my butt. Oh my God. You know. I will say though, this is probably better than the last thing you guys made me read last year with the alien erotica. I was really surprised you didn't write something this year, Cole.
We did.
Oh fuck.
All 3 of us did.
There is not. Well, as far as I know, there's not any erotica, and we'll explain it when we get to the hour.
Hello, I'm Tommy Tutt. Do you like things in your butt? Hello, Tommy Tutt. No, I don't like things in my butt. Would you like them if they're round? Would you like them if they're brown?
Yeah.
I would not like them if they're round. I would not like them if they're brown. I do not like things in my butt. I do not like them, Tommy Tutt. Do you like them long and straight, pounding with the foot?
Do you like them long and straight?
Dang it. I can't get through this. Okay. Nope. Nope.
Do I need to slap you?
It's the last line. Fuck.
He needs a
Do you
turtleneck.
like them long and straight? Pounding with the force of hate. I do not like them long and straight. I do not like the force of hate. I do not like things in my butt. I do not like them, Tommy Tutt. Maybe gently caressed with love. A single finger in a glove.
Jesus.
God. Oh my God, there's more. Not with hate, not with love.
Yeah, there has to be a big finish.
Not a finger in a glove. I do not like it long and straight. None shall pass my starfish gate. I do not like things in my butt. I do not like them, Tommy Tutt. Oh, I can't keep going.
Go fast. Read it fast. Read it fast. Don't read ahead.
What if it was thick and curly, twisty with a twirly whirly? No, I do not like it twirly whirly. Makes me scream like a little girly. Long and straight, round and brown, this sort of thing ain't going down. I do not like things in my butt. I do not like them, Tommy Tutt. But lots of people give it a try. Don't you ever wonder why? I guess I'll try, but you will see. That sort of thing is not for me. Say, that's not so bad. Say, I feel pretty glad. I do like things in my butt. Thank you, Tommy Tutt. Wow.
Who wrote that?
Varboa. 2 hours ago, apparently.
Wow.
What the?
I woke up early to give us a story.
Oh, my God. Oh, the people you will blow.
Okay.
Nope, not going to read that one. Wow.
Oh
no!
on.
Some of these,
it's
some of these are just
gone.
far too much. Holy cow! People are really creative and really disturbed. You can.
Are you surprised by that?
That was not a bad one. I mean, that was all right. But I mean, there's a lot of these. Like, there's literally pages of people writing Dr. Seuss erotica. Hop on pop and kiss your sis. Not reading those ones. Wow. I feel like we're missing out on a market here, Jay, for you. Like, this is...
I'm not good at rhyming otherwise.
Okay.
You're right.
You know, if you want to read one, Jay.
All right.
You know, here you go.
Fox, cocks, knee-high socks. Fox loves cocks and knee-high socks. Chicks with dicks come, chicks with cocks come. Chicks with dicks and cocks come. Look, sir, Mr. Knox, sir. Oh, this is like your... Let's fuck chicks with dicks and cocks, sir. And now there's a new trick, Mr. Knox. Socks on chicks with dicks and fox. For love cocks on chicks and socks. Chicks with dicks that come in fox. Please, sir, I don't like this clit, sir. My tongue isn't quick or slick, sir. I get all those dicks and cocks, sir, mixed up with the chicks and socks, sir. I can't do it, Mr. Fox, sir. I'm so sorry, Mr. Knox, sir. Here's a sleazy game to play. Here's an easy thing to say. New cocks, two cocks, who's cocks? All right, there we go. Oh, there's more? We're good.
Yeah, exactly.
It just goes on and on.
That's vulgar, so apologize for anyone with sensitive ears. That
I don't.
I think we should have.
They know what they're
I
in
think
for.
we should have probably just left it at Tommy Tutt in the butt.
All right, we're gonna wrap up this hour. We're gonna say shout out to everyone that's promoted the show. Our sponsor this hour was
FactPod and Brian Hughes.
If you've not subscribed to our Star Wars podcast or followed us on Twitter, it's at FACPA, FACPA pod. And the podcast is From a Certain Point Askew. We just started. We'll be doing The Mandalorian Season 2 the weekend of the first episode, and we're reviewing each week for The Mandalorian. Correct?
And there's going to be some giveaways.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Listen to the Star Wars Hour. It's our... What hour is
10?
it? It's our 10th hour, I believe. Star Wars, 8 o'clock, or
It's
7
been
o'clock.
7
o'clock is fact part. It says our 12th hour.
There you go again, Call.
That's 11th hour.
You know it comes.
Okay, so we got a few more minutes. What was the Joe Rogan Goes Dark? Let's wrap with that.
Joe Rogan Goes Dark. Yeah, so the podcast has been put on hiatus for you gentlemen across the table.
Oh, really?
They
Shout out to On Hiatus podcast starring Jason the Angry Ginger and TK1 Grant Markham.
Right.
Yeah, not enough.
Well, if
hiatus
only one
for
of
me.
you would catch COVID, that would be perfect.
Wow.
Jamie, the producer, one of the producers, assistant producer on the show, tested positive for COVID, and Rogan is like,
Well, he can't do a podcast without Jamie?
he won't.
No?
He's just those are his people.
Really?
He said
loyal.
he said there's a
He's like, I'm on
possibility that
vacation.
I'll get another producer in here. I don't want to do that, but I also understand blah blah blah. But he's that fucking that was everything I needed to know about Joe Rogan in that sentence where he's like, I don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to keep his people nearby. I love that he's so fucking loyal to the people that were with him.
Well, it doesn't say
at the
he's not
start.
loil to continue the show. I mean, if you brought someone
right,
else
he's
in,
hesitant,
then I
right?
see what
He's
you're saying.
people first. He's putting his people
Right,
first.
yeah,
Like I don't want to put someone else in his position.
I don't understand where all this hate comes from him. Grant, explain that real quick. Like, what is your perception of Joe Rogan?
They hate us because they ain't us.
What is my perspective?
Yeah,
of
'cause
Joe
you
Rogan?
have a bad taste in your mouth about Joe Rogan.
I do,
Correct?
but I here's where I instead of talking about the negative things, I'll say what I like about Joe Rogan is that I like the majority of his guests when they are covering subject matter that does not go into the realm of politics. So, when he's and he's really driven to learn. What makes him an incredible interviewer is that every question he asks. And it didn't start out this way. He's simply become the best at it. Is he genuinely sounds like, and as a listener, it feels like he is interested in learning, regardless of his position on any given subject matter. On any given subject matter, and that he always concedes when he doesn't know something or understand something, and then they work through it.
He doesn't seem to have an agenda that he's going to push, like his side of things.
Right. It's like what Cole and I were talking about earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It's not trying to convince the other person of any one particular belief. It's simply just informing the person.
Like when he's had Shapiro on, they don't agree on much, but they have a really good conversation, and there's never arguing.
It's hard to argue with Ben Shapiro. He's so fucking.
He's a robot.
Yeah, he's very.
I will say
I don't know
though
how Rogan hasn't punched him
that
just
most
because he's a robot.
That most recent podcast with Shapiro and Rogan. That there's actually there was a lot of static in that one, and Rogan was not terribly happy.
Afterwards, you mean? Like, what do you mean?
No, during. I don't remember what Shapiro was talking about, but Joe kind of pushed back pretty hard, and Shapiro.
Yeah, he questioned.
Shapiro kind of got backed into a corner and couldn't find his way out of it.
That doesn't happen very often. He's very well versed. He's like, you talk about the art of the debate.
That's it. He's not very well versed. What he's very good at is manipulating the dialogue, right? That is a lot like Tom, right?
Shapiro
is very much in his verbal ability to debate or to.
Listeners, for those of you who don't know what Tom is, he's an old co-host.
Bill Maher.
Of ours.
One of my most favorite things I've ever watched on YouTube was Bill Maher and Ben Shapiro going back and forth, because Shapiro, like, Into the Lion's Den, went right on Bill Maher's show.
Yeah.
And
he owned him.
Did he? I didn't think so.
Shapiro owned Bill Maher.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes.
Yeah. Bill Maher got completely owned by Shapiro.
Yeah.
But to be fair, that's a low bar.
I would say, like, Maher's on the liberal side of things would be the Shapiro for the liberals.
No
way.
Did
it again.
No way.
Politics.
So give me one.
No way.
Give me one. What's the other one? The Brit.
I would put Shapiro and Oliver in a room together, and I assure you that Oliver, should he come prepared on subject matter, would completely own Shapiro.
Who is the guy that he was on the show with?
Are you talking about, like, way back in when Shapiro got owned and he kind of had to backtrack on some things?
I'm talking about there's a guy. Is it Piers Morgan?
Piers Morgan.
Piers Morgan. Is he? He's fairly left, right?
No. I don't believe so. Is he?
I'm trying
Courtney?
to think of who it was.
Is Piers Morgan on the left?
And I don't think of him that way.
I don't think of him that way. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this hour. We're going to reset here. We're going to come back. We've got a bit of a game show. Courtney is running this hour. It is called Weekly Watch Party Family Feud. So I don't know the rules yet. Cole or Courtney will explain them to us when we come back. If you're, I guess, watching live, we're just going to be here silent for a minute, and then we'll come back with a theme song. Quad, you're going to shut off the recording and pick back up and do another audio pickup, yeah? Okay. All right, so thanks for listening, everybody. Geek out. See you in a few moments.
Geek out.
Or tomorrow if it's 30 Days Podcasting.
Quad, if you're Quad, you're running this next hour, right, for the show? I'm going to be gone to get the kid, so do you need me here?
Okay, well, we need as many people on mic as we can get, because it's Family Feud style.
Okay,
two
so
teams.
they can both jump in, Brian and
sure.
Kyle, right?
I'll be right back.
BRB. All right, boys and girls. I'll be back. I'm going to go get the kids. Yeah.
Grant, let's do a little, we'll just talk to the people while we're
so
still online.
We're still live. Okay.
Yeah, we're still online.
I'm good with that.
Do you want to turn yourself up a little bit?
I do.
I'm going to turn myself up then.
That's fair. I can do that.
Okay.
Just so you guys know, we're still live on YouTube, so anyone tuning in is able to hear us, although the show format style is not going on right now. We're kind of in between hours.
Yeah.
Appreciate you guys sticking around. This is really just kind of a look at behind the scenes and what happens when we're not putting the show together that goes out in audio format, in an hourly sense that we end up dropping. So
they've heard enough of us to know, like, we're trying to get our shit together. What were you doing? You're still on camera.
Cole and I, when Cole and I, or rather when Cole approached the house, I said, "Hey, are we going to do an hour of just right to the left of center?" Is that what we were talking about?
I know we had talked about that months ago, but I didn't do that because I thought that you guys would. I really thought by the end there'd be an argument and one of you would leave.
No, here's the thing, and I realized this talking with Tom is that, like, if you bring up something and I start this, and I engage you in the argumentative debate, I'm always coming less from an educated on the actual facts of a policy, and I'm presenting, like, my emotional, moral viewpoint versus what I actually know, right? So I've been trying to now read up on every single thing that I'm willing to engage in a argumentative debate about, so I have the facts.
Come on in, Dan.
So I can drive my moral, emotional argument with the facts versus not have facts and just say I think it's wrong.
Tough part is when the facts don't support your emotional. They don't support your emotional argument. So
what I found myself is conceding, and actually moving my needle of, I am not a far left. I'm considered, Democratic liberal on the left, which is different than far left, right?
Correct. 100% correct.
No different than being a conservative on the right and being far right. They are the extremities of the political spectrum.
I think you and I are probably this far apart, like literally, like on a couple issues. But anyways,
well, I think there's really big issues where we are like we're never going to meet in the middle. It's never going to happen.
My thing is, I would do that hour with you, but I would not do it unprepared. I would never do that without researching your side, my side, and having like bullet lists and points and things to draw on.
What do you think would be the toughest subject matter to try and have an argumentative debate about?
Police brutality right now. I think that would be the biggest one.
See, and for me, I think it would be abortion.
Abortion would be a good one. Abortion or
we're not live. You're all right.
The police brutality or the systemic racism in America. Those would be the big ones.
I would have to, I don't even want to, I got to watch how I even respond to you just saying, hey, this is, because,
those are the hot buttons right now.
They're the hot buttons, exactly.
That's what I'm saying. That would be the
Dan, you're not online right now.
I actually am more interested in just covering the general, I guess, perspective of the right versus the left. Like the general policy, like, the general basis of the Democratic Party and the Republican Party is more government and less government. That's how it's supposed to be, correct?
Yep.
Right? But the Republican Party all but does not exist anymore. In the way that the Republican Party was initially formed and what it's meant to do.
Traditional Republican Party, yeah.
Right? And that Trump, would you concede that Trump has completely decimated it? Trump and McConnell. To that end, I would concede in every argument that I have with this subject matter that Pelosi and Schumer have done the same for the Democratic Liberal Party. I think you and I agreed that the idea is that we got to get rid of the old guard.
Yeah, agree.
We have to find bipartisan agreement because Republicans and Democrats are always going to exist. The problem is we are ingrained now in a government that they're not going to cooperate. And they're running the show.
Quad go? I thought he was running an hour.
They're running the show, and it's affecting the American people. I will say what I like about Biden. Don't care if he's telling the truth. Don't care if it's talking point or pandering. But it is an ideology that is important. And Trump has even said it, and he promotes it, or anti-promotes it. Trump is a president for red states and people that support him.
I know, it won't stop.
We're not live, or we're not even doing it an hour. So shut up. And right? So important. And Biden's statement, of course, says, I want to be a president for all people. Doesn't matter if it's true or not. It's the idea that, that's a great idea. I would love to have that to be true. Like,
why doesn't it matter if it's true?
I'll be back. I got to get my kids.
Okay.
I'll be back.
It's not possible.
That's not true. That's not true.
How could he represent me and you?
Because there's common ground that you can find. There's a handshake between conservative and liberal ideology. It's called bipartisanship. It does exist. I mean, are there policies on certain subjects? Sure. Like if you're
let me ask you.
If I'm pro-choice,
would you want a Democratic president? Would you and a Democratic Senate and a Democratic House?
The answer to that is no.
I agree with you.
Where's the bipartisanship in that?
I wouldn't want it. Right. I wouldn't want it all one way.
But there has to be a happy medium. And you had walked away, and what Cole and I have discussed off.
No, I have the headphones.
Yeah, is that we've got to get rid of the old guard. We've got to find people who are willing to work together. Not since Ronald Reagan has there been a strong bipartisanship in government, right? And Mitch McConnell got in there, and he started to drive away bipartisanship. And then you've got somebody like Pelosi and Schumer, and they together they think they're doing good for the American people.
It's a great morning show. I'm Pelosi.
Yeah, right.
Schumer.
But they're not doing anything for the American people. Any of the people that are there now are not doing anything for the American people. What they're doing is they think that they're shoring up and protecting their party, and that's all that's important, instead of protecting the American people as a whole.
Hey, Jackson, if you're still on the 7 Days a Geek podcast Twitter account, go ahead and retweet some of my stuff.
I think it's very hard to do, though, because of special interests in the way everything's built.
Are we ready?
It takes too much money to get elected. We need
so
people.
How do you create a bipartisan government?
We're not going to solve it this hour.
I think we should break America into 4 parts because it's too big to be governed by one entity.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just sipping away. I think if you guys want to join, if you want to sit in Cole's spot, Brian, if you want fourth microphone, we need some players to play here.
You're listening to Podtoberfest 2020 Family Feud Edition.
Fall back, Dan.
Yeah, you can. Feel free to announce it when it. I got about.
Well, we're still
29,
broadcasting
30
live,
seconds.
so I'm just rolling with it. You let me know when we're gonna record the next audio for the hour that we drop as audio.
Yeah, no, I gotta play a
You'll notice.
video.
Don't we put the
YouTube and
show in?
videos getting it all.
Do you want me to put the theme song? Are we ready to go?
Guys,
we're
remember
really
that
close.
the
Really close.
Okay.
for your microphones, you're going to talk into the side, not
yeah,
the
right
top.
here. Bop, 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 bop.
Like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, just bring it up and.
Yeah, but like you mean it.
Like I mean it.
Yeah, don't be afraid of it. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Give us your full
mouth on
voice.
it.
I can be loud.
It's Kyle, right?
Hi.
That's
Hi.
the quad
nice
father.
to meet you in a three-dimensional
Yeah,
form.
you're still part of a monkey right now. Like half of your face is kind of.
I know he's got like an
embedded
arm
in the
coming out of
monkey,
it. It's because it's the microphone.
Yeah.
We don't need to know what he looks
right,
like.
all right.
This is my favorite hour so far. Yeah.
Ha!
Nothing's happening.
Interesting point my daughter just brought up.
Oh my God.
Whoa,
Courtney.
Whoa, that kind of show.
Courtney.
Dang.
He's got it happening on the mic.
I got to
We
tell.
need some music for
Look at
this.
you,
Why
pussy.
are we not scoring
you
this
go
moment?
in my bedroom and you change your shirt and look at Quad Father and fucking reveals it
No
for the
nipples.
world.
Yeah, I actually have a no nipple rule for my track team. There's no
I
nipple
know, I'm
showing
trying
at
to
any
bring
time.
it in here. Merge call with Dan. Can we do that? Will it happen with the way that I'm doing this thing?
Courtney,
That
Courtney,
probably
real
works
quick,
better.
and then we can, we'll cut it off. But something very.
It's something tells
No,
me
stop
we'll
it.
continue.
Something interesting that my daughter just texted
Dan,
me.
your sound got really loud.
Yep.
Is it
No.
about my chest?
She said, "Dad, you are live. Speak your truth." And then she said, she named herself and two of her other friends. And she said, we're all friends. We all get along, but one of us is a Democrat, one of us is a Republican, and then she says, and then one is COMMU, which makes me think communist, but I don't think that's right.
Yeah, there we go.
But I think the
Why is
point
this
is
going
when
on?
I read a text like that from my daughter, it's like, oh my God, are they really the hope for the future? That like these divided ideologies can somehow find bipartisanship? I mean,
Well,
Sure.
the truth is, Grant, I think most people are unlike you, insofar as I don't
I can
care
hear
what
you, Dan.
people's politics are. I could be friends with them. I could, I don't have to agree with anybody. Matter of fact, most of the people, I'm in the human service profession. Okay,
I
Most of
wondered
them
that, right?
Don't bleed red.
Right. I wondered that, how that is for somebody in your position where your job is to help them with the struggles in life,
Yep.
but on a political spectrum or even an ideology spectrum, you don't agree with them.
Yes.
So that's an interesting thing.
Whoa!
No,
What don't
okay.
I agree
all right,
with?
all right. Let me qualify that
Can
statement.
we wrap this up?
Yes.
Yes.
Go ahead, finish. But I mean,
I see the programs and the money in action, and I see that it doesn't actually help people. I see it's well intentioned, but doesn't meet the
okay,
needs.
so somebody comes to you and they're completely.
That was just in short.
In
summary.
In conclusion, somebody comes to you, they absolutely are devastated that Trump is president, and let's say you're a therapist who is a strong Trump supporter. How do you then legitimately help that person? I mean, is that possible? Without having your own personal opinions and politics interject into your therapy with that person?
#professional. Yes, all the time. I mean, I don't agree with people's decisions. I don't have to. I have all kinds of different lifestyles and things that I'm not a part of. And
I'm not saying I
but-
don't believe you or I disagree. I'm saying it's obviously for my strong emotion-based personality, it's hard for me to wrap my head around. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're just different. Yeah, we're different people, different styles. I can help you. Talk to me.
I forgot how the fuck I bring Dan's camera into this. It's pissing me off.
Yeah, I was waiting to see how that was going to work. I think you replace the whatever you have as one of the.
Yep.
Right.
scenes,
I
or not
have the
scenes.
scene. I have the. Hold on. Studio cam logo. I need a.
Anybody want to buy a house?
I saw the ad, but no
okay.
thank you,
Where is
Dan.
Thanks, Brett.
Hold on.
And you know Shady Maple.
I do know
man.
Shady Maple.
That was. I was like, holy crap!
Well, I do have a facility in Middletown.
Sounds like a bad syrup.
Oh no,
It's no. It's a really good. It's right outside of I went to Kutztown and it's not far out of Kutztown. Is it Fleetwood? Is it located?
Oh fuck! It's taken.
I don't know. I can't remember. It's just Lancaster County, as far as I know.
Yeah.
I mean, as close as Quad can get to it is Golden Corral meets like the best 5-star steakhouse you can get.
Hold on a sec. Quad, go ahead and talk once.
Golden Corrals are everywhere.
It's not
down here. That and
go.
Country Waffle. I'm like, I've never seen so many.
All right, go ahead now, Dan. Talk.
Check 1 2. How is that? Is that too loud? Because
now he's there and I'm not.
I keep turning it down and it comes
You guys are on the
back
same damn screen. I'm trying to figure out how to separate you guys. I think we're just gonna have to. I mean,
gotta keep them
separated. We're way behind
separated.
on this hour. I'm sorry, listeners. This is new to me, and it was.
This doesn't have to post as an hour.
I know, but I mean, I know, but we're 20 minutes into this hour. 12 minutes into
you know
this
what we
hour.
do? You know what we do?
We're just gonna go long at the end of the night.
We tack an hour on. Just
okay.
Relax, my
I
friend.
just want to know how to make this fucking work. Quad.
Oh.
You leave me.
You're doing a great job. Hey, I tell you, at this
me.
point, Jason, you honestly know more than I do.
Oh, all right.
How about a
Stop
hug?
kissing me, weirdo. We're not there yet.
All
right.
Yeah, that's
I'm
more
so
beers
glad
down
that
the
was
road.
caught on 2 cameras. Grant's gonna go home tonight and be like, "Finally, I made love to him."
Well,
By
he
several
finally
angles.
got to read Dr. Seuss.
And I just want to say, Grant,
Yes, sir.
those squats, they're working.
Are you talking about how much weight I've lost?
I think he saw your ass on the
I'm
camera.
talking about your glutes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. I don't know how to make Dan. Dan, you have your own camera, but I don't. Where's it at? There it is. But how do I make this camera? Add it. I want to add it to.
Fest tent. That's where the beer used to be. And they would have like Summerfest, Oktoberfest.
My father was crazy for that kind of stuff. I mean, we had a German brewer, we had a German baker, we had German bands.
And I remember them doing a big Polish festival, Irish festival, German festival.
Anything you could put the word fest on the end of it, Action Park did it.
Podtoberfest.
Hey,
Welcome.
thank you for inviting us. I didn't know we were doing that right now. Caught me off guard. All right, so this is the game show hour.
Are we? Do you want to just like build it right now? From right here, do you want to just build the remainder of the hour?
I have the remainder of the hour.
That's not what I'm talking about. Do you want to start the audio that's going to be released right here, not the behind the scenes video?
Yes.
That's
Go now.
Courtney's doing.
Hit the
okay.
intro. Cue the intro.
Oh, where's the intro at? Oh, there it is.
7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh. Greetings and salutations, get ready to binge watch with 3 geeks. Couldn't stop cold from eating, now he's the workout keto neighbor. Jason the Angry Ginger from Monkey Poo Studios, Limp and Quad Father gives us therapy from his couch. We're talking Netflix and Hulu, everything in the streaming war. Join our weekly watch party. First let's catch up with the geeks. What are you geeking out about? 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek.
Oh.
Greetings and salutations. Welcome to the 7 Days a Geek Show. It is game show
All right.
time.
It's time to play
And
the Family Feud. Our contestants today, Dan Evans from the Deconstructing Dad podcast, Brian Bauer-Fett, Kyle, Jason the Angry Ginger Parsons, and me, TK1. And now your host,
Big Money,
the Quad Father
Big
himself,
Money. What show was that? Big Money.
Courtney.
well, thank you very much, Rod Ruddy. I'm glad to be here. First thing we need to do is we need to separate you two into two families. Whose families is going to be with whose? And I'll give you a tip when you're selecting. It helps if you've listened to the show because it's a weekly watch party. Family Feud.
You know what?
Can we be partners?
I'll take the handicap. I'll take the handicap.
Yeah,
but it's weekly watch party, so Dan, you can be part of the Monkey Poo family, or do you want to be part of the listenership? I'll let you decide.
How about we leave it up to Courtney?
How about we get you on a mic?
There we go.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
Dan,
That's
can
better.
I tell you just how amazingly beautiful you look today?
We just need an hour of Dan dancing.
Yeah.
That is better.
My microphone just keeps moving up and down. I don't know why.
Stop
Okay, so who are our teams? Team
blow on it, Dan.
A, Team B. What are we doing?
We'll be Team A. The A team.
Oh,
you finally made it.
I wonder if Jeannie's listening.
Yeah.
Like, does she know I made the A team? I bet you she's going to protest.
She was in the chat room earlier. She texted me and said they're going to get beer and they'll come over later.
She's going to protest.
Hey, is that gate up upstairs?
No.
Okay.
Do you want me to go take care of that?
Could
real
you? Because it looks like I've got trampoline kittens coming down here.
Oh, you have more. We have like 4 down here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, that's all of them.
Okay, well, we can start.
Okay.
We can start without her. Even though, because it's not the official, we're just
Yeah.
going to get a warm
Let's
up,
get
and it's
loosey-goosey.
really not even a Family Feud
All right.
style question.
How do you play Family Feud?
It's
I was
really
just
more
gonna,
just me.
I was just going to say that. How do you play Family Feud?
What are the rules?
The rules are we have Team A and Team B, or whatever they're going to name themselves as we become more interesting
All
as
right.
the hour goes along. It's you team versus each other, and I will ask a question. Whoever we'll start with A because we don't have buzzers, so we can't ring in like in
All
the
right.
real Family Feud. And so we'll take turns going first, and if you get the top answer, which will just be in some cases the answer at the top of my list because we did not survey 100 people
that's
on all of
unfortunate.
these weekly watch parties.
You could have put a poll out to the listeners.
And then, but you will have the chance to play or pass like in traditional Family Feud. And if you can get all of the answers on my answer sheet before getting 3 strikes, then
Okay.
you win the round. And then you go to Big Money Final Showdown match game.
Is this the
Family
game?
Feud.
Is this the game where the host gets to kiss the contestants and shit?
I thought for a minute there
sure.
you can be
So I
like,
need
settle
someone
down.
to stand in.
It depends on which era you're talking about. Nowadays, it's pretty much just how white trashy can you get.
Oh, really? Like were the answers in my
Have
butt?
you, I will say an interesting point you bring up is that the Steve Harvey hosted one, right?
Still
it's
does.
not family friendly.
No, it's
No,
not.
it veers off into
Raunchy.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
Yeah, it turns into kind of match.
No.
game.
yeah.
No.
I would agree with that. Have you watched the
Yeah,
new
'cause
match
they
game
always-
with Oh, what the hell's his name? The guy who's impersonating Trump on
Yeah.
SNL. Whatever. Yeah, it's
Alec Baldwin.
Thank you. It's nice, Courtney.
Tough list. I think that's
point being
that's
is that
Courtney trying to say let's move on.
Okay, gotcha.
No, I was just saying
Oh,
he got
okay.
the answer. Anytime you guys stumble for a what was his son?
Yeah,
of the,
I'll get that a
who was
lot.
that? Yeah.
All right, here. Wait, can I ask you a
Okay,
question?
so
Even though
let's
you're
just
host, can I
begin-
ask you a question about Family Feud to start with? Look, I love it. Every
He does
year,
this to Swanee, his
every,
best friend. You're
every
fine.
year that
You're
I
fine.
go off tangent, every year you can see him just get raging pissed.
No, that's just him annoyed. He does it to me all the time.
It's just his face.
That's what I
Yeah,
do when I
yeah.
pause. I'm literally
He has
holding my
resting
jaw.
dick
Name
face.
name
You can just
every
talk.
host of Family Feud.
Oh my God, who cares? If your tangent's
No.
gonna go,
All
like
right.
make it worthy. I feel like that was like a bragging moment. Like, oh yeah, I'm pulling over you, Courtney. I know all the hosts.
I was looking for a buzzer moment for him. Sorry.
Dan just asked what team he's on.
All right. So let's warm up.
Dan, you're gonna be on the listeners' team. You guys are the travelers. We're Team Monkey Poo, Team Travelers. Go.
Yeah, they're Team Poo. All right. So starting with Team Poo, because you get the first chance to. Who won the most audience polls in the weekly watch party of the 9, and how many did each host win? Okay, Jason.
Okay,
you get
so
to answer. Your team.
So
gets to
for
answer
clarification, the question you just asked is in regards to each week. Each month, Cole, yourself, and Jay, you
Yes.
put out a poll.
Yes.
And that poll is based on
Yes.
asking people for what? The movie to pick?
No, their poll is who.
Yeah, which one
out
was
of the three we
top
picked for the
movie of
month?
of
Yeah.
the
Okay,
who
and
they
so
liked the most.
So your question is who won the most of those polls? Gotcha.
audience polls, and how many?
It was me with 5, and then.
Wow,
All right, do you want to play or pass? This is how we
Play.
would do it if it
We
was
want
a
to
real
play.
question.
Hey, give
Yeah,
me a
there's
high
only
five.
3 answers.
Fucking
Good
knowing
answer.
my
Good
show.
answer. Yeah, we need a little
Yeah,
enthusiasm.
knowing your show, that's impressive that you know the answer
Because
to
I
don't know
I
the
knew I
show
was a
you're
winner.
a part of.
It's the only time I ever felt like a winner.
All right. All right, so we need.
I'm the driver, I'm the
and then
winner.
To finish it out, there's only 2 more possible. There was me and Cole. Who's next? Who's next?
That would be me.
What are we doing?
We're playing a game.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah. it's
Welcome,
called
Ginger.
Family Feud. So now you need to fill out the rest of the answers on the board. You need answer number 2 and answer number 3. What's your who?
I'm
who
playing.
else?
I'm playing for the points. It's my turn. Jay went first, so
Okay.
go ahead.
All right. Same question. Different host answer, I hope. And how many did they win?
No,
You
the
can work
next
together.
the next person
Fair.
in line is going to be you.
Okay.
Okay.
Am I the moderator
out of 1,
or are
2,
you?
and 3.
I need an answer from A.
He needs to know which
the
host
Poos.
was second with the most points.
And my answer was
how many?
Courtney.
Okay.
That's why I said you.
Okay, with how many?
Oh, I have
How
to know
many?
the number of the
Of the
9.
9.
I think you had.
I had 5. So
Yeah, no. I think you had. Did you have 2 or 3? Because I remember the one was 2. Nope. I said nope.
All right, that's one
Damn it.
strike. Jason, you wanna see if you can get another answer?
out of you or out of Cole? Because I thought Cole won
Yes.
with 3. And,
They're both on the board. You just have to match
Cole
one
had
of them.
3. Oh.
All right,
Well, I know
that's
the
2
answer now.
strikes. 2 strikes. Get ready to steal, listeners.
We already knew the answer.
You might be
Did you really?
huddling, talking about what you
All
think's
right,
going to happen.
Include Dan.
I said listeners. Isn't he a listener?
Well, then talk
Yeah,
in your
yeah.
mic if you're there.
So
Dan.
they're
Talk in the
huddling
mic.
off on the side. We can see them. Because you're going to have one answer to steal. Okay, Grant, what's your next question? I mean, what's your next answer? Who and how many?
Well, I said Courtney with 2, and then you said Cole with 2. So that's going to be Cole with 3.
I said Cole with 3.
No, you said 2.
Did I? Okay. All right. I
Oh, he
said
did?
3.
Yeah.
Okay, so I
I
need
said 3.
an answer. 3
So it'd
seconds.
be Cole.
Cole with 2.
All right. All you need is one of the
Logan,
2 answers on the
are
board,
you doing the
listeners.
math, honey?
Was there a fucking draw?
It's Courtney with 3.
Really?
Yes.
No, that was my answer.
Courtney
I
with
literally
4.
So the Poos would win the money on that one because it goes back to the Poos. It's actually me with 4 and Cole with 0.
Cole didn't
never
win for
won?
one.
Never
No.
Oh my lord!
No.
That's really embarrassing.
He had the
Him.
most wins, but he never won.
If Cole was here right now, he'd flip that fucking cafe table.
I know. That's why I wanted. This was not really even a Family Feud question. Just a way for me to gloat over his
Wow,
dumbass.
that's nice. So the challenge I have with this, Courtney, is that like if I've never listened to the show, nor
I
how am I.
know. We hear that every hour. 3 for 3 now. Good job.
Are you sure you don't want me on your team? There, Jay?
They've already made the decision. We get to keep you.
Sometimes I feel like Courtney is so mean to me. Like I'm gonna remember last year
Well, you
I
can't-
cried about it for the whole year, worrying about it till
All
today.
you've done every hour is tell us how you don't listen. That's really good for the audience. Thank you.
It should be the best thing you ever
Got
listened
you
to.
there.
There's so much content you just can't remember. Go with that.
All right, now we're really
All right.
starting.
All right.
Buzz myself. All right, round 2. Now this is where the questions really start. So we're starting with the listeners or the travelers. Top 4 answers on the board. Name the movies in the weekly watch party competition that had a color in the title. Top 4 answers on the board. Who's answering from the travelers? You just need one.
Can't think of one.
Dan, do
to
you know
decide
any?
if you're going to play or pass. Say it again.
Dan, do you know any?
Who's?
I'm drawing a blank right now.
I
Are
need
we
an
playing
answer.
or passing? Can we pass?
Oh, you don't have a choice if you don't get the answer, right? Yeah, I need an answer. 3 seconds.
I got nothing.
Green room?
Nope. That was a buzzer. That was a buzzer. That was a buzzer.
It was under. That was
No,
under.
I called that when the buzzer went. I'm gonna fight this to the death.
Hey, Courtney called it.
Traveler, you have the power to control. Do you want to play or pass?
We have scribbles going on over here. I'm doing a.
Fuck.
You play or pass?
I don't have any answers. Pass. We're passing.
All right. Poosters. We've got 3 answers left on the board. Tell me the top. Tell me the rest of the 3 movies in the Weekly Watch Party competition that had a color in its title. Dan, what you already said.
Green Room.
Green Room. Okay.
I've got one.
So we've got
3
left. All right,
Blue
Grant,
Ruin.
You're next.
It was my suggestion to you, was it not?
On the board. It was. I pulled it off whatever that archaic website that you have of all those wonderful movies. Yeah. It got me the loss, but it was
Pop Culture Cafe, the article I wrote for that online magazine.
Oh yeah, you know what? I love that website. I go on it all the time. See, that's how you do it, you moron. Okay, Jason, I need an answer from you. There's 2 answers left on the board.
I'm trying. Cole, you're back. You're part of our team. We need the movies that had color references in them. We've already done Green Room and Blue Ruin.
For Weekly Watch Party?
Yeah. What was the red?
There's 2 left.
What was the one that you did? That stupid ass movie with 100 people in a room. Did it have a number?
Circle.
Oh, that wasn't a. Okay.
That's a great suggestion.
Yeah.
Great movie, wasn't it?
I liked it.
Fucking terrible. What else did we have? We had blue, green, red. The color purple we didn't do.
I need
3 seconds.
3 seconds. I need an
There was
answer.
Don Juan. There was 3. There was yellow, nothing, red, blue.
Green, the one you did.
The Green Room already got
Room. Oh, you
called.
Okay.
I don't know. Black. No. Oh, Black Snake Moan.
Oh, you got it in. You got it in.
I got it in.
Okay. You started the answer before we get it.
You 2 versus these 2?
All right, there's 1 left on the board. So far on the board, we can see
Okay.
Blue Ruin, Green Room, and what was Black Snake Moan is what you said. There's only 1 left. Grant.
I got nothing.
Give me a movie with a color.
All right, that's 1 strike.
enough.
You only got 2 left.
Cole, what else is there?
We're doing colors of movies?
Yeah,
now?
colors of movies that we did on a Weekly Watch Party.
Blue Ruin, Green Room, and Black Snake Moan. There's 1 left.
Trying to think of the movies that you picked.
3 seconds. Dead
I
air
know
is
it's
not
not.
our friend.
So you're.
Don Juan, the About Time was the first season.
Yep.
Session, and then we did.
No, he's
not cheating.
He's
He's
not
just
looking it up. He's not on camera.
Green Street Hooligans. Green Street Hooligans.
Yay!
We take the lead.
That's 2 for
I
the
think. Are we tied?
Boosters.
We still have the lead.
No, you won the last one.
Someone's got the lead.
Feel free if you want to share the first question with Cole.
He's too close
I
to
hate
the
see
snack
that he
table.
missed.
That was a lot of work. I don't want to see
relay it.
snacks flying all over.
It's gonna look like Garfield eating lasagna in a minute.
Okay, so now we're going to go to the Poosters, who get control of the first opportunity to answer a question. This is our last question that actually has to do with the Weekly Watch Party. The rest of the questions have to do with streaming in general, so people have a better shot at it here. All right, Jason's team, the Poosters. Name the Weekly Watch Party movie that had a man or a woman's name in the title. Top 5 answers on the board.
Wow.
I need an answer.
Don Juan.
Nice one. Good one.
All right, now that was close. It's Don John. I'll give it to you.
It was
for the Spanish
yeah.
American people.
Howl's Moving Castle, right?
So 'cause that's translated.
Kiki.
That's fair.
We didn't do that, but
Kiki's Delivery Service was in
All
there.
right. Okay, so do you guys want to play or pass? Play or
let's
pass? I need
let's
an
pass.
answer.
Let's
We'll
pass.
pass.
Yeah.
You just gave him a title though.
We'll pass. That's right. That's right.
All right.
That's
I didn't hear it.
No.
All right, to the travelers. I've got 4 more answers on the board. The question is, name a Weekly Watch Party movie, all the Weekly Watch Party movies that had a man or a woman's name in the title.
Horrible with titles.
You could talk amongst yourself because it's a podcast.
Movies with the name in the title.
So, I've got nothing.
Nothing here, yeah.
Grant's got nothing. Grant's got tucking down.
Chicken downtown.
We'll go with Tom. That's 1 strike. I'm going to give you apparently 6 more seconds to get 2 more strikes.
Oh, that smells so good.
We're gonna
Listener,
go ahead and hit all those strikes because none of us have any
You
idea.
don't know the movies.
All right, I've got one.
What?
For the win.
Let's go for the win.
For the win.
All right, just for fun.
I'm glad that you keep
sure.
hitting
You have
that
to have
buzzer.
Don't I have to get one right to win?
Yeah, you bet. We'll say
Am I
that.
wrong?
No, he just doesn't know the rules.
Well, that is the rules. You don't have to get one right to win.
We passed, right? And they couldn't do it.
You
So
still
that's
have
it?
to steal.
If the
You still
team
have to
plays
steal
it-
back.
Yeah, so I'm
it.
stealing it back.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you guys have to huddle. You're right.
Calm down.
Right.
No, I want to let him continue treating me like an asshole when I'm getting it right.
That's just how he talks.
No, I'm the asshole.
Howl's
Go ahead.
Moving Castle.
Really? That's not even.
I got one. I remembered one.
Wasn't that the
wasn't
the name of the
one
movie?
Yes, it was.
What was that shitty ass movie
You
made
had
us watch?
Kiki's Delivery Service.
No, we didn't watch
Howl's
that.
Moving Castle was on that list.
No.
What was that
Nope.
movie that we hated?
Spirited Away.
Oh.
Yeah. Spirited
Oh,
Away
okay,
that
so
you guys
here are the
hated,
names of the movies.
which was terrible, by the way.
Here are
Same
the names
damn
of the
thing.
movies. Hardcore
Oh, okay.
Henry. Frankie
yeah.
and Johnny.
Howl's was not on that list.
Ingrid
No.
Goes West. Killer
Oh
Joe.
yeah, Killer Joe. Okay.
So it must have been
All
when I
right.
suggested Howl's because you guys were talking about
just didn't
Spirited
use it.
Away,
We just didn't use it.
and that was another one.
All right, round 3, bitches.
All right. Get something.
You guys are
Round
going
3.
down. We're
Here we
hey,
go.
$5 on the table.
Oh, hey, there you go. Who gets on the
I was-
table for $5?
Who's going
Jay.
down? Like you're like going down.
it's for
They're
$5.
going down.
$5 on the table.
All right.
Yeah.
Like so inappropriate.
$5 go down.
They're
on the
going
table.
down for $5.
All right.
Jeez.
Okay. Who's
He's
the?
not there in public.
Remind me who's the
Dan,
first team
put your
that
face
gets
in the
choice to
mic.
answer here?
We got an answer
Is it-
last round. They didn't, so we get an answer, right?
It's whoever.
I don't
okay.
know the fucking rules.
Yeah, that sounds great.
Okay.
All right. So name. All right. Here we go. Here's the question. Name the streaming service with the most subscribers. I just picked the top 5 answers. Name the streaming service with the
Netflix.
most subscribers. That is number. Oops. If I turned it up, it'd be number 1. All right. So
We're gonna play.
or pass. All right. I need another answer of name
Amazon
the
Prime
streaming
Video.
service with the most subscribers. Netflix is
And
number
Amazon is
1
2.
with 193 million.
Amazon Prime number 2.
Amazon Prime is number
125
2. 15 million.
Hulu.
125.
As long as you
Yeah.
get it on the board,
Hulu.
we don't have to get them in order.
Hulu.
Hulu. Is that a
Yes.
final answer?
We're-
All right, that's 3 out of 5. We have 2 left on the board. What's a streaming service with the
Disney
most
Plus.
subscribers?
Good call. Good call.
Yes, with 60.5 million above Hulu, with only has 35.
Does that mean-
million? And there's one answer left on the board. I was surprised this was number 5 and made it, but it is.
Well, it's either going to be Apple TV
yeah.
or it's going to be HBO Max. I would say HBO Max. Well, their app came out late. I'm gonna go. Let's go with. Well, yeah, because Apple gave it away
Let's
to
go
everybody.
Apple. Let's go
Apple Plus.
Apple.
Yeah.
And that
Fucking
is what we call it.
Clean sweep.
$5 or you're going down.
How about $5 and they go down?
I like where
Boom.
your head's at. I like where your head's at.
Boom.
All right, moving right along to the next question, which is the travelers get to answer this. So these are the 5 most popular movies this year on
Okay.
Netflix. Yes,
I have a
Jason.
quick question to derail you and piss you off real quick. I have a couple.
Oh, thank you.
I have a
I
couple
need to fill the
listeners
time.
who want to know what the movie is the weekly watch party is for this week, so that they can catch up and move forward with future episodes that you're doing.
The weekly watch party for this week, and we will cover it in a couple of hours, is Cargo, The Thing, These End of Days Things Times. What's that movie called?
And in the
And
Apocalypse.
the Apocalypse. And the 5th one is It's what? Cabin in the Woods.
And I'll let you get back to it real quick. If you guys ever want to sit down and talk to the director of N in the Apocalypse,
Yes, we do.
I have a direct line. We have a very good, behind the scenes relationship, and I can always get him on the show.
Hey, see if you can get them in a couple hours.
Seriously?
Yeah, why not?
What's the right now Eastern Standard Time?
I don't know that could I talk honestly about my opinion about Anna the Apocalypse
when we get to that, because it comes up later on in another hour, right?
It's in 2 hours.
Yeah, we definitely can. So It's 11:35 Eastern Standard Time. What time is it in Scotland currently?
Plus
5 hours.
Alexa?
4?
5 o'clock.
Okay.
5 p.m.
That helps me. Oh, my daughter's listening, Courtney, and she was like, if you don't like Anna in the Apocalypse, she's going to have a problem with you. Hey.
Well, we're gonna have a discussion about that. That's for sure.
My son's got that on his Spotify playlist.
Because
the songs are
the movie is great. Anyway, let's go. All right, I derailed, but I wanted to answer the question for people who are asking what's on the weekly watch party. They want to catch up with the show.
Well, that was wonderful.
I felt like that was relevant and wasn't gonna, piss you off too much.
That'll be our 5th hour, 1 p.m. All right.
Yeah, it's Grant is the last word guy.
It's
All right,
true.
So now the travelers. See,
I
he just
did.
did it again.
Okay, we were top 5.
You win.
Thank you.
Yes, the most watched movies on Netflix for the past year. The listeners get a chance. Okay? So I need an answer from someone on the listeners' team. Yeah, that's them.
What are we thinking, folks?
Christmas
what is it?
As long as you get one on the board.
I can't hear you, Dan. I'm sorry.
The Christmas Chronicles.
Let's go for it.
Christmas Chronicles,
Yes.
your answer?
Yeah.
That is incorrect. Jason, oh wait. So now, Jason, you guys, I guess, can get the chance. You want to play
we
or
wanna
pass? All right.
Top 5
Let's
movies.
go. Top most watched movies in
Netflix.
2020.
Can I just
on
give them all to you right
Netflix.
now?
This is so unfair.
Well, it's a family team game, but if you want to take it over, Mr. Streamer, you should have a podcast about it.
Yep, Extraction is definitely one of them.
90 million.
Is this
number
90
one
million.
with 99 million
series
views?
or no?
Just movies.
Bird Box.
Movies.
I just said that. Literally, your voice came out when I mouthed
I
it.
believe that's on the
hilarious.
list, even though that movie is 2 years old. Are you the Sandra Bullock one you're saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's on the list, but let's play it safe and go with Six Underground
Yeah,
first.
that was my next one.
Yeah, that's number 4 on the board with
Ooh,
83 million
that's gonna confuse me.
views. So Extraction is number 1 with 99. Six Underground's 83 million.
Oh, Old Guard.
Old Guard.
It's on the list,
Wow.
but not in the top 5.
I can name all the
I think it's
series,
number
but
10.
movies, that's where I'm going to struggle.
It's okay. Think.
That's
Oh,
one
we
strike.
get another one?
Get ready to steal.
Do they go, or we get another one and then they can steal?
We've got 2
No,
more
you-
strikes.
okay.
All right.
More strikes.
What else came out this year? It's not going to be the fucking Irishman. That was lower than all 3 of the top 3.
It's not necessarily released this year. It's most viewed.
Oh, so it'll be on there then. What was the one? The Sandra Bullock one?
Adam Sandler.
Oh yeah. Well, Hubie Halloween could be
No,
one
not
of them.
no. It's
the murder mystery one.
The murder mystery one. Yeah. Murder mystery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Is that your answer?
Hold on. Yeah.
That's on the board with number 5, 73 million views. And we've got 2 left. Number 2 and 3 left on the board.
What's the Sandra Bullock one?
After you've already
Bird
got
Box.
Extraction, 6 Underground,
Bird
and
Box.
Murder Mystery.
Bird Box.
Look at that. They still have 2 strikes, so you got 1 to burn. There's 1 left. Bird Box had 89 million behind Extraction with 99 million.
2 years
and
later.
only 4 million ahead of this next one.
Wait, did you say Extraction is only 4 million ahead of the next one? So
No.
which one?
It's 10 million ahead
Okay.
of Bird Box, and Bird Box is only 4 million ahead.
What was
of the
another
next
Netflix?
on the
What
list.
was a big Netflix flick that came out? Well, and it could be old then.
What's the one with
Netflix original film?
Oh, Netflix. Well, Netflix acquires them and then slaps the original title on them.
Well, yeah, but it's still there. So, and they're producing their own now too.
Yeah, it has the little red N
what's that?
on it.
Sandberg one on the island.
Nope,
Nope.
that's on Hulu.
Yeah,
that's Hulu original.
Yeah, Palm
And
Springs.
that was a great movie.
Yeah. What's one more? One more. Come on.
I don't have it.
We have
3
3
seconds.
seconds.
They're gonna fail it anyway. It doesn't matter.
Okay, so-
Pass.
Wow. I mean, it's not wrong.
No, you can't pass. You
fail.
only have 2 strikes,
Hold on, there's
loser.
let's go with
All right, you have 10 seconds to give me an
10
answer.
seconds.
Give them the 10 seconds.
As
long as you make it entertaining.
Well,
10
I can sit
seconds.
here and yammer and stutter and look cool on
That
YouTube.
works, that's usual.
What comic book movie? It's not the Jamie Foxx movie.
Oh, Power.
You think that hit big? I don't think it did.
Power.
All right, we'll go with it.
It was worth it.
All right. Now the travelers get a chance to steal. You can talk amongst yourself. It'd be interesting.
What do you got, Dan? Dan, what do you got?
for a
What do you got?
podcast.
Dan, what do you got? Dan.
Hey,
Dan.
back up off the Travelers team.
Oh.
Back off.
Yeah, he's the last word guy.
It's true.
I don't know if you heard that.
I can hang.
There it is again.
Any ideas?
Come on, don't you guys listen to the
Just
show?
talk out loud.
You guys
I'd love to
stream
hear
the
your
content.
thoughts.
You know what you need,
What is
Courtney,
out
is
there?
you need the Jeopardy music, Courtney. That's where you need to be.
Yeah.
Oh, you
this
might not
is-
have it on his board.
This is embarrassing.
What was
I
the one
literally
with,
gave him-
with Will Smith and
Oh.
That was 2 years ago. It was 2 years ago.
yeah, but still might be popular. The one with Will Smith and where they had wizards and fairies and
Hey.
stuff in the
Yeah.
They matter
Yeah.
too.
real world.
Is that the one with the sun?
It's not dark. It's
No.
not shadowy.
Oh, you
it's
already know.
Right.
It's like bright light or something. Like
he
that,
literally
right?
just told you the answer, even though it might not be the answer.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, it doesn't have a comma period.
What's that?
And it's not the answer. It's not that. It's not the answer. So go ahead. What? Come on. 3 seconds.
This is engaging.
We got
I
a
got
show to do.
nothing.
Nothing.
I'm not prepared for
I
this.
don't
Better
know.
when Courtney and I are fighting over last words.
I agree.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, we're letting you down.
All right, Ed.
Yeah, I'm let down.
All right, and the boosters.
Boosters.
Take another round. The answer that we were all looking for is Spencer
Oh my
Confidential.
God! Are you?
That was
That's
only
on
like,
the
that was
list.
like, hold on, that was like what,
85 million.
52 million?
Spencer
Oh
Confidential.
wow!
million.
There's a sequel.
I actually
coming.
saw that one.
That was entertaining as all get out. I would not have put it anywhere near
Well,
the
it
top
was,
5.
low budget though.
Just-
Like it didn't play like a Peter Berg
Just
movie.
for those who find it hard to follow with all of these voices and all of the different answers in different orders, I will read them. Extraction, 99 million. Bird Box, 89 million. Spencer Confidential, 85 million. Six Underground, 83 million. I think it was about 3 million of those myself. Murder Mystery, 73 million.
And there's sequels to Extraction, Murder Mystery, Bird Box, Spencer Confidential, and what was the other one? There's
Six Underground,
there's
Bird Box,
sequels
Extraction,
coming to
Murder
all
Mystery.
five of those, I think.
You know what I liked about Murder Mystery is it's and you'll see the difference or the contrast between Hubie Halloween and Murder Mystery with regards to Adam Sandler's characters.
Yeah.
Like the Hubie Halloween is literally the character he's most known for and played his whole life.
Right.
But just in a different movie. But when you see Murder,
Robert Boucher.
But in Murder Mystery, he's playing a comedic role, but he's not that stupid man-child
ham
or
it up. Right.
half-brain
Right.
kind of dimwit. And then you look at all the dramas he's done, Uncut,
Fucking fantastic.
Uncut Gems.
Yeah.
Grant, I love you because you were excellent at doing segues. My next question is, how many, and I got about 10 of them, Adam Sandler movies are currently on Netflix? And so we're just going to say that if you can give me 5, if a team can give me 5 that are currently on Netflix, because I've got a list of about 8 or 9 that aren't on Netflix anymore. So
I can do
let's
5.
see. Oh, the
I can do
listeners will
3.
start. And so I need an answer from the listener, the travelers, who are, I need to know a movie that Adam Sandler is in that is currently streaming on Netflix.
Well, we can do. Yeah, I was
Hubie
gonna say
Halloween.
let's do the obvious one.
Hubie Halloween is on the list. Now you get a chance. Do you want to play or pass?
Yes.
We'll play.
Play. We're playing.
Okay, yay! You're supposed to clap. And jump up and
Yay! We got one.
down. Thank you. I know you can't use your brain and be enthusiastic at the same time. I completely understand. All right, so I need an answer. Dan Evans, what say you? How about a Adam Sandler movie currently streaming on Netflix?
Waterboy.
That is, I believe.
Ooh. No, that's one strike.
I
Get
just
ready to
crossed that off
steal.
our list. Thank you, Dan.
I can tell you, it doesn't even say that it was on there. So, wait, the. Nope, it's not. Nope. Okay.
Mr.
Brian.
Deeds.
Oh, number 1 on the list. Well done, Kyle.
I'm gonna
coming
take
to
a
you
stab
next.
with Uncut Gems.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's off already? Oh.
I don't know where it is, but Or maybe you know what? I can be corrected because this might be a 2 or 3 months old. I know it is streaming currently. I don't know if it's on Netflix. Uncut Gems. Can anyone check
It is.
that?
It is on
screens.
Netflix. Uncut Gems.
It is. So it is. Yay! Wait, good job, Kyle. All right, so you still only have 1 strike and 2 more answers to get on the board here. Dan, coming to you. Name an Adam Sandler movie currently streaming on Netflix.
Produced.
Wedding Singer?
Makes a cameo. Pretty sure.
The Wedding Singer's not.
Oh, that was a good one.
I know,
that was a good
I
one.
know.
I'll bet you if you go over to
Yeah,
Hulu, they've got it.
Well, probably.
That's the problem. Is I keep thinking.
All right,
All right,
that's
you
2
and the
strikes.
chat room's very quiet. Come on, chat room. Don't give the answers
boosters have
though.
to be ready to steal. You only need
All right.
1 in order to steal, but they need 3 strikes before you get a chance, boosters. All right, Brian, what say you?
Happy Gilmore.
Ooh, that was a good one.
Happy. The price is wrong. Happy? No, no
okay.
happy.
Okay.
No.
Courtney, can you recap the correct answers on the board because we can't see it?
Maybe Hubie Halloween. I'll give you murder mystery because we said it earlier.
You're giving us that point. Okay.
Mr. Deeds. So there's still a ton
Ridiculous
on
6.
here. Is that your final answer?
It's on Netflix. It's a Netflix original. It has to be there.
Thank
you. It was the first of his 200. It was the first of his first $200 million plan. What?
Okay, so now, and I thought just for fun, okay, I DM'd you, Jason, and I say this is a group activity.
You DM'd me?
So this is just for fun because I found it and I thought, what the hell, why not? In the 7DAG DM, I sent you a picture recently. It has all of the Marvel movies in it. So I'm going to ask you guys to put them in order of the actual timeline in, not release. I sent you the release dates.
Timeline.
Ooh,
This is the chronological,
The
which by the way, the reason it popped in my mind is because if you go to Disney Plus now, you can select that as an option.
Here is my question. We're talking about Marvel studio films?
Cinematic movies, yes.
Yep.
The cinematic universe.
Yeah, I don't. On my list, there are no Spider-Man.
Because Disney doesn't have that.
Leave those
That's
out.
a Sony film.
Yeah, so leave that.
So,
just for fun, we're
Blade
just
is a Marvel
talking.
character?
No,
Would that be
no.
Okay,
Marvel
that's
Cinematic
Universe.
Okay, thank you. Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I must have missed that.
Like Captain
whose
America's
turn is it?
in there, and the Panther,
Whose turn
and
is it?
Strange, and Thor, and Iron Man, and they're all in there.
I think
We
you
just gotta
just said
put them
we
in
were
order.
doing it as a group order.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah,
Okay,
so
so-
we're gonna collaborate.
Like-
Yeah, so
Captain America, number
Captain
one.
America, the first Avenger.
Yep, sure.
And then it's going to be Captain Marvel.
Marvel. Yeah.
You are correct twice. We got Captain
Well,
America. the
hang
First
on
Avenger,
and
followed by Captain
wait for
Marvel.
the final answer to come out so that you don't ding us. And
Well, how about this? If you get
Okay.
it right,
Oh,
okay.
okay.
Thor.
Sure.
I won't-
No.
Iron
Iron Man was before Thor.
Oh, no.
Get in there, Kyle.
I know what I'm
And then it's
Then Incredible
then
Hulk.
it's Thor. No, then it's Thor. Then it's Incredible Hulk.
Okay. Yes,
Oh,
you're right.
I totally
Okay.
forgot about Incredible
Captain
Hulk.
America, Captain Marvel, Iron Man.
Yeah.
I haven't heard the next one, but then I heard. Then it's
Oh,
Thor.
it's Iron Man 2, then Thor, then
Yes.
Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Hulk is not on my
It's-
list probably
yeah,
because
you're
it's not
right,
Disney,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right, that's you.
Okay, so we'll give
And
that to you.
then
Is it Avengers 2?
Well, then it goes.
no,
Avengers.
Avengers.
Then Dark World.
Yeah. Then the worst Thor ever.
Then Dark World.
Yeah. Then
Then it goes.
Iron Man 2.
Winter. No, that was already
And then
before.
Iron Man
yeah, Iron
3.
Man 3. Then Winter
Iron Man.
Soldier.
Iron Man 3 is correct. Yep.
And then Avengers: Age of Ultron.
Nope.
Or no,
No, no.
Avengers.
No.
No.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
No.
Followed by.
Let's see. Guardians of the Galaxy goes until.
As soon as you said that, I'm
Well,
like,
we haven't
in my head,
even
I'm
we
like,
haven't even done either of the Avengers movies, have we?
Yeah, we did Avengers.
yeah.
Okay, then Avengers.
Yeah.
But Avengers 2
Already.
takes place.
Deep
It would be
inside
after
my
Guardians of the Galaxy then.
Girl, you
Age
got
of Ultron.
me.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Guardians
Oh, sure.
2,
Then Winter Soldier.
followed
Oh,
by
did we already do Winter Soldier?
Ant-Man. It's got to be in there
Oh,
somewhere.
right.
close. Okay. Now with everybody talking, it's hard for me because Jason said the
It was
answer I'm
Age of
looking
Ultron.
for. Guardians 2,
Age of Ultron.
Avengers, Age of Ultron. Then Brian.
Then Ant-Man.
Then Ant-Man.
Then Civil War.
Then we go diversity.
Black Panther.
Just
Ant-Man
to
2?
be
There
fair,
you go.
sandwiched in between there's going to be Homecoming, even though it's outside the universe. But there's Homecoming.
Yeah.
So then,
Doctor Strange.
Yes, Dan.
Yep.
Doctor Strange.
Yeah.
Put your face in the mic, Dan.
What are we missing?
I'm
We
afraid
still
that I'm
have
gonna.
There's
Civil
four
War,
left on my
right?
list.
We didn't say.
No, we did Civil War.
No,
It was
we did.
right after Avengers 3.
Oh, that's
Or
right.
After
There's one of the trilogy.
Guardians of the Galaxy. No,
There's
that
one
was
that we
another
said-
one. There was Thor Ragnarok.
Thor Ragnarok.
Yeah.
Followed by
Ant-Man 2.
Boop.
Yep.
And the Wasp.
And then it's Infinity War and Endgame.
And then Avengers, Infinity War.
Teamwork makes the dream work, folks.
You guys left out Far From Home.
Cole
Well
is
done.
so moist right now.
So he's in a good position for me to tell him he didn't win any listener polls. No listener polls in the weekly watch party for Cole.
He can't hear you.
My kid
thankfully.
rocks.
Now, everyone's afraid to say it. Everyone's afraid to say it. I'm screaming it from the mountaintops.
I haven't paid attention
Yeah,
to
I
once
guess-
to the chat room this round.
It hasn't moved. Oh wait, it's moving now. I called them out.
Fair enough.
Okay,
Hateful
well,
Eight.
that's all I have for my
That's all you have?
family feud.
All right.
Oh wait, no, I got one more. Here you go. And you could do this as it just. Oh wait, yeah, okay. You could do this just for fun too. All right, because I've got the streaming services that won the most awards. Okay, streaming service that won the most awards. I think it's Emmys, but could be also. So if you shout them out, I'll
HBO
tell you
Max.
where they are.
Yeah, HBO Max is number one.
These are all Emmys. Emmys.
Netflix.
HBO 130,
I'm gonna
number
say
one.
Netflix. Yeah, that's got.
Then Netflix.
Netflix, number 2 with 21. Now, this I don't know because I've never used it, so it's very odd. I saw it
Apple
odd to find
TV's
that.
got to be on there too, right?
What's that?
Didn't they win a
Won
bunch
awards this
recently?
year.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Apple TV did not win in the
Okay.
top 10.
Jesus.
Really?
Yeah, Quibi won. They won like a documentary and something else, didn't they?
Not
Yeah.
top 10. This is not most. It goes down to winning
I think
4.
Peacock's on there for something.
Amazon
Yeah,
Prime.
Not in the top 10. I'll give you number 3, Pop TV.
Oh yeah, because they won
Schitt's
for
Creek.
Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Prime.
Yeah.
I know one.
Yeah,
so.
Prime's got to be on there. Did we say Hulu?
Yeah.
Hulu's
Yeah,
not
Prime
on
for
there.
Miss, not Miss Daisy, Miss
Maisel.
Marvelous Miss
Prime.
Maisel.
Wait,
Did he
yes.
say? Did you say Hulu is not
Yeah,
on there?
it got 4.
Not in the top
Awards.
10.
They
Not in
don't
the
win.
top
They don't win
10.
any
Yeah,
awards.
Hulu's they're originals, aren't
Have you seen The Handmaid's Tale?
Yeah, but that was big 3 years ago.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah. And no, I haven't.
Okay, I'll give them
Okay.
to you the rest. Okay, NBC won
That's
4,
not a streaming
won 8.
service. Well, I guess it is. You can stream everything now.
VH1 won 6.
VH1.
ABC won 5. And I don't know why National Geographic is separate from Disney Plus.
How
but
does
it won
NBC
5.
win and Peacock doesn't?
I don't know. Adult Swim because they don't have good shows, I guess. Won
Does it say?
4.
Does it say what shows for Adult Swim?
Yeah, by show. I have by show. Here we go. Okay, so by show, Watchmen, HBO 11, Schitt's Creek, Pop TV 9, Succession,
Yep.
HBO 7, Mandalorian 7, RuPaul, there we go, Drag Race 6. Saturday
This
Night
would have fit
Live,
really good in our
ABC.
streaming hour that we're going to.
Oh, well, we can revisit it.
Thanks, Matt.
All right, thank you. We're playing the Geek Family Feud.
Who won on Adult Swim?
I don't know.
Courtney, did you? Who did you say won on Adult Swim?
Adult Swim 4. They won 4, and it didn't. I only did it by show, so they aren't. They didn't make.
All right,
the
we're gonna
list.
shut this down. Let's do a little. Go ahead, you guys do a wrap, whatever. Cole can come back. I'm gonna use the bathroom, and then we'll pick up with the next hour, the streaming wars.
Oh, yeah.
I just love these new streaming channels.
Shout out to my daughter who was playing along the entire time and knows
for letting me steal your spot.
stuff.
You're welcome. Glad to have it.
Are you guys ready for me to switch over
Nice.
to
I'll be back in
lunch?
I'll be back.
I am.
All right.
I
You
am
coming back, Dan?
genuinely excited, Courtney, to hear your thoughts on Enemy of the Apocalypse, because it will be the first negative, or maybe not negative, but if you didn't like it, I'm definitely interested to know why you didn't like it.
Hey, Dan.
Yeah. First, you want to know in short?
Looking good,
What
bro.
the hell was the story? What was the purpose?
Wow,
What was the point?
I really, and I don't mean that disrespectfully, but
Really?
are you being
To get
sincere?
from one building to another. To get from one building to
It
another.
was
that's all
about
it was.
Anna growing and getting away from something. There's a metaphor there. Like, Dan, do you want to jump in here?
It's well.
Dan, you
hidden
need to
there,
put some
Frank.
sunblock
No,
on.
I'll wait. I'll keep it till later.
Because you're a fan of the film itself, right?
I am a fan of. I did like it.
And if you want to talk a little bit, I was sitting with both my kids watched it with me, and I said, you know what's good about when you have a musical? The music has to propel the plot, which happened for the first two songs. The rest of them were just entertaining people.
I don't know.
dancing.
Soldier of
It
War,
didn't
I felt
propel
like
the-
it kind of propelled it, but that's all right.
Yeah, I thought
I
that one,
actually-
that one. Although the Christmas one was, I think, just
So,
enough fluff.
so the reason.
Yeah, I would ask.
Man, I
like,
wish
at
I
the
could
end of
get
every
John
song,
on
I'm
here.
like, all right,
right now.
What did we learn that we didn't already know?
Right.
Right. And so the first couple were good. But that's in short.
Dan, you
We can
got
talk about it more.
Dan,
Yeah,
do
we
you
can
got
talk about
sunblock on, because you're looking like it's a little hot out where you're at.
Dan, wouldn't it be fun to talk to John about the film? And yeah,
It would be
yeah.
awesome
I talk
to
to him
talk to
on the DM frequently. And initially he actually was trying to get my daughter. So interesting factoid about the guys who wrote the songs and the music. They're doing the new music and songs for the new Animaniacs series. And so
really?
at the
Okay.
time that my daughter was in choir, she was trying to convince her choir group to do, or I'm sorry, was it a choir group? Yeah, to do songs for Annie and the Apocalypse, or either that, it was the play. We were like, hey, how can we structure Annie and the Apocalypse as a school play? So I reached out to John, and I just started talking to him in the DMs, and he was working on trying to get the music score so that they could break it out by instrument. Well, not licensing.
Yeah.
He was going to just get it for me, but the problem was that they were in the midst of working on the Animaniac stuff, and it just wasn't very viable. But the guy is so nice, man. And
we've watched it. I think we've watched it 4 times. My son and I. He loves it. I mean, he loves it. My daughter's, she likes some of the songs, but she hasn't sat down to watch it because she doesn't like.
Have you ever watched the behind the scenes making of? Oh my god, dude! The behind the scenes when they shoot the bowling alley scene.
Jason, you got to fix the YouTube.
Hilarious.
Screen. I'm a tiny on the.
You're so small.
Yeah. All right, I'm logging out. I'll see you guys at
bye.
1.
All right, buddy.
See you later, Dan.
Thanks for joining us, Dan.
Bye, Dan.
Grant, I got to show you this picture.
Oh my god, no more nudes, Cole.
No, you take them when I send them. And more than one.
There you go, buddy.
So my son, for Halloween, wants to be.
Oh my god, Courtney, my daughter is blowing up my text message right now, explaining to you what the story was, and she is spot on. And you are going to be embarrassed by a 14-year-old girl who has watched this movie and clearly picked out the themes and the analogies that.
Okay, but overtly there was no story. There was no tension. There was no resolution. I didn't even anticipate when it could possibly be done, except for she would get to a house where you fixed the thing. Where her dad
what's
is.
interesting about that is like that means you weren't breaking down the characters into, I guess, the metaphor that they represented in Anna's life. Like,
I was watching a movie.
7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek, oh. Greetings and salutations, get ready to binge watch with 3 geeks. Couldn't stop Cole from eating, now he's the workout keto neighbor. Jason the Angry Ginger from Monkey Poo Studios. Limping Quad Father gives us therapy from his couch. We're talking Netflix and Hulu, everything in the streaming world. Join our weekly watch party. First let's catch up with the geeks. What are you geeking out about? 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek. Oh, 7 days a geek, 7 days a geek. Oh, 7 days a geek.
Greetings and salutations, everybody, and welcome to another episode of 7 Days a Geek. This is the Podtoberfest Hour 4 Streaming Wars. We're going to get into this. This is content that we talk on the show. First time listening, well, stick around. You're going to learn something. I am the Angry Ginger. You are neighbor Cole sitting across from me. Say hi to the cameras.
Hi to the cameras. I'm back wearing my amazing, from a certain point of view.
You act like
T-shirt.
you didn't have that on earlier.
Yeah, but I just thought I would.
Okay, point it out.
My kids yelled at me for
Well, Matt's in
pitting
the
it
chat
out.
room, too,
Oh,
so he's,
hey, Matt.
you give him a little. We've got Grant over here that's stuck on his phone with his family like he doesn't spend enough time with them. Give me your time, Grant.
I'm actually taking notes from my daughter about the upcoming Anna in the Apocalypse discussion that was going to occur on all the films.
I
that's
feel
in
like
the-
it
in the
already
batch.
happened mid-show.
Shout out to the
Pre-show.
sponsors for this hour. We got Brian Hour and Brian Hughes, a.k.a. the Bryants. And we also have Jen Anaya, who was a late to the game sponsor
Yeah,
that
late
I had
last
to
night.
add you.
But a major
She's in there.
contributor.
Thank you. And let's
every
introduce,
year.
Let's
Can we
introduce
just
the
point
chip-eating
that out real
Godfather.
quick? Like, we get new sponsors every year, but Jen Anaya has been not only consistent,
Yeah.
just an amazing force of financial support.
Yes, I appreciate her.
And
in fact,
allowing
I am giving her my love today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Send your love
Wow.
to her. Send her a rose in the mail,
Okay.
Like a kiss from a rose?
if you want to go that far.
What'd you say?
Been kissed by a
Oh.
rose on the grave.
Okay, so we got the Quadfather here eating on camera, so nothing's new for this hour.
Also, there's a certain stigma attached to blokes who like musicals. I just want to get it out there right now that I'm straight as an arrow.
Let's what is the chat room game today? Why do I have a light that? What's going on here?
The chat room game today is going to be disastrous versions of Netflix and chill. Example, Hulu and herpes. Amazon Prime, the wood chipper.
Oh.
HBO Max dose of penicillin.
Mm-hmm.
And Disney. Disney and the double-headed dildo. That was Jason's. He threw that one in there.
I don't know what you're talking about.
So yeah, throw it out there. Hashtag games. Everyone in the chat
This
room.
show is ages 16 and older. 18. Oh, good. Now you're breaking stuff.
I saved it.
Okay.
She saved the day.
I'm eating cookies on camera. Okay, so let's talk streaming wars, guys. There's a few things that's happened, and we haven't been able to discuss much because we decided to pull ourselves off air for a month and get ready, and then I spent more time fixing Quad's fuck up, so I'm ill prepared. Hi, Quad. How are you?
I don't know what happened. You know what? I conveniently dropped out last time you started to berate me.
You know what? Did you do it on purpose? Because I said that fucker left. Oh.
No, it just went beep. I'm like, I don't know. If
Why am I
me or
not
you.
finding the live stream on my YouTube anymore?
I don't know because it says it's going.
I'm watching it.
It's on the Jason P. or it's on 7 days. It says yes, we're doing it again. Test. That's all I have.
No, there should be a live one that you can play.
Videos.
Do you want me to send you a link? Go to
don't know why.
Podtoberfest and watch it. Podtoberfest.com.
All right.
Dougie's got it all set up there. Hey, listeners in the chat room, if you could go ahead and spread this out, just like spread out Podtoberfest.com, say we're watching it, and spread it out to the Twitter sphere, if you will. And then I will retweet something in a minute as soon as someone gets a conversation going that I don't have to be a part of. Okay, first up, so a lot of the things that we discuss, or at least that I find kind of interesting, is the way that the streaming world is going, and who's first, who's whatever. I know you guys don't really care about the numbers, Grant. You might a little bit, but we've already discussed like Netflix is number one, then there's Amazon Prime, and then over the last year, there's been 3 or 4 new ones, right? We have Disney Plus, Apple TV, Peacock came in, Quibi, there was a HBO Max. And now, within six months, Quibi, who raised $1.75 billion to become this streaming service run by Jeffrey Katzenberg from DreamWorks fame. And wasn't he he was DreamWorks Animation, correct? And before that, that was Giffen Records was the other part of
Geffen, yeah.
Geffen
Geffen Records.
Thank you for correcting me. But Quibi, it's a goner,
I'm
man.
incredibly disappointed that
6 months and
Quibi
gone.
is going away. I hope that instead what they do,
they are trying to sell off some of their shows.
Yeah, okay. So what's not worked, obviously, is the rollout, the marketing, and the concept of these mini episodes. I mean, the episodes for every show that they put out is really structured so that, like, when you take a break from your cubicle and you go to the bathroom, you can take in an episode of a show because it lasts, 6 to 8 minutes. Yeah, they're right. Yeah, very good. And
They're saying that was a big thing.
Yeah,
because Corona took away the traveler, the person like on the train or the commute, someone who had a few minutes to like pop a video on instead of doing YouTube for a few minutes, they could do Quibi, and they launched the same time Corona fucking. They are all saying that that's a big thing.
But you know how I watched every show I've watched on Quibi?
You stole it from me.
I waited until all the episodes aired, and then I sat there and watched the entire thing as a movie-length feature. And it was amazing. Like some of the things they put out. What is it? The Stranger, right?
Yeah, you really liked that one.
I loved it. It was great. Dane DeHaan and I forget the
actress's name.
The actress. She was in It Follows.
Okay.
She's done some other things.
It's a fucking good movie.
Yeah, great movie. The
Die Hard was funny. That's the first one.
The Fugitive
they sequelized was Die Hard.
I thought The Fugitive with Kiefer Sutherland was
watched
good.
An episode or two.
And bar none, Dummy was the funniest.
Dummy was the best.
One of the most vulgar shows, but incredibly funny. Like
well written, very funny.
They took vulgarity and in a weird way made it poignant.
Right? Yeah, and it had heart. There was a lot of heart to that show.
It went a little deeper.
Yeah.
Right.
So I'm hoping that Quibi will take these properties, and.
They've already
The
said
Most
that-
Dangerous Game. Did you watch The Most Dangerous Game?
Yes.
How fantastic
really
was
good.
that?
Yeah.
Yeah. It was really good. Lacked a little
In the
punch,
end,
but
I will say in the end, that last two
Did you watch
episodes.
Cole? Did you watch anything on Quibi?
I did not watch a single
I gave
thing.
you so you never even watched Die Hard.
Nope.
Oh my god,
Never
it was so
opened it
funny.
I haven't watched it either, but so let's hope for that Quibi is just going to kind of take the properties that they've managed to acquire and build and push those out right into whatever streaming service. Or I don't understand why they can't take Quibi and essentially convert it to that. Be like, okay, well, no more short length. Let's be a streaming service like Netflix, Hulu, etc.
Well, they haven't lost all their money yet. What Jeffrey Katzenberg said is that he was calling it quit so he could give some of the money back. He's like, this isn't working now, so I'm not going to like run the company dry and then call it quit. So like as a business move, that's probably not a bad thing, but you're right. I mean,
he's not going to do a movie pass.
Right. Yeah. Just keep trying to reacquire more money or try to save it one way or another. I do have to check and see if I'm still being billed for Quibi though. And you know what? Another one that fell apart was the DC Universe, but I mean that was more or less it was parent company reacquired that. Yeah, HBO Max is taking the good stuff and still airing that.
Except for Swamp Thing.
So do you think
they canceled that? That was a Warner Brothers high up move way before HBO. Well, they could have been talking a year or so ago acquiring all that. We don't know that, but that show was stopped mid production and then dropped like 3 episodes, and then they put out what are you itching for?
I'm itching to tell you that the Swamp Thing
I know it was great.
Literally DC's best live action output that they've done so far, short of probably Titan season 2.
But it came down to a money thing for a streaming service that wasn't bringing in much money. I think it was $10 million just to shoot the pilot and to create the set, and then $1 million or so an episode after that.
Okay, so my question is how come like HBO Max, when they acquired it, didn't jump on it right away?
They'd have to rebuild the set. They'd have to rebuild a $10 million set.
It's I suppose Max.
I suppose
chicken shit money.
Look at
the investment.
Look at them putting $30-40 million into Zack Snyder's Justice League. And now, did you read the other day?
I did.
They're bringing Jared Leto back for the Joker. So now, not only are they redoing, they're adding. Like he is writing and adding new shit to like bring out this 4 hours. Now, does that make you think that there's going to be an Ayer cut? You think they'll release that?
No, there's not going to be an Ayer cut. Ayer's, I mean, he's talked about it, and I think jokingly.
It's ready.
But I don't think you're going to see that. I don't think you're going to see that. The one concern I had is, they decided they were going to release the Swamp Thing season 1 on the CW.
Uh-huh.
And did you watch the entire series or
no?
Okay. So there's no way that they can air that on the CW during prime time without probably some TVMA warnings, because there's some seriously graphic content that occurs, and I can't
like deaths.
Oh yeah,
or
like
sexual.
One of the greatest scenes in the season is early on in the series, and it has essentially the Swamp Thing basically as he's beginning. Right, there's a a backwoods hillbilly bad guy, and he essentially gets shredded on screen, and they don't cut away. Like all of these vines and swamp tentacles grab a hold of him. They raise him up. It's one of the greatest shots. Looks straight out of the comic book, just amazing. And then he gets ripped apart, and it's very visceral. And as soon as I heard it was going on CW, I was like, does that mean they're going to edit it? And
of course they were. They were. At that point, it was coronavirus. They were looking for content.
If they're going to edit it, then it's going to be a hard sell, right? To maintain that, I guess, near adult quality of storytelling that's not being dumbed down.
Right, but you're looking at it from an artistic standpoint, and they were looking at it from like a business standpoint. They were just looking to make a little bit of money off of it. So they sold the rights to the WB or UPN or WB or what fucking network are they now? CW. That's what I said. CW. Yeah. So
let's go back. Let's go back to UPN.
I know. Brian's like the voice in my head that like, hey, this is what you mean.
In your head.
So yeah, Quibi is a goner. I guess you're not going to miss it, but there's some really like Dummy. I think that you would. I mean, Dummy is Anna Kendrick.
What are you trying to say?
She you don't know if she snaps, and her boyfriend, who's a TV writer, has a blow up doll or a sex doll in the closet.
This on 7 Days.
Oh my god, dude, it's so funny.
Yeah, you guys have already talked about this.
Yeah, we have.
No dissing Anna.
No dissing Anna Kendrick?
No.
Oh, I wouldn't do that to her.
You ever watched?
awesome.
You ever watched
You
her
wanna put her in the
do the actual cups? Like,
Yes.
That's
on
amazing.
Conan.
That's pretty impressive.
The stacking of cups.
Oh yeah.
Has she got a talent for it or something?
The cup song.
Oh, okay.
From
I
Pitch.
gotta take it from alone.
There you go.
That one,
Yeah.
right?
But she can actually do the cups. Like, she's done it on talk shows where they like, hey, can you really do that? And she's like, yeah. You know.
Yeah, that's like 1995, like peak. Like everybody in the lunchroom was doing that with cups at one point.
Have you ever watched the competitions?
So you're saying Anna Kendrick
of people
stole
doing
it?
speed cupping? It's
Wait.
crazy.
What?
No, speed cupping.
Yeah.
Speed cupping is
I had a
something
set.
different. That song was like with the cups.
Oh, you're talking about the actual song
You
doing
mean like
the cup stacking? Yes.
2005.
Grant, your family does a lot of board games, right? You guys do a lot of board games.
2010.
Yeah, we haven't probably in almost a year. Like we ran into
I found one probably Walmart or Meijer that's just cup stacking like that,
Mhm.
but it's the color ones, and you pull a picture off of a deck, and it's just a different picture. So it'll be like a hot air balloon. The top will be red.
Yep.
The lines will be green. Then it'll be yellow. And then you got to stack your cups in the correct color order. And first one done to hit the buzzer wins. It's really fun.
Oh, that's interesting.
It's just called cups. Cup stack.
Yeah, my daughter's because I recollect it was because of Pitch Perfect or Anna Kendrick and that particular video. She's like, oh, I think I can do that, and the next thing you know,
yeah.
And then my boy's trying it out, and I can't do it.
The intensity between my 10-year-old.
Of course, then that
was a PE project back like in 2007.
really,
Get on
and then that put us on YouTube, right?
I was mad.
Looking at professional competitors doing cup stacking, and it's blinding how fast.
Do you
they move.
have nothing better to do with your time than watching?
No, I've been down the
YouTube
rabbit hole
cup
with
stacking?
him. I've gone down the rabbit hole
I
on the
can't even
Rubik's
fall
cubes.
down a rabbit hole. Like I just
Rubik's cubes.
Did
Speed
you
cubers.
watch the streaming Netflix documentary on the speed cubers?
No, I did not.
Oh my God, it is so amazing.
Oh my God, that's Cole and God.
It
My God.
literally takes the two best Rubik's
Oh, I
cubers
did.
in the
The
world.
kid that's got the he's one of them's like autistic. He's on the spectrum, right?
So
I did watch.
You
that.
have the grand champion.
It's called Cubers.
And then you've got this young up and coming cuber who has autism.
And the grand champion's like takes him under his wing.
Yeah. And then the grand champion
I've talked about
takes him
this.
under
What about
his wing.
Cuber?
He's like he takes him underneath his wing, and he's shattering all
Come
my
on,
world
kid.
records, and I
They
fucking
become
hate it. But
best
I
friends.
love.
I want to see the Jason Bateman movie of this, like Bad Words, where he's like this vulgar
But they
guy
become
that
best
takes a
friends,
young
and that's the
Cuber under
most
his wing.
endearing thing. It's like
Right, Quad?
every
You're with
time
me.
the kid breaks his record, he's like, "Oh my God,
High
fantastic!"
five. And then he gets devastated if he doesn't win.
The kid with
The kid
autism,
on
yeah.
the spectrum, yeah.
And here's what's crazy: they've got a cube in front of him, a timer.
A Cuban?
That's funny. They have a Cuban in front of him.
They're rolling cigars.
So they're in the middle of this huge group of a competitive scenario, and the autistic kid is standing there waiting for his turn, and he's literally the best in the world of doing an entire cube with one hand, and he can do it in the most. He's doing this, and he's just waiting, and he's waiting. They slam a cube down in front of him, and he boom, and he just and he's done.
Well,
it's insane to watch.
Yeah, they go the 4-sided cubes, and they go like a 6-sided cube, then there's an 8-sided cube, and then they're like, he's got he just goes like the record, just coming down the line, and then they go to the
Is there maintenance to this? Like, do you have to lube up the cube? Because every once in a while,
Well,
mine
no,
gets
they're
kind of
speed
sticky.
cubes.
Or like
So they're
gymnastics.
specific.
Do they powder their hands?
Yeah, they're built differently
warm
as
up.
far as how
Oh.
how they move. They're not as I guess compact or tight. They're structured
Oh,
built
okay.
differently.
All right. Well, I don't know. I've never speed cubed before.
But listen, if you guys are interested in both an interesting subject matter or a human story,
He's got no cube, Cotton.
It's nice.
Says Matt.
Would you agree that that's like one of the best documentaries in,
I
in
like
short
that.
form? Because it's only what? It's 70
Hour
minutes
and
long?
15 minutes,
yeah,
something like that.
It's not very long at all. You can knock it out in one night.
I played around with.
Has anyone here done
solved one?
Has anyone else solved it?
My
Can you guys solve the
fastest
Rubik's
time is
Cube?
like a minute 30.
For real?
It's
Yeah.
super
Yes.
fucking like there's. I've got a set method of way of doing it,
Yeah.
but these guys look at these things and they have
They solve a
algorithms.
math problem.
Yeah, that's what it is.
Memorized.
It's an algorithm. Like no
Yeah.
matter what the cube is set
Right.
at, they
and they
They
work
already
from
know
like
the
so
terms.
the fastest I think it's like
it
4.2
2 seconds?
seconds.
Yeah,
4.2
yeah.
seconds or something like that. Something
shorter than that.
it's
Well, it depends. Are you
ridiculously
talking
fast.
about a 3x3 or 4x4?
4x4, I think.
Yeah, it's
The
three
traditional cube.
3.2.
It's
I
just
think is
under.
what
It
he
was
ends
just under
at.
4. It was
And
like,
it's just disgusting.
I've
like
seen
how
a magician
fast,
do it just throwing it up.
how
So,
fast
so
they
my
do it.
son can do the triangle. You know the triangle.
there should be
Yeah,
a documentary
yeah.
about me. I've never solved one.
That's because you.
What would I be called? I'm not a cube. I'm the non-cuber.
At work
Who would
for a
take me
while,
under
I
their
was carrying a
wings?
cube in my bag.
I
and
know you were.
In my downtime, I was trying to figure it out until I got the algorithms memorized.
Mhm.
And then like everyone at work got like
Timing.
the competitive. They're like, "All right, Brevis, we're timing you."
Yeah.
And they start boom. I'm like,
Well, didn't someone else start bringing one in too?
I started getting Justin to do them.
Okay.
The guy we work with.
Yeah.
He started trying to play. I gave him one, but they're fun, man. I don't know.
Did you buy?
I have a couple
speed
speed cubes, yeah,
Okay.
They're more
and my
expensive, I
virginity as
imagine.
well.
You got it back as soon as you started playing.
Yeah, but then
You
you,
felt-
started to
you
lose
felt your
weight.
hymen
get
grow
in
back?
shape.
My hymen grew back. I started
Stop having
getting
it tequila.
acne in places on my forehead. My voice started cracking.
So
Hey, you guys want to watch me solve this?
Got hair.
So moving on from this topic on to the next one, you have a question in here about with streaming services and the sheer number of streaming services, from the most noteworthy to the the ones that are probably hidden gems that a lot of us haven't seen, but they're out there.
Mm-hmm.
Is
Pop
yeah,
TV,
is there too much content?
Yeah, there was an article I read. There was 214 shows that were nominated for the Emmys this year, and that's where they talked about last year during the Emmys, and this year there's been I don't think they counted Peacock, 4 different services that have like come in to play. And think of all the like Apple TV with the morning show, Disney Plus with the Mandalorian, HBO Max became. They had HBO Max was Watchmen before or after that. But I mean, there's like all this content now. Like, where do you at some point, like for us as a streaming show, we cover streaming show. We're probably going to have to like settle on like these are the 4 services we cover, right?
Well, that's my thing. I've been saying this since day one. It's oversaturation in the market. I think there's a too many streaming services. Eventually, people are going to be like, I am not going to pay for another streaming service. I
Yeah.
won't do it. There needs to be some sort of like massive conglomeration where it's like
we
one
need
or
to
two of
package
them together. Or
and I think that Disney's did it right. You get ESPN Plus, you get Hulu, and you get Disney Plus for whatever $12.99 or whatever. Right? I mean, I think it's almost like we're gonna evolve into doing what we used to do, which is buying.
I feel like there's a system out there. There's got to be some sort of app out there, or some sort of this is an untapped resource or an untapped idea that like you pay this, you submit one bill for $49.99 a month,
cable bill,
and it goes and takes you through it gives you the best of the best,
Right.
and you get the best package for your $50.
Yeah, but
And it
those
shops around.
services would have to sell those shows singularly, but basically put them into syndication for someone else to pick them up.
Right. Well,
so then you could watch the best of the best from Netflix, from Hulu, from whatever, and you pay your $50 and you get the top whatever shows from each service you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen.
Well, you could do it
I
kind
don't
of
see
in a
that happening.
hybrid way. Like if you have Netflix, then you can add Peacock for only $3. But if you bought Peacock on its own, it's $5. That type of thing. So you kind of
Yeah, but those are 2 different companies.
Because otherwise, we're
like
just
the only
getting
way that
cable.
works right now with packages is with Hulu, Disney Plus, and ESPN, because it's all owned by
Right.
Disney. Yeah,
They all
Missed
work
our
together,
opportunity.
yeah.
We should have been marketing majors in college, guys.
right. Yeah. Maybe we'd have more listeners. Not that we don't love you guys. Oh,
I do find it hard because there are so many different services and not everything. I mean, I don't know. Do you guys? I use an app, I guess, and a website. It's called Just Watch. That I just look up anything and it tells me what it's on, what
Right.
it's streaming on, and it, you can put in your so there that's like a necessity, because when people say, "Oh, have you seen this?" I'm like, "No," and I look it up to see if I can see it. What do you guys use?
I don't need to use anything because I read so much about the shit that's coming out, and with the show, I know it's coming out, so I just watch. And I pay for all the fucking services so we can cover that shit. So, I mean, there's.
So
to answer your question,
Grant, Cole,
and to go into what we were
anything?
saying, there's so much content. Like I'm never at a loss to find something.
I use everything Jason provides for me.
You're welcome.
Pretty much.
7 Days Geek.
I've recently started providing a VPN. I don't know if that counts.
Yeah, that helped me out.
Good.
Yeah,
So
I was
now you
able
can
to
stream
stream
at work.
Yeah,
you're welcome.
What about you, Grant, who's part of the show?
Yes. I'm sorry. I was working on booking a guest or attempting to.
I see that.
Yeah, how do you keep track of Grant? How do you keep track of like what show is showing where? Do you have a place you go to, or do you just know like Jason?
I
I
think that I just know based on the consistency with which I read the trades, that are relevant to my my likes. Because I have Hulu, Netflix, Amazon, Quibi. No, I don't have Disney. I had it. Yep, we had it for the first, I think, 2 months, and then we got rid of it because they just didn't have enough content that, I guess supported or satisfied my viewing needs or habits. So we watched the morning show. We watched, what's the one with?
We're talking about Apple TV.
Apple.
Yeah, Apple Plus.
There was.
I'm sorry, I went from Disney to Apple.
What was the Ron Moore show? The alternate history with the space flight.
No, I didn't watch that one.
No?
We only
That's
watched
all right.
two: the M Night's show.
And
the morning show.
Starts the Splice. No,
not Splice. God, what was
Silence.
it called? No, it wasn't
Shutter.
called Silence. No.
Shutter Island.
Replicant.
Oh my God, you're throwing too many things. I can't think of it. Courtney, what's the name of the show by M. Night on Apple?
I love how we have 75 fucking
don't know.
computers in
I'm
front of us, and
Android,
not one of
maybe.
us has looked it up.
Yeah, I don't have the time for that. But just the same. God damn it. Is it Nanny?
No.
It's not called Nanny.
You know how many times I've
Yeah.
used the wrong
Yeah, it's called
goddamn
Nanny.
keyboard to look something up?
Whatever. Epic fail. Doesn't matter. My point being is that neither Apple nor Disney had enough brand new
Servant.
Thank you.
Close.
Content for me to keep going with it. When they,
But don't you
when
keep
they have-
Disney? You keep Disney for the
No,
classic
no,
repeatability
no,
and
no. When they give me new content and there's bulk content of new things, then the Mandalorian, it's okay. I'm gonna watch it, but I'm not gonna subscribe and pay a monthly fee for it.
Yeah, why
Right?
give them the money to create a third season? Let's go steal it from somewhere else.
Well, I didn't say I'd steal it.
Yeah.
Well, you
I
can have
bought
lots
the
of
Blu-ray
logins.
box set. Come on.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Hopefully that came with a digital code.
Yeah. Did it have Picard on it? Was it
Can I
an
have your code?
accident?
It's a gift. It was given to him.
Oh, Servant was good, Beth says. See, when you pay attention to what's going on in the show, Grant, you can really talk to people.
Okay,
Okay.
sure.
Do you want to talk about what we talked about? What I did on the game show last time?
What's that?
What about the streaming shows and the popularity of the different networks? I don't know. Just an
I'm
idea.
willing to talk about
You said
anything.
I should have shaved it.
Yeah. What do you got?
Anything you
I want to
want.
know what's been the what is everyone's, like, let's go over their favorite service right now. What's the best service? What's the best bang for your buck right now? Recommend it to the listener.
I got to go with HBO Max. That's where I
Think
spend
so.
a lot of my time. I'm on there just because you got movies, you got good series, you got good shows.
Like, I'd say Netflix has more stuff, but
Yeah,
they have
Netflix
more stuff.
definitely has
They have
more
more stuff
stuff.
you're not going to watch.
True. I like the big title movies.
Yeah, I would say if I had to have one for a month and only one, it would be
Okay.
HBO Max. If I had to have one and only one for a year,
Okay.
it's Netflix.
Which one?
Which I
which
guess
one
goes
do
to
you
the
pay
number of
for?
content.
I don't pay for any of them.
Netflix. Matter of fact, my Netflix is so old I don't even use that email anymore. So, I mean, I've had that forever.
What about? Do you think Netflix still sends DVDs? Do they still send DVDs?
I think
in the
they
mail?
still have that service. Yeah. Blu-rays. Grant, does Netflix still send DVDs?
Yeah.
I need to find.
I believe so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I actually do.
Yeah, because I've seen it as like sometimes I'll look up a movie and it'll say Netflix only, on DVD. But I can't remember the last time I had. But I remember when I first got that Netflix, I started ripping and copying all the movies, and I just threw them all away because I'm like, I don't want a ripped copy of a movie that I could probably stream anyway. So it was not worth all my effort. I thought I was capturing it. I didn't see the future.
Yeah, it's annoying to build a library of things and then it all becomes obsolete. Like I had a library on VHS, and then I built a library on DVD, and then you built a library on Blu-ray, and now it's like, hopefully the streaming service that you're using or your digital library doesn't just become obsolete and get deleted. Like, what was it? Fandango did that? Was it one of them?
Yeah. That's the scary thing.
Bought it all
that was one of the things
away.
I was confident with keeping my digital library with Vudu because Walmart owns them. And I was like, well, Walmart's never going anywhere. And then they sold Vudu. I think they sold Vudu to Fandango, didn't they?
That's why I have Play On.
You have Play On? I've never even heard of that.
I can't save it and post it somewhere else.
Well, get on the mic. I can't hear him.
Hey, Brian.
I can't hear him.
Brian.
We need need a studio audience
Courtney
microphone.
can't hear you. Courtney can't hear you. What are you doing?
Which means the listeners
And
can't.
if Courtney can't hear you, the listeners can't hear you, Brian. Which means get over here and talk or grab a mic.
Dougie, are you in the chat room?
He's like, he just looked at me and goes, okay.
I need links thrown up on the Facebook pages.
I want to hear what you have to say. There's a fourth chair for a reason.
Tell him invited over.
He's so polite.
Drove all the way from Texas and is just
Texas.
polite enough to sit over quietly doing his audience commentary instead of using the mic in
why
front
don't
of
you
him.
chastise him for it, Grant? Jeez.
I don't think that's the link.
Yeah.
God damn it.
No,
keep going, Brian. What
I
were
was
you
saying I
saying?
use Play On for this because it lets me.
Right down, Wayne.
It actually lets me record from my streaming services to in my case, my Plex server, so I can restream it out later or rewatch it later.
Oh, you talking really geeky stuff I want to know more about. What you Play On is a recording
streaming recording service. So
okay, and then you say this Plex server.
So
what do I have to have special equipment for that, or what?
Use any of your PCs you have in
You
your
just
house.
have to log into someone else's fucking Plex server account. It's basically like people create their own like Netflix service. They don't charge for it, but they create their own digital library, and then you can sign in and watch all their shit. It's completely legal.
And it streams. It records a live stream. You don't download it. It records as you watch.
It basically will play it in the background and record it again for me and make my MP4 or MPA, and then I can watch it later whenever I want to watch it.
Fuck, that's the wrong one. Sorry, guys.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a great hack.
So for
on it,
like
right?
me, I picked up I got Netflix and I'm ready to drop it, but what I got Netflix originally for was the Marvel series like Daredevil and such. And I recorded all those just in case Netflix decides to drop them or they lose the license to them or whatever.
So once you have it, is it like when I own a DVD that I never play it? Like once you own it, do you go, I can watch it anytime, I'll look for something else?
Yeah, it can be. But in my case, I have 48 terabyte in my house, so I can.
Holy shit!
So it's funny you bring that up, Courtney, because if my wife is listening, she's probably screaming right now because I have 1,200 DVDs that are probably still in the wrapper, out in storage bins in my shed.
Yeah, you had an addiction for a while. You'd he'd buy it. It didn't matter what it was.
No, that's not true. That's not true.
That's not true. This is art.
I would say that
I'll buy
half
this.
of the films I bought are probably considered diamonds in the rough, and probably
And the other half the creators don't remember making.
Probably weren't ever going to be converted maybe to like a Blu-ray 4K special edition, but they're still really good films, or they're films that maybe more prominent directors or directors that became prominent. These are works that maybe didn't have as much recognition or didn't get as much broad.
Like the early works.
Obviously those are going to be shown, but there's more hidden gems. Like here's one. A lot of people don't know that Jeff Probst, host of Survivor, did a film, right? And if you look that up, you'll look that up and see the cast, and it's mind blowing. The cast, mind blowing that Jeff
Because he
Probst
has dirt on all of them.
wrote and directed a film in which Ryan Reynolds, Robert Forster.
What's the name of the film?
Yep, that's the name of the film.
You got a computer in front of you.
I do.
He's talking.
Something money. It's a one of those puzzle box films where it's a mystery kind of. It turns into kind of a mystery, I guess. Finders Keepers, is that the name of it?
I don't know.
Creepers.
No, not Jeepers Creepers. Was I right, Courtney? Finders Keepers. Oh, God damn it!
I didn't want to hit the buzzer.
That's funny.
Again.
Now I'll look it up while you go ahead and somebody start talking. Because.
Okay, so your point is that it's valuable to own all of these DVDs even though you never watch them. Does it help you sleep at night?
No.
Is that what it is?
I own them. Every DVD that I own that's still in the wrapper, I more than likely have seen. I would say that 90% I've seen, 10% I have not. But I collected them because, I've got some Criterion collections in there. 9% I've watched, 10% I haven't. That's 100%. Yeah, it did add up.
Okay.
My daughter's listening. She's like going,
My dad doesn't know math. Don't hold it against him.
He'll never help me again.
He can't
dude,
add.
my daughter was trying to teach me reverse factoring the other day, and she's got what looks like the most.
I wanted to make a joke right there, but I can't because she's listening.
I
feel like you did this on purpose.
My daughter's in the accelerated math.
Finder's Fee is the name of the movie.
Yep, I was.
Yeah, well, my daughter.
He did another one too.
Jeff Probst did?
You don't have a daughter.
Quad?
Just me.
I know. Everyone's talking about their daughter.
All right, listen to this cast for
I
that
have
film.
4 of them, and I haven't brought one of them up yet.
That Diamond in the Rough. You got
good for you.
Jeff Probst wrote and direct. It's got James Earl Jones, Matthew Lillard, Ryan Reynolds, Dash Mihawk, Robert Forster. The list goes on. It's just impressive.
What's the tomato meter?
But I have no idea. 60%. I disagree with that. I think it was a much better film than 60%. But point being, collecting DVDs, but not necessarily going back and watching them, I don't know. It has a collector's value, right? Do you have albums that you collect or something you collect that you just don't touch?
I just cleaned out my basement and I threw probably 100 DVDs into just a bin. I'll probably
just
sell
threw
them
'em
at
out?
a garage sale for a quarter a piece.
I would say, does anybody even buy DVDs?
I don't think so. Who
Well,
would?
good, the dogs are up.
You want me to go up there?
Yep. Treat him like a kitten.
I'm sorry, did I break your concentration?
Where are we at with time here?
Plenty.
Do we have a chat room game? Is anybody playing the chat room
watching
game?
Courtney's face every time I open my mouth. It's
Why?
like I can control it. It's amazing. All I have to do is talk, and it contorts.
I think you're reading into things. Let's hash this out. We got a few minutes. What's going on?
Courtney's like, great. Now Jay's gonna derail it.
That last facial expression was because Smile and Sam Alvey competed to a draw. That's what it was.
I totally have no idea what.
I don't even know
that
what
is.
smiling whatever.
Now he's gone.
UFC.
Oh, so you're keeping up on other things other than the Podtoberfest. I'm glad that everyone is mentally in the game here today.
When Grant is talking, I'm all right. I know I got like 4 or 5 minutes.
Ba-dum-bump.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah.
I feel like the show's falling apart.
I know, Cole, talk to me.
Do we need a session? Do
Let's
we
bring
need a
it
hug?
back. Yeah.
Everyone, we're gonna grasp hands.
Hey, let's go back
and then we're
to
gonna
Family Feud. The first question I asked.
We're gonna deal with some things during the Geeks and Dinks hour. So it's gonna be fine. Everyone's gonna come to the table,
We get you one?
and we're gonna have an issue, and then as a room, we're gonna help solve it, and then Quad will tell us how fucking deeply off we are, and then he'll fix it in 2 minutes.
Okay, and I have a question.
Yeah.
We talked about the Emmys and all the streaming services that won awards.
Sure.
We watched Watchmen. We all loved Watchmen, right? Or really enjoyed it.
Yes, loved it.
Yes?
Yeah,
Okay.
Cole liked the series, hated the movie.
God, the movie was terrible.
Really?
Yes.
Go ahead, Quad.
Okay. And how about Schitt's Creek? I'm like 4 or 5 episodes into Schitt's Creek, and I love it.
That's about where I am, and I'm laughing my ass off at it.
Yeah, and I would think that Cole wouldn't like it because it has the guy from Best in Show in it.
Which one?
Oh,
the
no.
Schitt's Creek. Yeah.
Oh, Eugene Levy wasn't. Yeah.
I like Eugene Levy. American Pie. Eugene
I do too.
Levy?
Yeah,
I thought
he's fucking hilarious.
He's in all of Christopher Guest films.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so then for all of you, convince me. I've never watched this, but I've heard amazing things. Succession. Why should I watch Succession?
Okay.
It sounds political, and I don't want to watch it.
Nope. So Succession is the story of the patriarch of a family of spoiled, children who are I would give the Kardashians more credit than these like terribly
I would say
horribly
more like Trump, yeah.
broken. I would not. I wouldn't even go like.
Just a rich family.
No, it's no. But
Let him fucking speak.
it's not. Who care? People can have money and be rich and be good people. These people are broken in so many ways, predominantly because the patriarch and the way he rules with a heavy hand. But it's about this patriarch who, his job in the media is to gather and own and have all of these companies, right? Like a holding company. He owns them all, and each child is relatively different in a way of being broken. And
do they have a responsibility for each one? Like the child takes over one?
The plot of
Children?
the initial plot of the series is that the patriarch he's mentally going down and his health is going down, and one of the kids has got to step up and take over. And the one that's in line.
So far, I'm not interested though. Why? What makes it interesting? Because that's not What
makes it interesting is the dysfunctional aspect of them and how in succeeding the patriarch, right? What they're willing to do, where's their moral code, where's their line, and all of them are broken and they're willing to do anything.
So I think I missed part, and or probably cut you off. But basically, we watch. I guess now it makes sense. The title. We watch the succession of power and how each different person in the family rules when they have become the successor.
So that would be the plot if we got there. But like initially, Logan, he is on his way out. He's got to name a successor. It's supposed to be a one particular child. The other children are eating each other whole. And because Kendall is named, then the other children, of course, are going to go after him because he's the target. But then you get to a certain part of the series and Logan's like, I don't know if I want him, and so he starts screwing over his own children again. It's a tug of war. It's this battle. Like, is he going to give and allow for succession or isn't he? But the stories that they're telling in the way that, like, it's uncomfortable, it's vulgar, it's awkward. Kieran McCulkin is got to be just. His character, it's so hard to watch because his performance is great, but it's so uncomfortable to watch. It's insane. It's absolutely worth watching if you like that intense, great acting and drama and that kind of stuff where you're doing this. You're doing this in so many scenes. You're covering your eyes, but you're in it. I don't know
how about this. You'll like Succession if you also liked blank.
Oh.
What is it? What is it? In the because I'm hearing a drama and I'm not big. Is it This Is Us?
No.
Okay. Well, so that's what's where I have in my head. So
if you like watching family members eat themselves whole and battle one another, I don't know. Take out the soap. I guess take out all of the soap for Dynasty and Knots Landing and all of those classic nostalgia television series, right? Take out all the soap, the things that would and add in, I guess, that HBO edge that they have to throw into everything, that and great acting and great performances. Like, I don't know.
So,
has anyone else seen this?
Game of Thrones without the dragons?
Yeah, let's go with that. That's excellent. Game of Thrones, modern day, no dragons. Watch how families completely disassemble themselves and crawl over one another to succeed and steal power.
Okay.
And it's done very well.
And that's HBO Succession, and there's more than one season, I would imagine.
I think they're going into season 3, but thank you for allowing me to monologue, completely incomprehensibly to get us to that final point that sums it up.
Oh, okay. Well, see, we're a team.
There you go.
Jeremy Strong, isn't it?
So the next one, and I think you guys are going to probably do a lot on this one in a later show. It's Fact Pod. So, but the 7 Emmys for The Mandalorian, which to me is the one of the reasons I actually really enjoyed it. I mean, and it's very, very enjoyable for myself from a essentially a novice's, just a casual observer of the Star Wars world, is how they did it. the technology that they're using. Like you guys were talking about, they won't redo it because they won't rebuild the $10 million set or whatever. And immediately I thought, just put them on the Mandalorian stage set where they have all, those screens that can project anything in vivid real life. And right, Cole?
Well, yeah. So the thing with the Mandalorian, and we covered it extensively on Factpapod, but like it's the technology they use with the volume is what you're trying to talk about. It's that big room with all these. They're basically,
is that what they call it, the volume?
It's called the volume. Yeah, it's basically a production. I don't know how you really would describe it. The volume. It's a bunch of crystal LED screens that are just pieced together like it's a huge wall, almost like a dome. And then they can project like almost anything onto it and do. You can take half set. There can be half of it can be set based, and then you bring in the volume around it, and it like allows you to create these.
You put them in the scene
spaces and scenes.
They use a
and
video
worlds.
game engine, and then you are enclosed around screens, and you just boop. Instead of acting on a green screen, you're acting what is visually going to be on screen. That's how they shoot the Mandalorian.
Courtney,
how is it? Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to let you guys continue. I'm going to let you guys continue forward, but because you'll remember. So Dan Evans, a guest from a previous hour on the show, he actually has probably a better viewpoint on Succession, and so I would engage him later when he comes back. Maybe you can ask that. He can summarize it a lot quicker than I can because he actually is involved in that show. And so maybe he's got a better way of describing it. So I just wanted to put that out there for getting it on the docket.
Who has seen...
Yeah, and...
Clyde, go ahead.
Mandalorian, keep going.
I was going to ask you guys, who has seen American Murder, The Family Next Door?
Is that the one you were telling me about? The doc about the dad who killed his wife and kid that was in the wife and...
I can't watch it.
Yeah, I can't watch this shit either.
Oh, so good.
It might be
Really
it
good.
might be good, but man, just like why do I want to fill my head with that? Like I just...
I mean, it's a story that needs to be told, I think.
I would rather, no matter how...
Why?
No matter how contradictive this statement is, it is what it is. Like, I would rather watch the fictitious kind of storytelling like that than sit there and watch the reality of it. You know what I mean?
Because this is they got body cams from the police officers. They've got actual 911 calls. This is the first time like you really brought the full conglomeration of.
So from a production standpoint, you're saying it's good. They really put you into it.
You got really everything. You got the interviews with the police departments, and so social media. You ask why to do this. It's like it's a learning experience, in my opinion. Like that's something you can watch out because this guy was just an everyday dude. And the fact that
he's a fucking sociopath.
This could happen to kind of anyone. And then like their Facebook, like this is another thing. Their Facebook was immaculate. She like made it. She was like one of those social influencers on Facebook.
The wife was.
Okay. But behind the scenes, it's just
turmoil.
like you got to read the personal text messages. Everything you put on a text is like it's just putting blast out. She's like, he won't have sex with me again tonight. Blah 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 blah. It's just going through her history, and they're just putting her on
I don't
blast.
understand. Like she must have been terrible. Because what guy is like, no, not tonight.
No, she was cute little thing, and like he had a girlfriend on the side. But it goes through like so. You ask why to watch it. Every single thing you put down in that phone on that phone, if it gets subpoenaed, like. The most intimate of intimate details between her and her husband and her close friends, private conversations that you don't want everybody to know, was just out on this documentary.
And do you know where, Jay? Do you know where the story ends? He melts his wife and kids.
Melts them?
Nope, he does not. He buries her, dumps the two kids in an oil drum.
Okay,
at an oil
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
whatever.
Wait, I'm like, what were you watching?
Beautiful little
Probably.
girls.
I'm sure there was
I'll
another
stay with my
story.
light fluff from Hallmark.
Yeah, I mean, where
it's heavy.
Like, you're just
It's hard to
watching.
watch.
You're watching this documentary then build up to what ultimately is like.
I'm far from regular, Matt.
Just an incredible.
They catch the motherfucker though. That's what's great.
It's like it's the look at like what goes wrong with people. It's that curiosity of like. Is it anybody?
What goes wrong with it? There was something wrong with him before, and they just got to a point where it came out.
How do you know? Maybe there was something that happened, and he just decided to, you know what?
That's
going back to a conversation we had earlier.
Psychotic breaks.
Clearly his wife cheated on him. That's what happened.
Yeah.
Full circle.
And that's when you kill a bitch.
We're back to the beginning.
Yep. And that's when he went on Tinder.
Yep.
And everything else.
Wow.
I don't have a problem.
So no, I enjoy those types of documentaries. I don't know, maybe that's a darker side of me. Those are hard to watch. Like that's hard for me to watch. But still, like, I just feel like her story needed to be told. Like her story, those kids' story. Like this guy needed to be put on blast for everything evil that he did, and everyone needs to know his face and be like, yeah, you're gonna get your just desserts.
Is it okay to share her information because she's dead though?
She doesn't really have a choice, does she?
Right.
She
But I mean, like morally, what do you think about that?
I mean, I'm assuming her family signed off on some sort of thing for the documentary to proceed, and I'm sure they wanted that story told.
I wonder if her kids signed off.
Kids were dead.
I wonder. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they were in a bucket.
Yep. I totally changed my line of thought. Sorry.
That's all right.
That's
way to ruin it.
Ouch.
So is
I knew you weren't
everyone
making a
kind of sour
joke.
like me?
Wow.
I know Grant wouldn't go there.
So is everyone sour like me on Unsolved Mysteries?
I haven't watched
because every time I
No.
start one now, I'm like, well, I'm not going to get any resolution.
No.
It's like I watched a few just to see if I
What
can try to
gave it
figure
away?
it out, but I only know what they tell
Why
me.
do you say that? What gave it away that you won't get any resolution?
Yeah, really, right? Well, I was hoping
I heard
that
they were
would
unsolved.
Have, like.
No,
That's what I
because
I
to
was
Courtney's point, you know, if you watch 3, 4, 5 seasons of the original series, right? Maybe in season 6 they go back to cases in season 1 and 2, and they're like, you know,
we cut the guy
because we showed this on TV. A neighbor came out with, he found a amulet in the backyard, and that was,
An amulet.
So so here's one last streaming thing that I want to know about.
made of magic.
And Professor Jones came by and picked it up.
It not having
it was
not having Robert Stack. That's the issue.
I agree.
Robert Stack.
You need like some type of narration or someone to come in, or especially like with the first season or the first half of the first season, like Netflix. Twitter blew up with Netflix and everything, and there were cases that were getting new leads that were doing all this. Like it would be that's where that second part of the first season or second whatever the fuck this that just came out like. That's where they could like fill you in and be like, oh, this is happening because of this, and that's the part that interests me.
I actually reached out. Yeah, right.
Right.
I actually reached out to Bill from the Wicked Theory podcast, and I tried to convince him because in a year of Podtoberfest, as well as some of the promotions we did, he can do an impersonation of Robert Stack that is almost. He's spot on. And I was like, hey, if I paid you some money, or like maybe we could do a few episodes in which we watch the series like Mystery Science Theater 3000, and he Robert Stacks his way through it. And I was like, we could record that and then put it out there and see if we can, what would happen from that. And, he didn't bite on it, but still, no Robert Stack makes it a real challenge. And okay, like they obviously can't have the real Robert Stack. So then, like,
why?
Who would you have? Okay, they could.
Is he busy?
Who would you have then to do the narration that would be as, Robert Stack isn't the only one. I think there was
Morrison from Dateline.
There was
Morgan Freeman.
There was 4 or 5 people who actually did Unsolved Mysteries narration, but Robert Stack is the most prominent and is the one that everyone embraces. So Courtney, who would you pick one person where you're like, that would be engaging enough. I'd like to, and Morgan Freeman, of course, is the go-to joke, but like, who would you really like to have? Courtney.
Samuel L. Jackson.
I'd watch that.
Can't think of Morgan Freeman.
I was going to say, all the motherfucking bodies in this motherfucking yard.
Yeah, I'd watch that.
That's it.
They need to do like a celebrity edition where like every episode's narrated by someone else. Like, you imagine Matthew McConaughey directing?
Say guilty
doing
again.
One?
Yeah,
Say
like,
guilty
again.
He's
just gonna be like, he's gonna be like, well, here's a dead body. All right. Let's solve this mystery.
And Sam Elliott can do one. Wanda Sykes.
All right, but really, let's like if you were Netflix, because the creators of this Unsolved Mystery, they came out and said, that they thought it would be treading on sacred ground, which I think for a lot of people who embrace the original for a nostalgia point of view would agree, right? But if Netflix was like, okay, we'll give you, the funding, we'll put it out, we'll slap our original, label on it, but we need you to have a host. We need somebody narrating kind of the overarching story we're about to tell, and we need somebody to wrap it up. Who would you go to him with?
Oh, I'm not the man to ask that question.
Okay.
Ron Perlman.
I mean, that's
Cedric the Entertainer.
Rod Perlman, not a bad one. Not a bad
Good
one.
voice.
Great voice.
Yeah, and he's kind of got that
Rod Serling.
Robert Stack look too. Rod Stewart, maybe.
Rod Stewart. Okay, guys. God damn.
Okay, but I know we only have a few minutes left. Can I want to talk a little Cobra Kai, because I haven't had a chance to talk about it because
I was trying to show I was trying to show Grant this picture, but he kept talking about.
No, I got to hear Courtney. Like this, we can talk, Courtney. We can do this.
Just show it to him.
Hang on, young Johnny Lawrence. My son's gonna be Hawk from Cobra Kai for Halloween, but tell me that this kid could not pull off the young Johnny Lawrence.
Oh, that's really good. Yeah,
Dude,
that's great.
Right?
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Wow, he looks like Johnny Lawrence. Yeah.
Yep, there it is. That's all I had for you.
Hawk makes me. I like that character on that show. Oh my god.
I'm only in the first season.
I want to say that I feel like all of our coaches from today, all of our parental figures from today need to be a father of Johnny Lawrence and Daniel LaRusso. Like there need to be, or not, I'm sorry, a child of those two personalities. Like here's the right wing, or here's too far right with Johnny Lawrence. Here's too far left with Daniel LaRusso. You guys need to meet right here. And this is where our kids need to be raised in society.
Okay. All right, hit it, Courtney. Go ahead.
No, okay. So
Grant.
I was
And
late
Daigle
to the
Elizabeth
party
Shue.
because I didn't subscribe to YouTube, right, and get the first 2 seasons. But when it popped up on Netflix, Cole sung the praises, and I'm like, you know what, I get it, wax on, wax off.
Yeah.
I know, Dr. Miyagi, Mr. Miyagi. That's fine. I'm cool with it. I watched the movies. Maybe I was a little older than I was, definitely a little older than you guys. So it kind of, I watched them because they were popular, but it wasn't really, it wasn't a Rocky was that for me, right? More than inspirational by Daniel LaRusso. So I started watching it, and after I watched the first one, I'm like, you know what? I think my wife would like this with me too. And so that turned into about 3 nights. We would just get home. Hey, you want to watch? Okay. And then we just blew right through both seasons. And they do a really good job. One of the things that drew me in, and I talked to like 20-something-year-olds, a couple guys, and they're like, they didn't even know they may have known about the movies, but they didn't care or hadn't seen the Karate Kid movies. So, but the reason is because they did it so well. They worked in the old stuff that you kind of needed to know. I would have never known Allie was the girlfriend or what she even looked like, but they wove it in to the show. So to me, I'm like, when we got done, we're like, well, when's season 3?
Well, did you go into it, and then like after 2, 3, 4 episodes, were you like, oh my God, this shouldn't have worked? Like, the Karate Kid, as again a nostalgia point for many of us at our age, you're going, this is a classic piece of cinema. It had impact in the cinematic world. To this day, people find it and enjoy it. And then you're like, okay, well, they're going to create a series with the actual original cast members. And there's just no way. There's no way. And then you start watching it, and they actually found points to mind that have relevance, that have importance, that can actually say something. It's not, they weren't doing it just for the sake of doing it. They wanted to dig deeper into Johnny's psychology. They really speak to that theory after the film came out, and years later Reddit, a big theory going around Reddit and discussion string was that Johnny was actually the victim.
Yeah, Daniel's the bad guy.
And Daniel was the bad guy.
That's how they play it out, right?
But they did they actually address it in whole in the one episode where they're sitting, I think, in a parking lot on the curb, and they're talking about it, and you start to see the clips of where, like, Johnny's in the bathroom, and he bullied me. And so
perspective.
Right. There's where it is, and so I think that the filmmakers did a great job of really paying homage to the fans who had come up with that theory, and it was obviously woven in there, and so now they're working with that. You've got the kids in there. Great show all around.
I love
surprising.
Obviously mimicking the 80s style.
Well,
too,
right.
I mean, that could have been shot in the 80s.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that part.
I love how they tie in, like, he's such a Johnny's such a dinosaur. He doesn't know anything about the internet, and he doesn't know anything about social media or any of that stuff.
Or woke culture.
Woke culture. And they tie in the relevant, like, cyberbullying, like the fucking Snapchat filters, like that. The big girls.
Does he just tell him not to be a bitch?
Yeah, he keeps telling, like, and then he
on the internet.
Well, that's the thing. Like, he makes fun of Hawk, like, because he's got the cleft palate, and he starts making fun of him about that, and then he comes back with a fucking mohawk, transforms.
But to
be fair, like, yeah, that's a fucked up way to handle things, but also like when you have something like that, there is something to be said about, hey,
you do have to
embrace the hand you're dealt and like just rise above that shit and not care what everyone else thinks about
But
you.
in the
Become a little
same
bit badass
turn,
with your
but in the
confidence.
same turn, in spite of Johnny's best intentions that you can see as they're slowly pulling that out of his character, he's still got Kreese buried in,
of course.
Kreese is still got rental space inside Johnny's head, and he turns Hawk into himself when Kreese turned Johnny into who we knew him as from the original film, right? Like, Hawk is a terrible person now, and he wasn't.
Yeah, true. Very true.
And so you're seeing essentially what you're seeing is the relationship that Johnny clearly had off screen with Kreese raising him as that father figure Johnny didn't have. And in spite of Johnny's best intentions, he did the same thing to Hawk that Kreese did to him.
Yeah.
Would you agree with that, Courtney?
Yeah. And I was going to say, despite all that analysis, which sometimes, I don't do, it's just good and fun to watch. You know,
it shouldn't have.
It's just
You're such a
enjoyable.
passive-aggressive asshole.
It shouldn't have worked on a lot of levels. It was like bad.
That was self-deprecating.
It was like kind of not hard to watch, but it was just kind of like, man, this is. But I couldn't get away from it. I watched it with my son, Cole Jr., and him and I watched it, and he loved it. Like, and then he's like, Dad, what's
Did it
this
work for him as
backstory?"
like a younger kid? And okay, so that's what I'm asking.
So then we went back and watched Karate Kid 1 and 2. We never
really?
watched 3. I mean, I've never even seen
You
3.
didn't introduce Hilary Swank to him?
That was 4. 3 is the one where he becomes back and he becomes a member of Cobra Kai. I didn't even know 3 existed,
There is
to
no
be honest with you.
There's a fucking Karate Kid 3?
Yeah.
Where he
Yeah.
becomes a member of Cobra Kai?
Right?
No.
Isn't that?
No.
Yeah.
No.
Doesn't he?
There's one, and then there's two
wants
where he goes
wants
to
compete in the All
Okinawa.
Valley tournament, and he comes back.
Thomas, the villain in that is Thomas.
Why do I not remember this?
He is a master martial artist in the using the 2 sticks.
There's a 3.
Batons?
No, not batons. Yes, the next Karate Kid is with Hilary Swank.
Yep.
And then the remake is with Jaden Smith.
And Patrick Miyagi or whatever. That's it. Pat Morita.
Thomas. Oh my God, they're not called Do Rights.
Thomas Ian Griffith.
Thomas Ian Griffith.
Oh yeah,
that's
that
right.
guy's a bad guy in everything.
Yep. No, he actually was an up and coming martial artist action star.
He's
like
a bad guy in everything.
Clips of this where they're
Jean-Claude,
climbing a cliff to get a bonsai tree.
That's
Yes,
correct.
yes, I do remember that.
Thank
That's the one where they actually go to Miyagi's home, and
I thought that was 2.
Oh, is that 2?
2 is
Two is
Okinawa.
where he
That's where he chops the ice.
Does he die in the third one?
Pat Melita?
Yeah.
Melita.
Mr. Miyagi?
What's his name?
Does Mr. Miyagi die?
I don't know. I've never seen 3. I've seen clips of it.
Right?
He's dead.
I think he dies
Yes,
in
he
it.
passed
yeah.
away. Yep.
I don't know if he
'Cause
dies in the movie, though.
But I mean, he goes.
he
doesn't
inherits
go to
his
the
house, doesn't
graveside,
he?
too? He inherits some trees,
Oh.
I think.
He has the dojo in the show.
Nothing like a bunch of people talking about movies they can't get straight.
Well, he was alive
Well,
in 3
I'm-
because he was in the 4 when they had the girl Hilary Swank in there.
Mr. Miyagi was?
Yeah.
Yes, he trained
taught
Hilary
Hilary
Swank.
Swank. I
Kid.
didn't bother to watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
No, not even. Like, it just didn't look like a good movie.
I didn't watch it. I just remember him
Okay.
being in that one.
Real quick to rewind all the way back to Unsolved Mysteries. Mark Strong.
2 minutes.
Mark Strong
Oh, right.
was suggested by Joel Reviews as the narrator, and I wholeheartedly agree. I've seen a couple
Do
of
we have any, chat room?
nature shows or documentaries where Mark Strong has been the narrator, and that's pretty spot on. So that's very cool. And then Thomas Jackson Jr., of course, had Joe Pesci.
Joe Pesci.
Always the comedian, that Thomas
Okay, so
Jr.
we
Jackson.
have nobody's playing the chat room game, so we're gonna do it one more time. Next hour we're gonna do chat room games. If you don't
Uno mas.
play, we're done with them. And let's give away a gift card. I've got gift cards to give away.
Give it away.
Wow.
All right.
All right. So what's
Jason,
how do you give away a gift card?
Do you want to stop down the YouTube and then come back up just to give another alert to people? So in case they're subscribed, they see it.
I like
pop
that
up?
idea. It might take me a few minutes to get it
As
going.
long as it's not cumbersome, because I don't know how you're
I think I
7
can
Mary
do it. I
3.
think I can do it.
Coming up next.
Cumbersome.
Coming up next hour.
Coming up
we
next,
have the
Cole.
listeners' weekly watch party and a final shout out to our sponsors, Brian Hour and Kyle Marie, for
Thank you.
making all of the delicious
Thank
food.
you.
And if you guys want to get a jump start on the films that we're going to be discussing, go ahead, look them up. Maybe you've already seen them. If you haven't, look them up. You can maybe inform
want to
yourself
look
a
'em
little bit. And so the films that we're going to discuss under the main topics are going to be Anna in the Apocalypse, which you can find right now on Hulu, possibly Amazon Prime. The Thing, the original film with, or rather not the original, the remake of the original Thing with starring Kurt Russell. We've got Cabin in the Woods, a brilliant film. Cargo on Netflix. And These Final Hours, which was my pick.
Fire.
Not a fan, huh?
Final
So good.
Hours.